The next second, you go from being perpetually single to reincarnating in the body of a complete scumbag. He is an abusive husband, yet he married a famous pop star who bore him a sweet little daughter. But after they married, he was unexpectedly fired. It is all because of you. You jinx. You made me lose my job. You cannot help but think. The former owner of this body was a real bastard. The mother and daughter, just beaten by the former owner, are trembling on the sofa. Shen Youchu clutches her child. When she sees you staring at her, she instinctively pulls Wanwan closer to her chest. Her eyes brim with tears. She has considered leaving with Wanwan, but she is an orphan herself, and every cent is controlled by you, the monster. Seeing their terrified faces, you let out a deep sigh. You think, I am here now. I might as well make the best of it. Then you slowly stand. You turn on the light, and a warm orange glow fills the room, illuminating everything. Looking at the mess, you scratch your head helplessly. First, you open the window to air the place out. Then you silently gather the empty bottles. Shen Youchu still huddles on the sofa with Wanwan, but surprise flickers in her eyes. You do not disturb them. Instead, you take a towel from the kitchen and clean the table. You keep going until the room is spotless. By then, you are drenched in sweat. You take clean clothes from the bedroom and enter the bathroom. Shen Youchu stares at the shut bathroom door. At last, her rigid body eases with a sigh of relief. She looks at the room you cleaned, her eyes full of disbelief. Why has this monster suddenly changed? Mommy, I am hungry. Be good, Wanwan. Mommy will cook for you soon. Shen Youchu softly strokes Wanwan's hair. She can only wait until you sleep before cooking for herself and her daughter. Then the bathroom door opens. You step out. The mother and daughter on the worn sofa. Both shrink back at once. You shake your head, ignore them, and leave the apartment. Shen Youchu freezes. Despair fills her eyes. Did he go out to buy more alcohol? Has he not had enough tonight? Wanwan, and I will go hungry again tonight. Shen Youchu bites her lip. Tears fall uncontrollably. Do not cry, Mommy. Wanwan is not hungry anymore. Wanwan thinks her hunger is what made Mommy cry. She quickly reaches out her soft, pale little hand and clumsily wipes Shen Youchu's face. Shen Youchu bites her lip. Her tears fall even harder. After a long while, she finally says softly, her voice trembling, Be good, Wanwan. Let Mommy put you to sleep. Once you are asleep, you will not feel hungry. Tomorrow, Mommy will get up early and make you something delicious. Okay. Do not cry, Mommy. Shen Youchu softly hums a lullaby, coaxing Wanwan asleep. As Wanwan slowly closes her eyes, Shen Youchu thinks of the 2 years since her marriage. Her heart aches with bitterness. At last, she decides, tomorrow, she will leave this hell. Even if she dies outside, it is better than being tortured to death by this monster. Suddenly, the front door lock clicks. Still lost in thought, Shen Youchu cannot stop herself from trembling again. She instinctively covers Wanwan's ears and quietly listens outside. You push open the front door and instinctively look toward the sofa. You pause in surprise. They have gone back to the bedroom, but apparently have not eaten. You stare blankly at the food in your hands. After a moment, you set the food on the table and walk toward the bedroom. Shen Youchu remains tense. She hears your footsteps slowly nearing the bedroom. She prays you will not come in. But the next moment, I bought food for you too. If you are hungry, come out and eat. I will sleep in the spare bedroom tonight. Shen Youchu's eyes fly open. Then she hears your footsteps fade away. The room falls quiet again. Only Shen Youchu's anxious breathing echoes in the bedroom. At some point, Wanwan opens her eyes. She clearly heard your voice and curiously stares at the closed door. That smelly daddy today is not coming back to sleep in the room. He even seemed to say he bought me food. Thinking of food makes her hungry again. She swallows hard. Then she looks hopefully at her mother. Shen Youchu lowers her head. Seeing her daughter's hopeful eyes, she gathers her courage. She tiptoes quietly to the bedroom door and opens it. The aroma of food on the table greets her. Shen Youchu's eyes instantly well up. He really bought food for her and Wanwan. Yet faced with your sudden kindness, Shen Youchu feels no joy, only fear from the bottom of her heart. Why is he acting this way? What else does he want from her? Wanwan, barefoot, runs over on her little legs. She peers through the crack in the door. Then her eyes suddenly light up. Drool slips from her mouth before she even realizes it. But she does not act without permission. Instead, she looks up, her big eyes fixed on her mother. Shen Youchu takes a deep breath, then forces a faint smile. She picks Wanwan up. Be good, Wanwan. Let us eat quietly. Wanwan hurriedly nods her little head. Of course, you hear them from inside the room. You let out a deep sigh. After sighing, you begin to think. After buying the food, you realize this household now has only a little over 1,800 yuan in savings left. I need to make money. A moment later, you suddenly sit up straight. How did I not think of this sooner? This is a parallel world. Excitement surges through you. You grab your phone and keep scrolling. After a while, a smile spreads across your face. Just as you remembered, this world's cultural heritage and entertainment industry differ completely from your own world. Some mindless songs that make you cringe can actually top the charts. You grip your phone tightly slightly. Your mind races. One classic song after another slowly surfaces in your mind. As you keep thinking, you can no longer stay awake. Exhausted, you slowly drift off to sleep. At 6 o'clock the next morning, you quietly leave the bedroom. The dining table and kitchen are spotless. Shen Youchu must have cleaned them after eating last night. You pause to think, then quietly go wash up in the bathroom. You know, Shen Youchu usually gets up at 8 to cook, because the old you never got up until after 10. Only after you woke up and finished drinking could the two of them eat your leftovers. You sigh again, without thinking. Then you quickly wash up. Shen Youchu is already awake in the bedroom, but she does not dare go out. The sounds of washing stop outside. The front door opens, then closes. Shen Youchu presses her lips together. Her eyes remain fixed on the bedroom door, wondering why you went out again. After waiting a long time, she still hears nothing outside. Shen Youchu glances at Wanwan, still asleep beside her. After thinking it over, she gathers her courage and quietly gets out of bed. She opens the bedroom door and walks out. The stale scent of alcohol has faded considerably. Fresh air blows in through the window, and it smells wonderful. It all feels unreal to Shen Youchu. It has been such a long time since she last smelled anything so fresh. Shen Youchu walks to the window and looks out at the world beyond. Without realizing it, she becomes lost in thought. Only at this moment does she suddenly remember that she is only 24. After an unknown amount of time, the front door sounds again. Shen Youchu startles awake. Her whole body tenses instinctively, and she turns around stiffly. You freeze awkwardly as well. You had not expected Shen Youchu to be awake already. After washing up, you realize there was no food at home. So you went out and bought meat, vegetables, and rice. Both of you stand there, stunned. Only then do you truly see your wife standing before you. She is beautiful, far prettier than any influencer or celebrity from your old world. But she is far too thin, and her face is unnaturally pale. It must be from malnutrition. Seeing this, you feel heartache, hatred, and shame all at once. What a monster. How could he mistreat such a beautiful wife? He deserves to die. Good morning. I will go make breakfast. You are the first to break the awkward silence. Carrying the groceries, you hurry into the kitchen. Shen Youchu can hardly believe her eyes and ears. He actually said good morning to her. And since when did he know how to cook? Silently, Shen Youchu watches the kitchen, watching your busy figure. A crushing sense of injustice washes over her. She bites her lip hard. Her eyes gradually fill with tears. What is this supposed to mean? Do you pity me? Has your conscience finally awakened? Mommy. Wanwan wakes up just then, unable to find her mother. She runs out barefoot. The moment she emerges, her little nose catches the aroma of food. She turns toward the kitchen, eyes wide. Naturally, you spot the little girl from the kitchen and grin at her. But Wanwan shrinks fearfully behind Shen Youchu. Helplessly, you rub your nose. Before long, the meal is ready. You look at the two of them still standing stiffly in the distance and say, "Wash up and come eat." Wanwan is clearly swallowing her saliva, but she still does not move. Shen Youchu watches the scene before her with frightened disbelief. You have been looking forward to this, but seeing how guarded they are, the hope in your heart sinks like a stone. You fall silent for a moment, then sigh and say, "You two eat first." With that, you walk into the spare bedroom. Shen Youchu does not move. She watches the spare bedroom door close. Then she looks down at the hope in her daughter's eyes. She sighs inwardly. Wanwan, let us eat. On the table is the millet porridge you made, golden and enticing. There are also the side dishes, and a small bowl of steamed egg. The instant she sees the steamed egg, Wanwan's eyes light up. Mommy, did Daddy make this for Wanwan? Shen Youchu is briefly at a loss for words. She sees the expectation in her daughter's eyes, and finally nods. Wanwan's eyes shine even brighter. Impatiently, she scoops up a spoonful of egg and puts it in her mouth. "This is the first time Daddy has cooked for me. It is so good." Shen Youchu simply eats in silence. She feels deeply conflicted and lost. Her gaze drifts unconsciously toward the tightly closed spare bedroom door. You sit at the desk in the spare bedroom. You are actually starving, but you know that the mother and daughter outside still cannot bring themselves to eat at the same table as you. You shake your head and push those thoughts away. Then you take out your phone and open this world's video platform. You delete the old account, which had only a few thousand followers. Then you register a new one. Out of habit, you open the platform's trending list. The next moment, you frown. What kind of garbage song is this? Since when has a song like Last Minute Cramming been able to dominate the trending charts? A plan forms in your mind. You find several sheets of long-forgotten manuscript paper in the desk. Shen Youchu had left them there long ago. You spread the manuscript paper across the desk. Your pen swiftly writes guitar tablature across the pages. In your old world, you were a songwriter and composer. Now you are merely bringing songs across worlds. Something this simple cannot possibly stump you. In only a few moments, a complete score appears before you. Eagerly, you pull a guitar from the nearby wardrobe. Holding it, you sit upright at the desk. You gather your emotions. Then you close your eyes. Your fingers lightly brush the strings, and the guitar strings ring as music drifts from the room. Shen Youchu, quietly eating, suddenly freezes. He can play guitar too. How is that possible? That guitar belongs to her. Shen Youchu knows full well that he cannot play guitar. Or at least, he never could before. So, what is going on now? Along with the guitar, your singing slowly carries through the room. Because I dreamed you were leaving. Shen Youchu is even more stunned. Her eyes are full of disbelief. Even Wanwan, who had been happily eating, is drawn in by the song. She stops her spoon midair and looks toward the closed spare bedroom door. Her big eyes flutter with wonder. Wanwan tilts her head toward the door. This is the first time Daddy has cooked for Wanwan. Daddy's voice is so gentle. Even though Shen Youchu has never heard this song, she can tell how extraordinary it is. Such a beautiful melody. She can hardly imagine that it is coming from your lips. When the next lyric begins, Shen Youchu nearly breaks down. She is lost again. She fears the road ahead, and she fears the change in the man before her. She fears it is only a fleeting dream. The singing stops at that moment. Wanwan notices that her mother is crying. In a panic, she climbs onto Shen Youchu's lap. She tries to wipe away her mother's tears with her tiny hands. Do not cry, mommy. Wanwan will blow it better. Wanwan thinks her mommy is hurting again. As she wipes Shen Youchu's tears, she lifts her little face and pulls open Shen Youchu's collar to blow gently inside. Beneath the collar, Shen Youchu's back is covered in scars. Naturally, you have no idea what your song has stirred up between the mother and daughter outside. At that moment, you open your account and tap record. You do not show your full face in the video. Only the part below your nose is visible. Holding the guitar, you clear your throat. This time, you are clearly much more serious. You play and sing the song through in full once more. When the song ends, you save the recording. You trim the unnecessary time from the beginning and end. Then extract the audio, attach the lyrics and music, and register the copyright online. Once everything is finished, you finally write a title. With You All My Life, an original song for everyone. I hope you all like it. Please like and support it. Video uploaded successfully. You let out a slow breath. At last, it is done. Now, you can quietly wait for the public's response. In this era, the song is an absolute knockout. You put the guitar back in the wardrobe, then rub your painfully empty stomach. Have those to finish eating yet? I am starving. What a miserable mess. Rubbing your stomach. You finally cannot wait any longer. You gently push open the door, leaving only a crack, and peek outside like a thief. Just then, you see Shen Youchu carrying Wanwan away from the table. Her eyes are red, as though she has just been crying. She clearly sees you too. After freezing for a moment, she quickly carries the child back into the master bedroom. You breathe a sigh of relief. You open the door and walk to the table. Finally, you can eat. Seeing the food clearly left for you on the table, you feel a little happy. Then you pick up the millet porridge and wolf it down in huge gulps. You clear every dish on the table. After cleaning up the dishes, with nothing else to do, you wander around the apartment and look over its layout. It is a 2-bedroom apartment with a living room, barely 50 square meters. The two of you bought it together when you got married. Everything in the home was furnished back then. It all looks rather worn now. You shake your head and drop heavily onto the sofa. It is hard to imagine how Shen Youchu and her child have lived in such an atmosphere. For 2 years, they barely left home. It must have felt like a prison. You know you cannot change everything overnight. All you can do is curl up on the small sofa and search on your phone how to support a family, how to make a child happy, and how to be a good father. The internet offers every kind of answer, leaving you scratching your head. Then the master bedroom door suddenly opens again. You turn toward the sound and see a little head peeking out. Wanwan tilts her head, her almond-shaped eyes just like her mother's. As she studies you curiously, those sparkling eyes are innocent and clear. They make your heart melt. But Wanwan's little face is far too thin, just like her mother's. If her cheeks were a little fuller, she would be even prettier. That makes sense. Before this, the mother and daughter could only eat leftovers each day, and the little one could not eat dishes mixed with alcohol. The former owner of this body never gave them money, so they went hungry one meal and full the next. Seeing Wanwan, you instinctively try to smile, but before the corners of your mouth can rise, Wanwan is so frightened that she quickly shuts the door and darts back inside. Shen Youchu's voice soothing the child sounds from within. Your smile freezes on your face. You rub your nose helplessly. Time quietly passes. By noon, you put down your phone and stand up. Time to make lunch. Just then, the bedroom door opens. Expressionless, Shen Youchu carries a pile of clothes out of the bedroom, as though she does not see you standing by the sofa. She walks straight toward the bathroom. You clearly notice her body stiffen when she comes out. Is she going to do laundry? Then you suddenly remember the clothes you changed out of yesterday are still in the washing machine. Thinking of this, you quickly head for the bathroom too. Shen Youchu is terribly nervous. She never expected you to still be home at this hour. Normally, you would already be out drinking with those worthless friends of yours. When she hears your footsteps approaching, she becomes even more tense. Her body trembles faintly. My clothes are still in the washing machine. Can I take them out and hang them up first? Shen Youchu, bend over as she opens the washer. Jumps in fright. She staggers backward, retreating deeper into the bathroom, and shrinks deeper into the bathroom. Careful, you cannot help adding. Only then does Shen Youchu realize that he is asking for her permission. Her eyes dart away, unable to meet yours. Okay, you go first. Thank you. You clench your fists tightly. Your hands tremble slightly. Your eyes cannot hide your rage and heartache. You clearly saw Shen Yuchu's neck just now, and the purple red welts beneath it. As you gather the clothes from the washer, you do not look at her again. You only say, I will make lunch soon. Remember to call Wanwan out to eat. Wanwan is asleep. I will wake her in a little while. Shen Youchu shrinks back again. She looks exceptionally flustered. You know your presence will only pressure her. Helplessly, you rub your nose, picking up the clothes from the washer. You quickly take them to the balcony to hang them up. Then you enter the kitchen. In the bathroom, Shen Youchu remains frozen in place holding her clothes. Only when the kitchen fills with the scent and sizzle of cooking does she come back to her senses. Trembling, she puts the clothes into the washing machine, but her gaze keeps drifting toward the kitchen. She wonders, what has happened to him? Shen Youchu unconsciously rubs her nose, then suddenly freezes again. When did he start doing that? Shen Youchu remains before the washer, listening to the drum turn, her heart a tangle of emotions. Once the clothes are fully washed, she takes them out and goes to the balcony to hang them up. Meanwhile, that man has been busily working away in the kitchen. Wanwan does not wait for Shen Youchu to call her. She wakes up on her own. Her tiny hands keep rubbing her sleepy, bleary eyes. The next moment, when she sees you busy in the kitchen, her beautiful eyes visibly light up. Curiously, she leans against the kitchen doorway and watches your back. After Shen Youchu finishes hanging the laundry, she turns around and sees this scene. Little Wanwan's face is full of anticipation. While you bustle about in the kitchen, Shen Youchu nearly breaks down. She whirls around and presses her back to the wall. Covering her face with both hands, she slowly sinks down. Tears fall soundlessly. Long ago, this was a scene that appeared only in her dreams. This time, you still do not eat at the same table as them. After bringing the dishes to the table, you hurry out the front door. Hearing the door close, Shen Youchu hastily wipes away her tears. She stands, picks up Wanwan, and goes to the table. No one knows how tangled her feelings are. Even she does not know what she is thinking. The food is as delicious as breakfast was. The little one happily digs into her steamed egg custard, but the mother and daughter's peaceful lunch is soon interrupted by the sound of the door opening. They instinctively look up and see you carrying a large bag. Walking in through the door, Wanwan scoots closer to Shen Youchu. The spoon she used for the steamed egg is still in her mouth. Her big eyes follow your every movement. You lower your eyes, not daring to look at the frightened mother and daughter. You only walk to the sofa and set down the bag. Then you say, I bought you some medicated ointment. Remember to use it. I also bought the child a toy. I do not know if she will like it. I saw other little girls have one, so she should have one too. Shen Youchu does not respond. After saying that, you fall silent for a moment, then continue. I know you will not believe me, but I still need to say this. I will not drink again, and I will never hit either of you again. You and Wanwan do not have to be so afraid at home anymore. She is still so young. This kind of atmosphere at home is not good for her. You say it all in one breath, and the suffocating weight in your chest eases considerably. You do not wait for Shen Yuchu's response. Silently, you return to the spare bedroom. Shen Youchu watches you disappear from sight. As the bedroom door shuts tightly, she is even more at a loss for words. In just one day, faced with this man's sudden change, she cannot bring herself to let down her guard. In the bedroom, you feel even worse. Your eyes are red-rimmed. You clearly cried while you were out. If you could, you would rather never have transmigrated here, never known any of what happened here, especially after seeing the marks covering Shen Yuchu's body. Your heart feels so crushed you are close to breaking down. You simply cannot understand how anyone could hold such malice toward their own family. After eating, they leave some food for you. But when you leave your room and see the things you bought them on the coffee table, the bag is still unopened. You press your lips together and sigh. All you can do is sit down and eat in silence. But just then, the master bedroom door opens again. Wanwan pokes out her little head, watching you curiously. You quickly give her a broad smile. This time, she finally does not run away in fear. You feel a little relief. This sweet little girl heals much of the heaviness in your heart. So, you put down your chopsticks and softly call to Wanwan with every ounce of gentleness you possess. Your voice makes her little body tremble, but she does not retreat. Instead, she turns to glance into the bedroom. Then, as if encouraged, she looks at you again. A soft, childish voice comes from her lips. Daddy. At that sound, your whole body jolts. Your eyes instantly fill with tears. It is the most beautiful sound you have heard since transmigrating here. But Wanwan tilts her little head, watching you cry and smile with puzzlement. You nod firmly. Then you stand, taking the doll from the bag. You gently wave the doll at her. A flicker of longing appears in Wanwan's big eyes. She looks at the doll, then turns to look at the bedroom. After a long while, she finally inches her way toward you. Your heart instantly pounds like a drum. You are terrified of scaring this little girl who has finally come close. She walks up to you and lifts her little face. She takes a deep sniff. The next second, she breaks into a happy smile. Daddy doesn't smell stinky anymore. Isn't the doll pretty? Her tiny hand twitches. She wants to take it, but does not dare. She only stares at you with her dark, wide eyes. You instantly understand what she means. So, you slowly crouch down to meet her eyes. Gently, you place the toy in her hand. Wanwan finally takes the toy. Her little fingers brush across the doll's dress, and her eyes instantly curve into crescents. Seeing her joy, your heart is awash with conflicting emotions, especially when you see her thin little face up close, and the clothes on her, faded from countless washings, so obviously too small for her. Your heart aches as if pierced by needles. She is only 3 years old. You clench your teeth and quickly wipe away your tears. Forcing a smile, you quietly watch her play. At this moment, you see nothing else. Meanwhile, Shen Youchu is in the master bedroom, hearing her daughter's bell-like laughter outside. Her face is already streaked with tears. Not long after, Wanwan grows tired from playing. She hugs the doll tightly, glances at you still smiling foolishly, then turns and runs back to the bedroom. What you do not know is that, in just one night, your song, With You in My Life, has gone completely viral. By 10 that night, your video is surged to 5th place on the trending chart. Meanwhile, at Daoshu headquarters, there's a knock on the door to Operations Director Li Xia's office. A technician carrying a tablet rushes in, drenched in sweat. Director Li, we have an urgent situation. A video took only 2 hours to reach number 5 on the trending chart. Why are you panicking? Which major influencer got exposed this time? It is not a major influencer. It is a new account registered today, and the video received no promotional push at all. It is only a song. At those words, Li Xia's expression instantly changes. She immediately opens the trending chart. The surprise in her eyes deepens. It has already climbed to number 4. Let me hear what kind of song this is. When the song ends, Li Xia falls completely silent. She has never heard a song this beautiful before. She immediately opens your profile. There, she sees your name, Bufin. Then, she orders Liu Yun, promote this video immediately. Make sure it reaches number 1 tomorrow. Liu Yun nods firmly, knowing he had made the right bet. After Liu Yun leaves, Li Xia listens to your song once more. Her fingers lightly tap the desk. A moment later, she picks up her phone and sends you a private message, but you know nothing about it. You get up at 5 in the morning. After washing up, you head out for a morning workout. This body is in even worse shape than you expected. You are gasping for breath after running only a short while. Running and stopping. You finally finish 5 kilometers in an hour. It is already 7:30 when you get home. The moment you push open the door, you run right into Shen Youchu, who has just washed up. Water droplets cling to the strands of hair across her forehead. She startles when she sees you. You pause, then ask awkwardly, is Wanwan still asleep? MMHM. Go stay with Wanwan. I will cook after I shower. Is there anything you want to eat? And no, make whatever you want. I will go check on her. With that, she slips into the bedroom as if fleeing. You look at the tightly closed door and can only shrug helplessly. After showering, you are ravenous. The previous owner's alcohol cravings begin to flare up too. You can only keep gulping hot water while cooking to ease them. Just then, Wanwan gets up. She clutches the doll you gave her, leaning against the kitchen door frame. She watches you. When you turn around, you see the little girl. You immediately smile fondly and ask, what does Wanwan want for breakfast? Daddy will make it for you. Wanwan tilts her little head and thinks for a long time. Steamed egg. Wanwan loves steamed egg. Okay. Then steamed egg it is. You answer indulgently, reaching out to pat her little head, but afraid of frightening her. You quietly pull your hand back. No rush. Take it slowly. Wanwan is starting to accept you. That gives you hope. Your spirits soar. Even the cravings and hunger seem to vanish. You set breakfast on the table, then return to your small bedroom as usual, letting the mother and daughter eat first. But this time, there is noticeably more laughter and chatter outside. Lying on the bed, you pick up your muted phone, wanting to see how the video performed. But the moment you unlock it, you are utterly stunned. Holy crap, what are all these notifications? You swallow hard and open your profile. The next second, the more than 1 million followers on the screen nearly blind you. Thrilled, you open the video. Over to million likes. Nearly 1 million comments. You cannot stop smiling. You became famous with one song. The comments are unanimously glowing, all urging you to release another song. Then comes the moment to check your earnings. You open the dashboard. The figure in your wallet makes you grin from ear to ear. A full 320,000 yuan. Without a single advertisement. You earn 320,000 yuan in 1 day from views alone, and that is after taxes. You finally breathe a sigh of relief. You have money now. Life does not have to be so tight anymore. Before this, you had only a little over 1,000 yuan to your name. You had to watch every penny, even buying groceries. You quickly transfer the money to your bank account. Once the two outside finish eating, you push open the door and step out, then devour everything left on the table. After washing the dishes, you grab your phone and hurry out. The old apartment complex where you live was bought because it was cheap. You once dreamed of moving into a better home, but the previous owner squandered all the savings and even sold Shen Youchu's phone for alcohol. You leave the complex and head straight for the mall you remember. The moment you enter, you spot a store for a major domestic phone brand. A young saleswoman sees you. Her eyes light up, and she approaches. Hey, handsome, looking to buy a phone? You nod and scan the display cases. Let me see this one. Great choice, handsome. This is our newest model. It even supports satellite calls. You sell SIM cards here too, right? Of course. Hey, handsome, is it for you? You shake your head. No, it is for my wife. The saleswoman freezes. An inexplicable disappointment flickers in her eyes. She is probably thinking, the good men always belong to someone else. But she does not miss a beat as she says, your wife is very lucky, but she must come in person with her identification to get a SIM card. Alright, you did not expect a SIM card to require real name registration too. Then please just pack up the phone for me. After paying, you hurry away. There are still many things to buy. You cannot waste any more time. Meanwhile, after you leave home, Shen Youchu thoroughly cleans the entire apartment. She sits on the sofa, looking out the window. The house no longer reeks of alcohol. The fresh air makes her feel wonderfully at ease. Watching Wanwan play happily, Shen Youchu's lips curve upward without her realizing it. This kind of life is so nice. But the next second, the lock suddenly turns. The sound jolts her from her thoughts. Wanwan scrambles up at once, hugging her doll as she burrows into Shen Youchu's arms. But noisy voices come from outside, mixed with your familiar voice. Careful. Slow down. Do not scratch it. Stand it upright and bring it in. Shen Youchu immediately panics. She quickly picks up Wanwan, wanting to retreat to the bedroom, but cannot resist peeking curiously toward the door. The next second, you and an unfamiliar man come into view. You are carrying a cream-colored, cloud-shaped sofa inside. When you see Shen Youchu, your eyes clearly light up, your face bright with delight. Could you pour a few cups of hot water? The movers can have some when they take a break. Having avoided people for so long, Shen Youchu is somewhat at a loss. Okay, I will get it right away. Your smile grows wider. Though drenched in sweat, you are full of energy. Then you and the movers bring in the new sofa and carry the old sofa out. Then come the television and refrigerator, along with some green plants. As new furnishings arrive one after another, the apartment instantly transforms. It looks completely brand new. Those discarded old furnishings are all sold for 800 yuan. Shen Youchu feels a pang of regret watching this. The furniture may be old, but it is still usable. Selling it for 800 yuan is such a loss. But what she is more curious about is, where you got so much money? By her calculations, the family should barely be able to afford food by now. After seeing the movers off, you carry a large bag back to the living room. You proudly survey the fruits of your labor. Now this feels like a home. You wipe away your sweat, set the bag on the new coffee table, and drop onto the soft sofa. The mother and daughter are still standing frozen in the kitchen. Wanwan clings to her mother's leg, like a curious little child, looking left and right. Seeing the little girl like this, your eyes narrow into smiling slits. You suddenly feel deeply fulfilled. So, you pull out a large pink toy and set it on the coffee table, but your eyes stay fixed on Wanwan. Just as expected, Wanwan's attention is drawn to it at once. You hold out your hand and beckon Wanwan over, looking at her tenderly. Wanwan, come here. Look what daddy bought you. But Wanwan does not run over right away. Instead, she lifts her little face and looks at her mother. Only when Shen Youchu's lips move, though she says nothing, does Wanwan cautiously shuffle over. You immediately unwrap the toy. It is a princess playhouse. The princess house is such a mess. Would Wanwan like to decorate the little princess's home with daddy? Wanwan's eyes instantly sparkle. She edges a little closer until she reaches your knee. You smile gently, pick up the little princess from the playhouse, and sigh in a sweet, delicate voice. The little princess has not gotten dressed yet. Daddy does not know how to dress the little princess. I will have to leave it to Wanwan. As you speak, you offer the little princess to her. Wanwan blinks her big eyes and tentatively raises her little hand. When she touches the little princess in your hand, you keep smiling and place the little princess in her hand. You even wrap her tiny hand in yours. The moment you hold her soft little hand, the corners of your lips rise. You pick up a long pink dress to put on the little princess. I will leave it to Wanwan. Will Wanwan teach daddy? Feeling the warmth of your palm, Wanwan looks at the little princess, then at your pitiful expression, and suddenly laughs. Daddy is so silly. Wanwan will teach daddy. The little girl laughs, showing her tiny white teeth. Leaning against your leg, she clumsily puts the dress on the little princess. You laugh along with her. You humbly accept the little girl's guidance, learning how to dress the little princess. At that moment, the small room suddenly seems filled with light. Shen Youchu leans against the door, quietly watching the beautiful scene before her. Her eyes gradually fill with tears. But you and your daughter have barely played for long. When you look up and see Shen Youchu lost in thought. The faded pale blue shirt she is wearing suddenly looks painfully conspicuous. Your eyes narrow sharply. A thought flashes through your mind. This is a matching parent-child outfit. On Wanwan's second birthday, Shen Youchu secretly bought it behind your back. But because of those clothes, she was beaten, and her phone was sold. Remembering this, you fall silent at once. The next second, you stagger to your feet, cover your mouth, and rush into the bathroom to vomit violently. Only now do you understand how, for a person with a conscience, reliving such acts firsthand can bring such sickening rage. This sudden turn of events terrifies the mother and daughter outside. Shen Youchu flinches in fright, then rushes to the sofa and pulls Wanwan into her arms. Wanwan burrows desperately into her mother's embrace, afraid that after vomiting, Daddy will be like before, and storm out to hit and scold them. After a long while, you emerge from the bathroom in a sorry state. Your eyes are bloodshot. Seeing Shen Youchu and Wanwan so frightened, your heart aches even more. Your stomach continues to churn, but you force down the nausea and say weakly, "I am sorry. I scared you. I just do not feel well." Knowing you are inhabiting this monster's body makes you feel as if countless ants are crawling all over your body. Seeing the wariness still in their eyes, you let out a heavy sigh and silently head into the kitchen. Wanwan may not be done playing yet. Play with her a little longer. I will make lunch. Shen Youchu studies your profile carefully. It is so familiar, yet so strange. In the end, she nods. Holding Wanwan, she returns to the sofa. Wanwan cautiously peeks out. Once she sees you are still the gentle daddy, a smile finally returns to her little face. When lunch is ready, the scent of food drifts through the living room. But after you set the dishes on the table, Shen Youchu sees you, silently return to the spare bedroom. Her lips move, but she cannot say a word. During the meal, Wanwan holds a little spoon in her mouth and suddenly asks, her tiny brows furrowed, "Mommy, why is Daddy not eating with us?" Shen Youchu is taking small bites of stir-fried pork. It is her favorite dish, because you cannot eat spicy food. She has not had it in a very long time. Hearing her daughter's question, she unconsciously glances toward the spare bedroom, then looks back. She suddenly smiles, like a spring flower in bloom. Maybe Daddy and Mommy just are not ready yet. The little girl does not understand. Her little brows furrow even tighter. Meanwhile, you sit blankly in the bedroom. You keep telling yourself it was not your fault, but it still cannot change the fact that you are him. With no other choice, you take out your phone and scroll videos to distract yourself. Your video is still high on the trending list. The comments are all demanding a new song. Just then, the sound of dishes being washed comes from outside. You put down your phone and walk out. A portion of food has been left for you on the table. Shen Youchu is washing dishes in the kitchen, while Wanwan plays with her new toy on the sofa. When she sees you come out, Wanwan is not as scared as before. You smile, walk over, and pat her little head. Then you look toward the kitchen. Shen Youchu has just stepped out of the kitchen. When she finds you watching her, she immediately tenses up, helplessly twisting the hem of her clothes in her hands. Seeing how meek and submissive she looks, you cannot help frowning. Inside, you sigh again. It was her gentle, reserved nature that let the original owner abuse her without restraint. At that thought, your faintly furrowed brow relaxes. So, you take the phone you bought from the coffee table and place it on the table. Looking at Shen Youchu, you speak gently. I bought you a phone. See if you like it. Also, there are a few things I want to discuss with you. Could you come sit here? Shen Youchu had been looking down, but at your words, she suddenly lifts her head to look at you. The first thing she meets is your clear, unguarded eyes. Then, she sees the brand new phone box on the table. Shen Youchu hesitates. After a moment, she softly murmurs, She slowly walks over and sits on the sofa. Is there something you want to discuss? Her voice is very soft. You have to strain your ears to hear her clearly, but you do not answer. Instead, you pick up the phone box from the table and open it yourself. You take out the new sky blue phone. After setting it up briefly, you hold it out to Shen Youchu. This phone is for you. You will need to get your own SIM card. I have already saved my number in it. If I am not home in the future, call me if anything happens. As you speak, you take a thick stack of cash from your pocket and place it before her. This is the cash I just withdrew. Take Wanwan out for a walk this afternoon. It is not good to stay home all the time. Buy anything you need, especially clothes. Look, both you and Wanwan have outgrown your clothes, and get a bank card. Carrying cash is not safe. You keep rambling on, pouring out every thought on your mind in one breath. Yet Shen Youchu only lifts her head and stares intently at you. As she listens to your rambling, the rims of her eyes slowly redden. When she does not take the phone for a long time, you can only rub your nose helplessly. Do you not like this phone? I thought the color was nice, and it is the newest model. If you do not like it, we can go buy one you do like. But Shen Youchu simply looks deeply into your eyes again. I like it very much. Thank you. Her voice is still quiet, choked with tears and trembling slightly. Just then, your eyes suddenly meet. You awkwardly glance away, but inwardly, you breathe a sigh of relief. I am glad you like it. No need to thank me. All right, I am going to eat now. With that, You immediately stand up and stride over to the dining table, digging into the food heartily. Shen Youchu is still wondering where you got so much money, but she does not ask. She simply picks up the new phone on the table and studies it carefully. Wanwan leans in beside her, curiously eyeing the new thing in her mother's hand. Shen Youchu gently strokes the little girl's head. Mother and daughter study the phone together. After eating, you are drenched in sweat. You want to take a shower, but the mother and daughter have stayed in the living room all day. It makes you feel awkward. In the end, you dejectedly return to the spare bedroom. Not until 5 that afternoon does the heat outside finally ease. Shen Youchu hesitates on the sofa for a while, then finally picks up the money on the table. She takes Wanwan and leads her out the door. Wanwan has not gone outside in a very long time. She loves playing outside, but her mother never used to take her out, and her father would not allow them to leave. So she is exceptionally happy this time. The little girl holds her doll in one hand and her mother's hand in the other, skipping along the whole way. Her big round eyes dart everywhere. To her, everything outside is new and fascinating, but Shen Youchu is somewhat reserved. Her steps unconsciously quicken. Watching the pedestrians pass by, she feels inexplicably self-conscious, especially the clothes she and Wanwan wear, which do not fit either of them, make her feel as though people always seem to glance at her twice. The mall is not far away. She vaguely remembers that crossing to streets will bring them here. It has changed greatly from what she remembers. In only 2 years, it seems to have become far more elegant. The moment she enters, she sees a phone store. It has a counter for SIM cards. Shen Youchu hesitates, then leads her daughter inside. The store is quite crowded. The clerks all look busy. Having not spoken with people in a long time, Shen Youchu stands there looking lost. Fortunately, a female clerk notices her and comes over. She first pats Wanwan's head, then says with a smile, "What a good little girl. Miss, are you buying a phone?" Hearing someone praise Wanwan, Shen Youchu smiles too. "I would like to get a SIM card. Can I get one now?" The clerk keeps smiling as she guides Shen Youchu to the counter. "Of course. This way, please. We have several plans to choose from. May I ask which brand of phone you have? If it is one of our brands, you can get a discount on the SIM card." At the mention of a discount, Shen Youchu's eyes brighten. She quickly takes the phone from her pocket and hands it to the clerk. She asks softly, "Will this work? I think it is your brand, and it was bought this morning." The clerk freezes for a moment. She takes another careful look at Shen Youchu. Only a couple of the latest phones were sold that day, and she is here for a SIM card. Naturally, the clerk thinks of you from that morning. So this mother and daughter are the wife and child of that handsome man. But why are they so thin? And their clothes clearly do not fit. That handsome man did not seem like someone who mistreats his wife and daughter. The clerk cannot make sense of it, but she does not ask. Still smiling, she exclaims, "So the handsome man who bought a phone this morning is your husband? You are so lucky. Is this the latest model from your store? With this phone, you qualify for this plan. Pay 100. Get 100 free, plus 600 free minutes." Her service is still as enthusiastic as ever, but this time Shen Youchu is the customer, not you. Dazed by the clerk's chatter, Shen Youchu pays and gets her SIM card. Even after she leaves the store, the clerk's cheerful voice still echoes in her mind. But she actually called him a good man. Shen Youchu wants to tell her, if he is such a good man, she can take him home herself. After getting the SIM card, Shen Youchu gets a bank card as well. She deposits all her cash. After paying for the SIM card, she has 4,900 left. You gave her exactly 5,000 this time. Leaving the bank with her phone and card, Shen Youchu looks at the towering buildings around her and suddenly feels alive. Now she can leave with her child. With the money in her hands, she can find work and support herself and her daughter. She can even pursue her dreams again. This sudden freedom leaves Shen Youchu standing there in a daze, until a child's voice sounds beside her. "Mommy, can Wanwan have an ice cream?" She instantly comes back to herself. Wanwan is still tugging her hand. Her big round eyes are fixed on the ice cream shop nearby. She is practically drooling. Shen Youchu smiles. It is a bright, radiant smile. "You can, but only one. Otherwise, your tummy will hurt." Wanwan loves mommy the most. At last, the mother and daughter are out. You happily take a shower, completely unaware that Shen Youchu might never return. After your shower, you start preparing dinner. The usual to meat dishes, to vegetables, and a staple. Tonight, you plan to make noodle soup. But since you do not know when they will return, you do not make it yet. You set the dishes on the table and leave the cut noodles on the board. Then you head back to the living room and collapse on the sofa. You pick up your phone and browse parenting advice. What should you do when a child will not eat? Give them a beating? No. That will not do. Skip that. Skip that. Wanwan is so well behaved. How could she possibly refuse to eat? Besides, such an adorable little girl. You could never bear to lay a finger on her. Eventually, your browsing makes you sleepy. You yawn and check the time in the corner of your screen. It is already 7 in the evening. Why have the two of them not come back yet? You suddenly sit upright. What if something happened to them? You start to panic. Quickly, You get to your feet and put on your shoes to go look for them. But just as you open the front door, you run into them coming home. A fragrant breeze blows in through the doorway. You are completely stunned. At that moment, Shen Youchu is humming an unfamiliar tune. Her steps light. The curve of her lips shows she is in a very good mood. She carries several shopping bags. Wanwan grips the hem of her clothes with one hand. In her other hand, she still holds the doll you gave her. But what stuns you most is that they have both changed into new clothes that fit. When two pairs of lively, adorable almond-shaped eyes see you, they clearly freeze for a moment too. The next second, Wanwan sweetly runs over, calling out, "Daddy." Clearly, after going out today and changing into new clothes, Wanwan is overjoyed. Hearing her call you daddy nearly makes your heart leap out of your chest. You answer, your voice trembling. Then you crouch down, ruffling Wanwan's hair, and scoop the adorable little girl into your arms. You are the first to head inside. How about daddy makes you noodles today? With 2 eggs. Okay, Wanwan likes eggs. Wanwan loves daddy the most. Shen Youchu stands outside, completely flustered. The little girl had just said she loved mommy most, and switched sides in the blink of an eye. Wanwan does not have to wait long. The egg noodles are ready in no time. You place the noodles before her and tap her little nose. Then, out of habit, you turn toward the bedroom. The moment you turn around, you do not expect that. The little girl suddenly tugs at the hem of your shirt. "Daddy, can you eat with Wanwan?" Her soft, sweet voice sounds again. You turn and meet Wanwan's hopeful gaze. You hesitate, sneaking a glance at Shen Youchu beside her. Shen Youchu says nothing. She does not look at you either, as though she never heard Wanwan. She simply slurps the noodles before her. You are at a loss for words. This situation is hard to handle. Just tell me straight. Are you going to kill me or skin me alive? What does this silence even mean? All you can do is test the waters. Then I will stay and eat with Wanwan. Daddy, sit beside Wanwan. Wanwan answers you. She happily pats the empty chair. You rub your nose and awkwardly bring another bowl of noodles from the kitchen. You sit beside Wanwan. Mommy sits on her left. Daddy sits on her right. For the first time, Wanwan is nestled between both parents. Her smile never fades. She even eats with extra enthusiasm, finishing a whole bowl of noodles. In the end, Shen Youchu worries she will overeat and will not let her have more. Only then does the little girl stop. But after dinner, Wanwan wants mommy and daddy to play Princess House with her. But her wish falls through. In the end, you are the only one playing with Wanwan. After dinner, Shen Youchu returns to the master bedroom alone. You understand. Letting you eat at the table with them must have been a tremendous inner struggle for Shen Youchu. You put yourself in Shen Youchu's place. If it were you, after suffering what she had suffered, you could never peacefully live with your enemy. You definitely could not do it. No. If it were you, the old you would not even have a body left to find. You would have chopped him up and fed him to dogs. You play with Wanwan until 9 that night. Wanwan is so sleepy that her little head keeps drooping, yet she still refuses to go to bed. During that time, you notice a serious problem. Wanwan is already 3 years old, but she still cannot take off her own shoes. Most 3-year-olds are old enough for preschool. You know why. It is because of her unhealthy home environment. This cannot be rushed. Still, it breaks your heart. Just then, Shen Youchu walks out of the bedroom. She says nothing. She silently watches you and Wanwan on the sofa. Her meaning is crystal clear. You get it at once. You lift Wanwan from the sofa and kiss her little cheek. With a smile in your eyes, you say, "Wanwan, it is bedtime. Daddy will play with you again tomorrow." Okay. Wanwan's nearly closed eyes open slightly. She looks at your face, then turns to look at Shen Youchu. Then she suddenly buries her little head in Daddy's neck. Wanwan wants to sleep with Daddy tonight. Her sudden words leave you flustered. Shen Youchu's face darkens slightly too. Nothing is more terrifying than sudden silence. You look innocently at Shen Youchu. This was the little girl's own idea. You truly did not put her up to it. Shen Youchu secretly clenches her fist. That ungrateful little traitor. After all the time I have spent caring for her, and only 2 days, she has fallen for the enemy's sweet tricks. In the end, the little girl gets her way. Shen Youchu quickly gets her washed up. The little girl happily crawls into Daddy's bed. Like a little koala, Wanwan wraps her arms around your neck and will not let go. You let her hold you like that. This is your first time putting a child to sleep. You remember the parenting advice online. So, you gently tell Wanwan a bedtime story. Soon, Wanwan feels completely content and falls deeply asleep. The next morning, Wanwan is still fast asleep. You get up early as usual. You quietly open the bedroom door and enter the living room, ready for your morning run. The next moment, as if you cannot believe it, you rub your eyes. The ointment on the coffee table is gone. Your eyes gradually light up. A knowing smile spreads across your face. Today, you leave home in high spirits, running, showering, and cooking take you over 2 hours altogether. After making breakfast, you have one more task today. Wake your daughter. Wanwan wakes to your gentle voice. She rubs her sleepy eyes the instant she sees you. An adorable, innocent smile. Her adorable, innocent smile slowly blossoms across her face. The little girl holds out her soft little arms, asking Daddy to pick her up. You immediately lift her gently into your arms. You dress her in the new clothes from yesterday. Before carrying her out to wash up, you have watched videos on caring for children. But theory is only theory. Once you put it into practice, you realize how difficult it is. The little girl's body is so delicate. You do not dare use much force, so you are clumsy throughout, especially when tying her hair. You are completely out of your depth. After struggling for ages, you can only tie it crookedly. Daddy is such a dummy. Seeing her crooked hair in the mirror, Wanwan pouts and laughs at you. You pinch her little nose, making Wanwan burst into giggles. She reaches out to pinch your nose too. Shen Youchu walks out of the bedroom and sees this tender scene between father and daughter. She says nothing. She simply walks into the kitchen and brings out breakfast. Perhaps she does not even realize that the corners of her lips have already lifted. After the family of 3 has a simple breakfast, you do not hand Wanwan back to Shen Youchu. Instead, you take Wanwan back to the sofa to play with the princess house. But this time, as you play with Wanwan, you casually teach her some simple numbers from 1 through 10. After noticing Wanwan's difficulties, you quietly make a plan. During everyday play, you will foster her ability to learn independently, starting with simple numbers, then some everyday common sense. You will teach Wanwan little by little. Clearly, this will not happen overnight. Fortunately, Wanwan is very smart. No one had taught her these things before. Now, with your casual guidance, she quickly remembers some of it. You also notice that since Shen Youchu returned yesterday, she seems like a different person. She has a liveliness she never had before. That is a good sign, and it eases your heart. Shen Youchu downloads apps for the platform and other services. While watching the father-daughter interaction, she notices too that you are quietly teaching Wanwan. She watches without showing it, a hint of sweetness rising in her heart. She has long wanted to teach her daughter, but their family circumstances had once been so difficult. Just surviving had been hard enough. How could she possibly have had the ability to teach Wanwan like a normal mother? Shen Youchu looks away and turns to her phone screen. It is the latest phone model after all. Apps download quickly. Within seconds, several apps have finished downloading. The instant Shen Youchu logs into WeChat, unread messages pop up. They are from Chuku, who had been her assistant for 2 years. She only has a few WeChat contacts. Besides you, there are messages from Chuku at her former company. From after her marriage until just 2 days ago, she had sent messages without stopping. Most asked how Shen Youchu was doing, but Shen Youchu had never been able to reply. Looking at the string of messages, Shen Yuchu's heart warms slightly. She immediately replies, "Sorry, Chuku, I have not been able to reply to your messages. I am doing quite well now. Do not worry." Less than 2 seconds after she sends it, a reply comes back instantly. "Miss Shen, you finally resurfaced. I thought after you got married, you did not want anything to do with me anymore. Ms. Shen, you have no idea. Since you disappeared, rumors have been flying around the company, especially that awful Liu Li. She has been unbearably arrogant these past 2 years. She badmouths you to everyone she meets, saying you got what you deserved. It makes me furious." Reading Chuchu's message, Shen Youchu presses her lips together. Liu Li is not wrong. She truly did get what she deserved. Back at the company, she had always outshone Liu Li. After she left the industry, Liu Li acting this way was only natural. "Chuku, how have you been lately? Is life treating you well?" Shen Youchu does not respond to Chuchu's complaints. Instead, she asks how Chuku has been. "I am doing well, Miss Shen. Do not worry about me. I am one tough cockroach. You cannot kill me. I just miss you, Miss Shen. Will you ever make a comeback?" Shen Youchu freezes for a moment. A flicker of longing appears in her eyes. Would she ever make a comeback? She turns to look at you, then at Wanwan. A moment later, the longing in her eyes slowly fades. "Probably not. But if you miss me, Chuku, we can find time to meet up." Meanwhile, at Xiaomei Entertainment's building in downtown Jiangshang, a young woman about 5'3" sets down the heavy load on her shoulder. Excitedly, she taps away at her phone with both hands. But soon, a shrill female voice snaps her out of her joy. "Zhao Chuku, are you slacking off? Get back to work. Do you still think you are the assistant to a popular young star? If you do not want this job, then get out already." The owner of that voice is a woman with a sultry, fox-like face. She tilts up her chin, her narrow eyes brimming with disdain. "What are you staring at? Why have you not carried the equipment to the recording studio? If you delay my recording, can you afford to compensate me?" Zhao Chuku rolls her eyes at the woman, but still hoists the equipment from the floor and heads for the recording studio. "All right, Miss Shen, I have Saturday off this week. Call me when you are free. Seeing that message, Shen Youchu finally smiles. She scrolls through some more, and, finding no other messages, switches over to Weibo. Her last Weibo post was 2 years ago. It was her statement announcing her retirement from show business. Her fan count, once in the hundreds of thousands, has now dwindled to a few thousand. Aside from inactive accounts, there are surprisingly still longtime fans, who often leave messages asking after her. She casually browses Weibo's trending topics. They are all recent celebrity gossip, yet several of them are about a song that has recently gone viral. With You for Life, a heavenly song, a mysterious singer. One video brought Buffan over 1 million followers overnight. Who is he really? An in-depth analysis. A closer look at this recent hidden gem of a song. Shen Youchu is curious what this viral song sounds like, so she taps on the headline. Her phone automatically opens a video. A familiar guitar melody begins. The living room abruptly falls silent. Only the singing echoes around the three of them. Embarrassed, you turn your head away. Wanwan's big eyes flutter, and she jumps into Shen Yuchu's arms to watch the screen. Shen Youchu is completely stunned. That familiar voice. Wasn't it the song that came from your room 2 days ago? So he had been recording a video that day. Wanwan is the first to speak. She points her little hand at the phone screen and looks up at Shen Youchu. Daddy. Daddy's on the screen. MMHMM. It is Daddy. Shen Youchu replies, patting the little girl's head. Only now does she understand why you had so much money to replace their furniture. He has millions of likes. How could he not have money? She turns to look at you, at the sharply defined profile of your face. Her gaze is impossibly complicated. After getting her mother's answer, Wanwan happily throws herself into your arms again. Her two little hands cup Daddy's face. Her big eyes shine brightly. In her sweet little voice, Daddy is so gentle. Wanwan wants to sing too. Her two soft little hands press against her own cheeks. Your gaze slowly softens. You cup your daughter's little face in your big hands. Does Wanwan like singing too? I do. Wanwan's big eyes curve into crescents. She answers without hesitation, her smile growing even brighter. Alright, then Daddy will teach Wanwan to sing. Once Wanwan learns, she can sing on the phone too. How does that sound? Wanwan nods her little head eagerly. Then, happily, she turns to your profile and gives it a big kiss. The kiss makes you beam with delight. Under the little girl's admiring gaze, you race into the spare bedroom and bring out the guitar. Back at the sofa, you hold the guitar and tune its strings. When you turn, Shen Youchu and Wanwan are both watching you without blinking. Your face flushes, a rare sight. Then you brush the strings. Today, Daddy is going to make up a nursery rhyme just for Wanwan. Daddy will sing it once for you first. The next time, Daddy sings one line, and Wanwan sings one line after me. Okay. Wanwan nods happily, her little face full of anticipation. This song is called Courage Explosion. Listen carefully, Wanwan. With that, you gently strum the strings. A lively melody fills the living room. Wanwan surprisingly has an excellent sense of rhythm. She sways and bobs her head along with the melody. You cannot help swaying along with her. Watching the father and daughter move in perfect sync, Shen Yuchu's gaze gradually softens. A smile quietly appears on her face. She even joins in your rhythm. For the first time, the whole family is completely immersed in happiness. Even the living room seems brighter in that moment. Following the song, Wanwan clenches her tiny fist and strikes a superhero pose, ready to charge. You set down your guitar too, and make the gesture with her. Then you gently tap Wanwan's pert little nose. Wanwan leaps into your arms, her little arms wrapped tightly around your neck. Daddy. Wanwan likes this kind of daddy. Please don't go back to the way you were, okay? Wanwan's soft, sweet voice rings in your ear. Your lips part slightly, and your eyes suddenly fill with tears. You hold Wanwan tightly in your arms, burying your face in the folds of Wanwan's clothes. Daddy will never be like that again. Your voice is hoarse but resolute. Shen Youchu cannot see your expression right now. Her face is already streaked with tears. Yet she is smiling. She knows those days will never return. Never again. You are the first to compose yourself. You set the guitar beside you and lift Wanwan onto your lap. Wanwan, let us learn the song now. I will sing one line, and you sing one after Daddy. Okay. Okay. Wanwan agrees at once. For the rest of the morning, it becomes a lesson for father and daughter. All morning long, their singing echoes through the living room. Seeing them immersed in learning the song, Shen Youchu quietly starts making lunch. But she is clearly not as skilled at cooking as you are. So at lunch, Wanwan keeps insisting she only wants Daddy's cooking from now on. Jealous, Shen Youchu shoots the little girl a look. She is even more indignant inside. You ungrateful little thing. You sold out after only 2 days. This family atmosphere puts you at ease. This is what a real family should feel like. Wanwan learns quickly. In only 3 days, she can sing all of Courage Explosion. At Wanwan's strong insistence, you film a video of her and upload it to the platform. In the video, Wanwan wears a pink princess dress with a bow in her hair. Her body sways to the music. She is adorable beyond words. You grin from ear to ear while filming. Your whole face seemed to proclaim, that's my daughter. Your face radiates proud, smug delight. Shen Youchu, watching from the side, happens to notice it and nearly laughs herself breathless. It is the first time she has seen you act like this over those 3 days. Because of your good behavior, Shen Yuchu's relationship with you improves considerably. At least now, Shen Youchu will start a conversation with you. No one expected the second video from the Boo fan account to be a children's song. The song is original again, and just as wonderful. At the platform headquarters, Liu Yan spots the video immediately. After watching it in full, he gives it maximum promotion without a second thought. Such an adorable little munchkin, and such a beautiful song. Liu Yan wears a doting grin, his smile stretched wide across his face. Then the platform's trending list explodes again. The buzz around with you for life has not even died down. When the storm of courage explosion sweeps in, this video's popularity rises even more fiercely. In just one afternoon, it reaches 5 million likes. The comment count is even more outrageous. As a result, that evening, you have to mute your phone again. Holding Wanwan on the sofa, you happily scroll through the comments without tiring. Every commenter is a comedian. You simply cannot stop scrolling. If I had a daughter like this, I would not let a single blonde punk within 100 miles of her. That is the most liked comment. The next day, Saturday, you finish your morning run, wipe away your sweat, and push open the front door. There, Shen Youchu is wearing a newly bought spaghetti strap nightgown. As she comes out of the bathroom, she has clearly just showered. As she dries her hair, her lovely face is flushed pink by the warm air. The two of you stare wide-eyed at each other. A line of poetry suddenly comes to mind. Natural beauty needs no adornment, like a lotus rising pure from clear water. It could not suit Shen Youchu better right now. Seeing you stare at her like a fool, Shen Youchu instinctively covers her chest. Her face slowly turns crimson, and even her earlobes redden. You have been married for over 2 years, yet this feeling now is like that of a young couple newly in love. Morning, Shen Youchu tries her best to stay calm. As she greets you, her steps toward the bedroom unconsciously quicken. You give a brief reply. Shen Youchu says nothing more and flees back to the bedroom. You smile helplessly, shaking away your wild thoughts. Humming a tune, you walk into the bathroom. Shower, cook, wake Wanwan up. The daily 3-step routine. When you push open the bedroom door, Wanwan is still deeply asleep. Her little mouth is slightly open, and she lies sprawled across your large bed. After several days of regular meals and sleep, Wanwan's complexion is much rosier and more radiant. She is still so thin, but visibly much more lively. You sit by the bed and watch her for a while, then lean down and gently pinch her little nose. Wanwan, wake up. Time to eat. The little girl puckers her lips in bed and slowly opens her eyes. When she sees you, the corners of her mouth cannot stop lifting. Then she slowly reaches out her little arms and wraps them around your neck. Daddy, her babyish voice is soft and coaxing. You smile, reach out, and pick her up. You leave the bedroom and set her on the stool by the sink. For the past 2 days, the little girl has washed her face and brushed her teeth herself. You stay beside her to steady her, squeezing her toothpaste and handing her towels. Wanwan is very smart. You taught her for only 2 days, and she learn how to do it. Shen Youchu comes out of the bedroom just then. Her long hair is swept up high behind her head, tied into a little bun. Seeing Shen Youchu like this, your eyes light up. You secretly nod to yourself. Now that is the energy a woman in her 20s should have. She is still too thin. She would look even better with a little more softness to her figure. Shen Youchu is still a little nervous. Her cheeks are faintly flushed. It is her first time dressing like this at home. She wonders whether she looks good. She looks up at you, still caring for Wanwan, then quietly walks over and sits at the table. His eyes seem to light up just now. So I must look good, right? Wait. Why do I care what he thinks? Shen Youchu puffs out her cheeks in annoyance. Her chopsticks absent-mindedly stir her bowl. She is angry at herself for being so hopeless. You sit down with freshly washed Wanwan in your arms. Wanwan sweetly calls out, Mommy. Then she picks up her little spoon and scoops up the golden millet porridge before her. Can you come out with us today? You are enjoying your food with your head down. When you suddenly hear Shen Youchu speak, you look up at Shen Youchu, your face full of confusion. Shen Youchu nods. She does not look at you, but her earlobes are already bright red. Sure, you agree without hesitation. On the way, you hail a taxi. Today, you are headed to Yida Plaza downtown. Shen Youchu and her former assistant, Zhao Chuku, are meeting at a milk tea shop there. The reason she brings you and Wanwan along is simply that Zhao Chuku wants to meet the little girl. In these past few days, Wanwan has been glued to your side, never leaving you for a moment. So, you are simply getting a free pass because of Wanwan. After 2 years, she can finally see Ms. Shen again. Zhao Chuku is thrilled. She buys several milk teas in advance and keeps watching the shop entrance from her seat. Zhao Chuku worked with Shen Youchu for a year and a half. The two were like sisters. Shen Youchu had always treated her very well. It was just a shame that Shen Youchu later got together with you. Zhao Chuku never understood why Ms. Shen had insisted on staying with such a worthless man. It made no sense to her. her. She had tried to talk Shen Youchu out of it, but Shen Youchu had set her heart on it and would not listen to anyone. As Zhao Chuku gets lost in her thoughts, she suddenly spots that familiar figure, leading a bouncing little munchkin, walking in through the shop entrance. Her eyes light up. She leaps up and waves. "Miss Shen, over here." Hearing the call, Shen Youchu looks up and sees Zhao Chuku waving. A smile blooms across her face. Chuku truly has not changed. She is still so lively and cheerful. As they draw close, their eyes are full of joy, and both are misty with tears. The sisters are reunited after so long apart. Neither can contain her emotions. Zhao Chuku studies Shen Youchu carefully, and her eyes grow even redder. She grabs Shen Yuchu's hand, her little mouth puckering into a pout. "Miss Shen, you have gotten so thin. Has that man been treating you badly? Where is he? I will teach him a lesson for you." Shen Youchu presses her lips together, then sits down with Chuku, and sits down with Wanwan in her arms. Only then does she speak. "Do not worry, Chuku. He treats me well now. What about you? After I left, has work been going smoothly?" "I am doing well, too. Sister Shen, you have no idea how much I missed you." The two catch each other up on their lives. After chatting for a while, Zhao Chuku finally turns to the little girl. Wanwan has been sitting quietly beside them. Zhao Chuku was too busy catching up with Shen Youchu to get a good look at her, but looking closely now, her eyes immediately light up. She looks so much like Sister Shen. They look like they were carved from the same mold, especially those bright, lively eyes. One look is enough to make anyone adore her. "Sister Shen, is this Wanwan? She looks just like you. She is adorable." As Zhao Chuku speaks, she leaves her seat and crouches before the little girl. She reaches out and strokes Wanwan's cheek. Then her brows knit slightly. Like Sister Shen, the little girl is far too thin. Zhao Chuku is absolutely furious. She is certain that worthless man must have treated Sister Shen and the child badly. The more she thinks about it, the angrier she gets. She wants nothing more than to confront that man. So she looks up at Shen Youchu. "Sister Shen, was he not coming too? Where is he?" Shen Youchu can sense Zhao Chuchu's hostility toward you, but she does not know how to explain it. She can only give an awkward smile. Wanwan wanted ice cream. He went to stand in line and buy some for her. Zhao Chuku naturally notices Shen Yuchu's expression. Her anger immediately intensifies. Her sister Shen has always been gentle and reserved. Now, that gentle reserve holds a trace of timidity. She can feel it, afraid she might frighten the child. Zhao Chuku can only snort and return to her seat, but inwardly, she grits her teeth and wants to kill you. Zhao Chuku is just about to speak when she suddenly stops. Her gaze gradually sharpens. As she looks toward the shop entrance, Shen Youchu freezes. Her expression grows even more awkward. She assumes you have arrived and drawn Chuchu's hostility. Just as she is about to turn around, a slightly shrill voice rings out behind her. "Zhao Chuku, you have time to sit around drinking milk tea. Have you finished the work I assigned? Liu Li, will you ever stop? Today is our day off." Zhao Chuchu's face darkens, like a cat with its fur standing on end. She glares at the speaker. Shen Youchu turns around and finally sees that it is Liu Li. She was once a rising star at Shen Yuchu's former company, also known as a powerhouse singer. Well, if it is not Sister Shen, should Sister Shen not be at home, being a good wife and mother? "What are you doing out here looking for Chuku?" Liu Li smiles, but every word drips with mockery. Before Shen Youchu can say anything, Zhao Chuku erupts beside her. "Liu Li, mind your own business. It is not a workday. Stop making those sarcastic remarks. Sister Shen, let us go. There is a mad dog barking here. It is ruining our mood." With that, Zhao Chuku picks up Wanwan and takes Shen Yuchu's hand to leave, but Liu Li steps in front of them. She looks at Shen Youchu, the corner of her brow twitching, then smiles again. "Oh, Sister Shen, how did you get so thin? Are things that difficult for you? If times are hard, just come to me. I might even throw you a little charity. I am just a kin-hearted. Look at Chuku. She runs errands for me now. She is doing just fine. Is she not? Would you not agree?" "Chuku." Zhao Chuchu's face turns ashen. She stares at Liu Li without saying a word. Shen Youchu whips her head toward Zhao Chuku, her eyes filled with disbelief. Running errands meant doing exhausting manual labor. How could the company make Chuku do that? But this clearly is not the time to ask. Shen Youchu turns back, anger now flashing in her eyes as she faces Liu Li. But just as she is about to speak, Zhao Chuku speaks first. "My contract with the company expires at the end of this month. I will resign then. I hope someone remembers the higher they climb, the harder they fall. If Sister Shen makes her comeback, someone might wake screaming from their dreams." Liu Li freezes at her words. Shen Youchu still cast a shadow over her. After all, Shen Youchu overshadowed her for a full year and a half, back when Shen Youchu was around. Who even knew Liu Li? But Liu Li soon laughs. She looks at Shen Youchu with contempt. "A comeback? That is the funniest joke I have ever heard. What company would dare sign a washed-up performer with a child? Speaking of children, Shen Youchu, your child is quite pretty. You might want to consider training her to become the next rising star." As Liu Li speaks, her face full of disdain, and she gets so carried away that she reaches for Wanwan's cheek. Get your filthy hands away from her. Touch her if you dare. I will make you regret it. Your eyes turn vicious. You stride quickly to Shen Youchu, handing the ice creams to the three of them. Then you face Liu Li, shielding Shen Youchu and Wanwan behind you. Liu Li is startled. She instinctively retreats to steps. Your anger is clearly intimidating, but she regains her composure. When she takes a closer look at you, she suddenly laughs. So it is that pretty boy freeloader. What a useless loser. I wondered who it was. So it is you. What? Are you planning to hit someone in public? You frown and turn to Shen Youchu. Your eyes question her. Clearly, you are asking where this shrew came from. She is a singer from my former company. I did not expect to run into her here. The way you look when you are angry, perhaps others are not afraid of it. But Shen Youchu is a little frightened. When she sees you looking at her, she lowers her head slightly. Seeing Shen Youchu like this, your frown deepens, and you sigh inwardly. You do not question Shen Youchu further. You turn around and look down at Liu Li, a singer. Sorry, I have never heard of you, and I do not know you. I only know that a good dog stays out of the way. Move aside. You say it with complete seriousness. Liu Li's voice turns even shriller. You should know your place. Do you think I do not know? You suck up to Yi Qian and Chen Shuai from Wyong Boy Band every day. You are always buying them drinks. So why are you pretending to be some big shot in front of me now? You think carefully about those two names and finally remember who they are. They were members of the former owner's old boy band. After leaving the industry, the former owner wanted to debut again. He really did often buy them drinks and grovel for their favor, but they could not care less about him. I do not know those two very well either. Keep harassing us, and I will call security. Liu Li shoots you a vicious glare, but obediently steps aside. You reach back and take Shen Yuchu's hand, signal for Zhao Chuku to follow, and head straight outside. But as you pass Liu Li, she suddenly calls out to Shen Youchu again. Oh, what a shame. Someone will never be able to sing again. Shen Youchu, my new song comes out at the end of this month. Having said that, Liu Li actually laughs happily. How could Shen Youchu possibly compare to me? Liu Li's smug, spiteful voice echoes in their ears. Zhao Chuku wants nothing more than to rush over and slap her. Liu Li knows sister Shen loves singing, yet she cannot sing now. Those words are a cruel twist of the knife. Your steps halt as well. You give Liu Li a long, hard look, then continue outside without expression. Shen Youchu says nothing. She only presses her lips together softly. Then, suddenly, a young child's voice rings out. It is bright and resolute. My mommy sings better than you. You are a bad Annie. Everyone is stunned. No one expected the little girl to speak up for her mother. You are stunned for only a second, then smile and ruffle the little girl's hair. Impressive, you think. She really is my daughter. You had still been angry, but once Wanwan speaks, your anger vanishes without a trace. Ignoring Liu Li's reaction, you all leave that toxic place behind. The group arrives at a restaurant. Shen Youchu and Zhao Chuku talk together. They had been walking earlier, and Shen Youchu had worries she did not ask about. Now that they are finally seated, with no outsiders around, she takes Zhao Chuchu's hand and finally asks what has been troubling her. Chuku, how did you end up running errands for Liu Li? And Sister Yun, what is she doing now? Sister Yun was Shen Yuchu's former manager. She is nearly 40 years old, but she has always been good to them. At Shen Yuchu's question, Zhao Chuku cannot hide her sadness. After you left, Sister Yun was fired soon afterward. She looked for work for a long time, but found nothing. Then her mother fell ill and was hospitalized. She needed to stay at the hospital and care for her mother, so she could only find work as a nanny. Shen Youchu never expected Sister Yun to have fallen so far. Her vision blurs slightly, and she can vaguely see Sister Yun as she once was, decisive and efficient. Both women fall silent. Shen Youchu presses her lips together. She knows this is all her fault. Had she not been so willful, Sister Yun would not be like this. Sister Yun had defied the company's orders for her so many times. When Shen Youchu still had prospects, the company naturally said nothing. She simply walked away from the industry without a second thought. So it was easy to imagine how the company treated Sister Yun. The mood turns heavy. After a hurried meal, Zhao Chuku speaks with Shen Youchu a little longer, then leaves in a hurry. Shen Youchu remains deeply downcast. The three of you had planned to take Wanwan to the amusement park that afternoon, but now she has no heart for it. Of course, you can sense her feelings. You want to say something, but in the end, the words do not leave your lips. Truthfully, you do not understand either. Why? Shen Youchu had seemed utterly bewitched back then into marrying you. The former owner did not know, and you know even less. Shen Youchu wants to go home. She wants some time alone, but when she sees Wanwan's hopeful eyes, she cannot bear to disappoint her, so that Wanwan will not be disappointed. The three of you still go to the amusement park. The little girl is thrilled. It is her first time at an amusement park. She grabs your hand and tries to rush inside. Shen Youchu forces herself to rally as well. She does not want Wanwan to remember her first trip to the amusement park someday. With mommy feeling sad, the family starts with the carousel, then enjoys several more rides. Before they know it, The sky darkens. Colorful lights come alive throughout the park. Their final ride is the Ferris wheel. When you carry Wanwan inside and sit down with Shen Youchu, Wanwan is already asleep in your arms. The Ferris wheel rises slowly. The colorful, glittering buildings below gradually shrink. But what you do not know is that this is Shen Yuchu's first time at an amusement park too, and her first time on a Ferris wheel. Her almond-shaped eyes peer curiously outside the cabin, sparkling brightly. She watches the view outside. You watch her, perhaps sensing your gaze. Her earlobes slowly turn red. She shoots you a bashful, machinoid glare. It is the first time you have seen that look in her eyes, and you can barely handle it. The Ferris wheel's lights fall across her thin face, and suddenly, she dazzles you. The Ferris wheel continues its slow ascent. The next moment, from all around the castle, almost at once, fireworks launch into the sky. At the instant the fireworks bloom, you clearly see a breathtaking smile bloom on Shen Yuchu's face. It is a smile from the heart. You are almost spellbound. The Ferris wheel slowly reaches its highest point. The fireworks become clearer, and Shen Yuchu's lovely face even more captivating. You do not have to be afraid like you were before. Amid the fireworks, your voice is soft. Shen Youchu does not hear clearly. She turns to look at you, her eyes questioning. You do not look at her. You keep watching the brilliant fireworks overhead and say softly, "You are too gentle. That is not good. People will take advantage of you. You do not have to be afraid like you used to be. I know. You want to sing. I also know there are many things you want to do. Go and do them without worry. I will take care of Wanwan." Shen Youchu does not respond. When you turn to her, gleaming streams of tears run down her face. She presses her lips together, staring at you without blinking. The intense hurt and complexity in her eyes seem ready to drown you. You immediately grow nervous. You cannot understand why. She suddenly starts crying. "Who are you?" Shen Youchu keeps staring at you. Her almond eyes are misted with tears. Her clear voice is quiet, but it thunders through your heart. You fall silent, and the air grows still. Even the fireworks seem to fall silent. After a long while, you finally give her a gentle smile. Then you speak, your voice suddenly hoarse. "I am Lu Fan." Shen Youchu keeps looking at you. Your smile makes her heartbeat lose its rhythm, like a startled fawn racing through her chest. Your answer is even more unexpected. She looks into your clear, shining eyes, and her tears fall even faster. She hugs her knees, burying her head, and sobs softly. Then she says, "Yes, you are Lu Fan. You are not him. Who else could you be?" Let me tell you a cliché story. There was once a little girl in an orphanage. She was very timid, but at the orphanage, there was an older boy, 1 year her senior, who always protected her. One day, a group of boys bullied her. That boy shielded her behind him. He never let her suffer any harm, though he was left covered in wounds. To her then, that boy was her whole world. But after that, he disappeared. Years later, after she grew up, she saw him again, and finally got her wish to marry him. After hearing this, you are left speechless. At last, you understand some things. Shen Youchu raises her head. Her eyes are blurred with tears, and she looks so lonely and vulnerable. She has finally revealed the secret in her heart. No one understood her stubbornness. Everyone felt she deserved better. Only she believed it had all been worth it. But the outcome was so terrible. She regretted it countless times. Until you came into her life as the man you are today. She asked who he was. He said he was Lu Fan. That was enough. Suddenly, you understand how Shen Youchu feels. Seeing the tenderness and affection in your eyes, Shen Youchu cannot hold back any longer. She throws herself into your arms, competing with Wanwan for a place in your arms. She sobs quietly. Wanwan is woken by the noise, her eyes hazy with sleep. She looks at her mother in confusion. Mom has taken her spot. The little one pauses for a moment, then happily wraps one arm around Daddy and the other around Mommy. Smack, smack. She plants a kiss on each of their cheeks. Today is Wanwan's happiest day. You look at the big and little beauties in your arms and cannot help laughing. Life is moving in a better direction. That is enough. Though some plans will need to change. The fireworks gradually fade. The Ferris wheel slowly descends to the ground. Shen Youchu carries Wanwan and walks ahead. You follow behind, watching Shen Youchu stride briskly ahead. You rub your nose. After getting off the Ferris wheel, Shen Youchu leaves your arms. In an instant, she seems to return to her usual cold attitude toward you. Shen Youchu is terribly nervous. Even the arms holding Wanwan are clenched tight. Her earlobes and cheeks feel hot. She actually stayed in your arms for so long. She even nuzzled against you like a young girl. How mortifying. She is sure you are secretly laughing at her. When you stepped off the Ferris wheel, she saw the hidden amusement on your face. Thinking of that, Shen Youchu quickens her pace even more. She is practically speed walking. You have no idea why this woman is suddenly so energetic. You have to jog just to keep up with her. Not until you leave the amusement park. Do you see Shen Youchu has no intention of stopping? You can only call out to stop her. "Hey, are you planning to walk home? Let's hail a cab here." Only then does Shen Youchu stop. She stands by the roadside without looking at you. She is even more certain you are laughing laughing at her behind her back. Damn it, that is even more embarrassing. After waiting a long time, you finally manage to hail a cab. For the first time, you consider buying a car. Back home, you carry Wanwan to her room and tuck her in. Then you hurry to the bedroom. Once in bed, you quickly fall asleep. While you sleep soundly, Shen Youchu tosses and turns as she lies in bed. The moment she closes her eyes, her mind involuntarily fills with scenes from the amusement park today. A little frustrated, Shen Youchu pulls the blanket over her face. She tries to force herself to sleep, but her fluttering lashes constantly reveal just how unsettled her heart is. At 6 in the morning, you wake up right on schedule, as usual. You jog, wash up, make breakfast, and wake Wanwan. Your whole routine is done, but Shen Youchu still has not come out of her room. Looking at the tightly shut master bedroom door, you scratch your head. Looks like you got home rather late last night. She is still asleep even now. You have no intention of waking her. You will just leave her some breakfast. Then you wash and put away the used chopsticks. When you leave the kitchen, Shen Youchu is up as well, her pretty face slightly flushed. She crosses the living room and heads to the bathroom to wash up. Do you still want to keep singing? You ask. At the sound of your voice, Shen Youchu pauses slightly. For a long while, she does not respond. Holding your phone, you lean against the bathroom doorframe, quietly waiting for her answer. A moment later, her gentle voice finally reaches your ears. I do. Just one word. Nothing more. In Shen Yuchu's heart, the life she has now is already more than she dared imagine these past 2 years. Singing is a distant dream she can only bury in her heart. You do not ask anything else. You merely nod. Then take your phone back to the spare bedroom. You open your direct messages and begin searching. Your inbox has long since exploded. Since posting your first video, you only gave it a quick scroll and never checked it again. Finding anything now is difficult. Still, you silently scroll through the screen, patiently sorting through the messages one by one. At last, your eyes light up. You immediately open one message. As you read its contents, your fingers tap the screen unconsciously. For certain reasons, you originally posted videos only to make money. Once you had earned enough, you would get Wanwan and Shen Youchu settled, then leave after your job was done. But after what happened yesterday, you change your mind. The message is simple. Thanksing Entertainment sincerely invites you to join our team. With your musical talent, we will, in the shortest possible time, make you a top-tier superstar. Thanksing Entertainment's contact number is at the end of the message. Thanksing Entertainment is one of Wagwo's 3 entertainment giants. You do not hesitate. You enter Thanksing Entertainment's number and call. The phone is answered after only a few rings. A mature woman's voice comes through the receiver. Hello. Who is this, please? Hello. My account name is Bufan. I received your company's invitation message. Is now a good time to talk? At that moment, Li Xia answers the call at the headquarters in Modu. She looks slightly stunned. She never expected this creator named Bufan to actually call her. After all, several days have passed since she sent the invitation. She thought he had no interest in entering the entertainment world. Hello, are you still there? When the other end goes silent, you ask again. Li Xia suddenly snaps out of it. A flash of delight spreads across her face. After all, the hottest thing online these past few days has undoubtedly been this mysterious man, Mr. Bufan. I am Li Xia, Deputy Director of Thanksing Entertainment's Human Resources and Administration Department. Li Xia, would you like to join Thanksing Entertainment? Director Li, I am sorry, but I have no plans to enter the entertainment industry for now. However, I would like to recommend a singer to you. Would your company be interested? Li Xia cannot hide her disappointment. She shakes her head with a wry smile. The one she wants is Bufan. Mr. Bufan, here is the situation. I am only a deputy director. If you were joining us, with your fame, I could approve it myself. But if it is someone else, you do not need to worry about that. The singer I am recommending is absolutely first-rate. Besides, I will compose and write songs for her. Mr. Bufan, I understand what you mean. I will need to seek approval from management. Alright, then I will wait for your call. 5 hours later, she calls you back. We have discussed it. The person you recommend may join the company, but management feels that you have only released 2 songs so far, and one of them is a children's song. Please do not misunderstand. Both songs are excellent, but management would still like to see more of your composing ability. Would that be possible? Just as expected, with only 2 songs. They are not yet convinced of your ability. Composing, right? Sure. Your answer is brief and direct. Li Xia had been feeling uneasy, but hearing Bufan agree so readily, she feels a measure of relief. She has worked tirelessly on this all day. She believes in Bufan's talent, but management still has doubts. Still, the company agrees to give Bufan a chance. Recently, Wayne has given several entertainment companies a difficult challenge. Because of this challenge, they have recently invited many lyricists and composers, but none have impressed them. Every one of them was turned down. If Buffan can solve this problem, the company will never doubt him again. Mr. Buffan, could we discuss the details in person? We need you to come here and write lyrics and compose on site. Licia says earnestly. She also wants to meet this mysterious man and see what he really looks like. You consider it, other than looking after the child. You have nothing else to do at home. So, you readily agree. All right. When and where? Modu. If possible, it would be best if you could come tomorrow. After all, the sooner you come, the better it is for you. It will better prove your value. Then tomorrow afternoon, after hanging up, you book a 10 o'clock flight for tomorrow morning. Before long, you fall into a deep sleep. When Shen Youchu returns with Wanwan, she finds you sound asleep. Wanwan walks over to the sofa and gently nestles into your arms. In your dream, it feels as if a kitten keeps rubbing against your face. You can barely breathe and jolt awake. Wanwan's cheerful laughter rings in your ears. You look down and discover it is your precious daughter, pinching your nose with her soft little hand. Daddy, it is time to eat. You smile knowingly. Suddenly, this kind of life feels rather wonderful. The aroma of food drifts over from the dining room. It makes your stomach growl. Shen Youchu then emerges from the kitchen, carrying 2 bowls of rice. She glances at you and says softly, "You had not woken up, so I made dinner. It looks, smells, and tastes amazing. Just looking at it makes me hungry." At your praise, Shen Youchu becomes a little shy. She nods and returns to the kitchen, bringing another bowl of rice to the table. As the family eats, you place a piece of crispy pork in Wanwan's bowl. Then you turn to Shen Youchu and say, "I need to go away tomorrow. I do not know how many days I will be gone." Shen Youchu is drinking soup. When she suddenly hears this, she chokes at once and cannot stop coughing. You quickly hand her a tissue, concern written on your face. Shen Youchu takes it, turning away to wipe her mouth. Hearing that you are suddenly leaving, she truly feels flustered. She does not know whether she should ask where you are going. Just a week ago, she had wanted to escape from you. Yet now, hearing that you are leaving, she instinctively does not want you to go. Wanwan is the one who asks, "Where are you going, Daddy?" You rub her little head. "Daddy is going to find Mommy a job." Then you look at Shen Youchu. "I am sorry. I did not ask what you wanted and made the decision for you before I had everything arranged. I did not tell you. Now a company has asked me to come discuss it. If this works out, you can make your comeback openly. Fanxing Entertainment should be a decent company. He wants me to sing again." Shen Youchu instinctively looks at you. You are completely serious. As your eyes meet, mist suddenly fills Shen Youchu's almond-shaped eyes. Her eyes turn faintly red. Her beautiful gaze becomes as gentle as water. It is more than you can handle. You quickly lower your head and eat. Shen Youchu never imagined that one day she could truly sing again. And this man had chosen that path for her himself. "Thank you. I love singing. I truly love it," Shen Youchu says softly, her voice growing firmer. She loves singing. She also wants Zhao Chuku and Sister Yun to have better lives, so they will never be bullied again. Ever since meeting Zhao Chuku, she has been worried about them. "No need to thank me. As long as you love it, that is enough for me." You look up, smiling gently. The next morning, you two should head back. I will only be gone a day or 2 at most. Then I will be back. Do not worry. You hail a cab to the airport and turn to Shen Youchu as you speak. Shen Youchu nods. There is unexpected reluctance in her eyes. Not long ago, she could not wait to escape you. Yet in only a few short days, she has grown reluctant to see you leave. You are only going away for 2 days. Why are you acting like this is a life or death farewell? You force yourself not to look at her again. You turn and get into the cab. The car pulls away. The 2 figures in the rearview mirror slowly grow smaller. You close your eyes, unable to name the feeling in your heart. 3 hours later, you step off the plane and immediately feel Moda's energy. Compared with Jiangsheng, there are simply too many people here. Amid the surging crowd, you struggle to inch forward, only after reaching exit 5. Can you breathe a little easier? Standing before the exit, you scan the crowd outside holding signs, searching for your own name. Before coming here, you had arranged a time with Licia. She was to meet you at the exit. There are too many people holding signs, many of them fans greeting celebrities. After searching for ages, you finally spot a tall woman in a business suit. Her sign bears the name Buffan. You walk over and wave to her. "Hello, are you Director Li? I am Buffan. My real name is Lu Fan. Sorry to keep you waiting." Licia studies the man before her. A flicker of surprise crosses her eyes, but she hides it well. She knew you were young, but not this young. You look like a fresh college graduate, and you have the perfect face to be a star. Licia cannot help feeling regretful. If only she could sign you, that would be wonderful. "Hello, I am Licia. There are too many people here. My car is in the underground garage. It is lunchtime now. Let us eat first, then discuss this properly." "All right." You nod and walk out beside Licia. Licia is clearly a seasoned professional. As you walk, She keeps finding topics to discuss. She had assumed someone your age would not be much of a conversationalist, but after speaking with you, she finds that you can keep up with every topic, speaking with ease. You are nothing like the shy young men she knows. Licia thinks even more highly of you. Truly capable people thrive anywhere. Naturally, you have no idea that Licia has raised her opinion of you again. If you didn't know, you would be speechless. After all, you carry memories from 2 lives. Combined, you are already over 50. If you lacked even this much social awareness, you might as well go hang yourself. The two of you get into the car. You gaze out at bustling Modu. Licia occasionally tells you about Modu's local specialties. Before long, you arrive at a distinctive local restaurant. While waiting for the food, Licia finally gets down to business. I will call you Mr. Liu. Who are you recommending this time? An amateur or a professional singer? Director Li. Have you heard of Shen Youchu? She used to be a singer, but later left the industry. You could say she is making a comeback. As the conversation turns serious, your expression grows solemn as well. Licia frowns. She has heard Shen Youchu's songs. She was a hugely popular young singer 2 years ago, and her vocals were undeniably excellent. But the reason for her frown is that Shen Youchu was forced out after her relationship was exposed, and the man she dated was apparently a useless pretty boy. That makes this difficult to handle. Licia considers this for a moment. She tucks a loose strand of hair behind her ear before fixing her gaze on you. I know her. What is your relationship with her, Mr. Liu? Do you know why she left the industry? Looking Licia in the eyes, you answer calmly. We are married. She is my wife. Even the experienced Licia, upon hearing your answer, is left wide-eyed. He is that legendary pretty boy. You have to be kidding. Could Shen Youchu have divorced that man and found another? Seeing Licia's expression, you guess what she is thinking. You give a bitter smile and say, you are right. I am the man whose relationship with her was exposed back then. The one who left the industry with her. Licia suddenly does not know what to say. She has heard of Shen Youchu, but never knew who she had been with. You used to be the kind of boy and idol who got by on his looks, so naturally, she had not paid attention to you. Now she is beginning to doubt whether you wrote those 2 songs. You do not give her time to dwell on it. Seeing her conflicted expression, you continue. Is it so difficult for her to join your company? If it truly puts you in a difficult position, I will find another way. And I am not merely asking you to sign her. I also want her at your company to have the best resources and complete freedom. The contract must not tie her down either. In the end, it comes down to business. I believe that with my help, Fangxing Entertainment will reach new heights. I hope you will consider it carefully. You finish in one breath, then calmly lift your glass and take a sip. Licia's face turns grave. She is clearly conflicted. She says, the truth is, we have never worked together. Based solely on the 2 songs you released. Those 2 songs alone do not give you enough leverage to demand so much. I recognize Shen Youchu's vocal ability, but the entertainment industry is about more than singing. I believe you understand that. Making her come back will not be difficult, but top-tier resources and a flexible contract. We have practically never offered terms like that. Please give us time to discuss this thoroughly. This is no small matter, though Licia does not explicitly refuse. Every word makes it clear that this is nearly impossible. You may discuss it, but let me make my position clear as well. I can help not only with your current problem. If you need songs in the future, or even scripts, whatever the genre, all you have to do is ask, and I can provide them. I truly hope we can work together successfully. You invited me here this time because you wanted to see what I can do, did you not? Well, I am here. Why not decide after you have seen my abilities? You speak evenly, looking utterly confident. Licia looks deeply at you. She has never met anyone so confident. This is the legendary pretty boy. People truly are blind. After the meal, Licia hurries away. She has to discuss the matter with the company. Before leaving, she gives you a hotel key card. Wait for my news. Those are her final words before she leaves. You head to your hotel room, wash up quickly, and lie on the bed to think. If Fangxing does not work out, you will approach other companies. If none of them work, you will just earn more money, work harder, and start your own company. You could quietly build it up with Shen Youchu. You do not realize at all that your mindset has changed without you noticing. At first, you only wanted an easy, idle life. Now, you are working tirelessly for Shen Youchu. In that short time together, you have grown more and more considerate of them. Without realizing it, you have become part of this little family. Licia calls at 3 in the afternoon. She is already downstairs. She says you need to go with her to Fangxing Tower. You say nothing more and head downstairs to meet Licia. Fangxing Entertainment's headquarters is located in Modu's most prosperous district. The entire building belongs to Fangxing Entertainment. On the 18th floor of Fangxing Tower, Chairman Li Jian, Human Resources Director Zhang Hao, and several other Fangxing Entertainment managers are present. Zhang Hao looks displeased. Chairman, I have nothing but respect for Deputy Director Li's abilities, but this this time. I think she is taking this Lu Fan far too seriously. He used to be a complete nobody in the industry, yet now he is making such outrageous demands. I think we are wasting our time. In response to Zhang Hao's complaint, Li Qian waves a hand, a pleasant smile on his face. We should give young people a chance. Let us see his talent first. If he cannot deliver, I am sure my daughter will not press the matter. Seeing the chairman's kindly demeanor, Zhang Hao can only swallow his frustration. Yet inwardly, he grumbles. Is this not only because she is your daughter? You are clearly playing favorites. Seeing Zhang Hao's aggrieved expression, Li Qian smiles again. As the company's chairman, he would not simply do whatever his daughter asked. In truth, he has heard those two songs as well. They can only be described as perfect, but there is no need for him to explain anything to Zhang Hao. As for whether Lu Fan truly wrote those songs, the proof will be in the performance. At that moment, Li Xia brings you into the reception room. The moment you enter, you see many of this world's biggest stars. Every one of them is at the top of their field. It truly is one of the industry's big three. The sheer luxury gives the place an imposing elite air. The instant you enter the reception room, every eye in the room turns toward you. Their gazes hold all manner of emotions. You calmly take a seat opposite them. Alone before the group, your expression remains composed. Li Qian cannot help feeling a measure of admiration. Such a young man, yet so poised before such an intimidating gathering. A good first impression. All right, now that the man himself is here, let us begin. Mr. Lu. Correct. We discussed your demands in a meeting. We can sign Shen Youchu. We can also give her top-tier resources, but the contract cannot be unrestricted. That is something we truly cannot offer. No company signs contracts that way. I trust you understand what I mean. You nod. Of course, you understand. So, how long would the contract be? Li Qian chuckles as he looks straight at you. 5 years. We will develop her with the best resources available, and whatever songs she wants to release or events she wants to attend. We will not restrict her. You frown slightly. You do not fear his gaze in the least, and meet his eyes directly. 5 years is too long. I believe in my ability. With your resources and my talent, she will be a top star within 1 year. Perhaps she will not even need a year. So the longest I can agree to is 2 years. In the remaining year, she will bring your company more than enough profit. For those 2 years, you will not need to worry about Shen Youchu's songs, and I can write songs for Star Entertainment free of charge, but only a limited number. Anyone can talk big. A top star within a year. Are you dreaming? No sooner have you finished speaking than the man seated beside Li Xia, a balding man, lets out a mocking chuckle. He looks at you with open contempt. You merely glance at him. You do not acknowledge him, keeping your eyes on Li Qian instead. Li Qian narrows his eyes. His fingers lightly tap the table. The smile on his face grows more pronounced. Confidence is a good thing in a young man. 2 years is not impossible, but it all depends on what you can do. We invited you here this time, partly to discuss our partnership, but Wayne has also recently launched a nationwide campaign. Every company is required to take part, but only one song will be selected. I intend to win it. Do you have the ability to make that happen? You nod slightly. Is this not exactly why I came here? Deputy Director Li will brief you on the campaign details. Then I will await your good news. As long as your song is approved, I will sign the contract immediately. Li Qian smiles lightly, making his final decision. With everything settled, you finally relax. You stand and shake Li Qian's hand, then leave the reception room with Li Xia. Li Xia sighs inwardly. She never expected her father to accept such outrageous terms. But this campaign is indeed extremely important. It is an event organized by the authorities. The company whose song is selected will naturally gain official favor. The benefits speak for themselves. When Li Xia looks at you, her gaze is complicated. She truly hopes you will astonish everyone. It would prove that her judgment was right. Then, the gossip around the company would disappear on its own. Take a look. These are the campaign guidelines. You have only 3 days to write the song. I hope you can pull it off. I also hope our partnership succeeds. Li Xia takes a file folder from a drawer and places it before you. You open the folder. A bold title catches your eye. Ordinary Heroes. The moment you see those words, your expression turns serious. You continue reading. The office is silent. Only the sound of you turning pages remains. This is the most serious you have looked since transmigrating. You turn the page. Several photographs are underneath. The first shows doctors and nurses in protective gear. The second shows 3 firefighters. Behind them is a fire that has just been extinguished. The third shows several soldiers from behind. Their faces cannot be seen. The fourth shows a classroom on the verge of collapse. A teacher is holding a child, passing the child to someone outside. Behind him, there is no one left. He is the last one. After reading every document, you carefully arrange the papers. After putting them away, you take a deep breath. At that moment, Li Xia breaks the office's silence. Well, can you do it? You only have 3 days. Wayne will close the selection process in 3 days. You nod. Do not worry. Leave it to me. Within 3 days, I will definitely give you an answer you will be satisfied with. With that, you put away the folder and rise to your feet. That settles it. Prepare some manuscript paper for me. I will study this at the hotel. All right. I will take you back. She does not waste any time. She knows that writing a good song in 3 days is difficult. At 9 that evening, you shower and sit at the desk. You spread the manuscript paper across the table. Pick up your pen and think in silence. After thinking for a long time, you finally decide. This is the one. Just be ordinary. The next morning, after a simple breakfast, you do not notify Licia. You take a cab alone to Star Entertainment. Licia is still busy working in her office. She is startled by your sudden visit. You have time to come here. You only have 3 days, man. Why are you not working on the song? What song are you even going to write? I finished it. You smile at Licia's stunned expression. Then you hand her the manuscript paper. Take a look first. Do you think this song will work? Licia stares at you as if you are a monster. The capable, composed woman rarely loses control of her emotions like this. Is this a joke? What good song could anyone write in one night? Surely he had not just dashed this off to fob her off. Frowning, Licia takes the manuscript. Yesterday, she thought this young man was steady and outstanding. Yet today, he has proven her wrong. She wants to see what he wrote in one night. Licia lowers her gaze to the manuscript. When she sees the title, she remains calm. But then, as she slowly finishes reading the lyrics, she is utterly stunned. These lyrics are pure genius. Every line speaks of ordinary people, yet every line reveals something extraordinary. The whole song never mentions the word hero, yet every line is about heroes. These lyrics strike straight at the theme. Licia eagerly looks over the sheet music. A moment later, she suddenly looks up at you. Her eyes shine brightly. You really wrote this in one night? You rub your nose. What else would it be? I stayed up all night to finish it. So, is this song good enough? Licia's eyes shine even more brightly. She stares intently at you. You are incredible. I was right to choose you. Could you sing it for me? I want to hear how it sounds sung aloud. You nod and close your eyes. After gathering your emotions, you begin to sing softly. One day, perhaps we will go far away. Perhaps we will meet again. When you finish, Licia is still lost in the song. Only when you cough softly twice does she finally come back to herself. Flustered, she wipes the tears from her face. Her eyes shine even more brightly. They shine so brightly that you cannot meet her gaze. Somewhat uncertain, you ask, is it all right? It is more than all right. Young Lu, I never imagined you would give us such an enormous surprise. The office door suddenly opens. Li Qian walks in, applauding. His face is filled with delighted surprise. Zhang Hao, the human resources director, follows behind him. Zhang Hao is clearly shocked. He can hardly believe it. It has only been a short while, yet you have already written a song. And such a perfect song at that. Dad, why did you come in without knocking? Seeing who it is, Licia looks slightly flustered. She secretly wipes her tear tracks again. She calls out to Li Qian in displeasure, but Li Qian shows no remorse. He is still smiling cheerfully, yet the way he looks at his precious daughter is somewhat strange. It has been so long since he saw his daughter act like such a shy young woman. If I had not come in, how would I have known that young Lu had written such a wonderful song? You are left speechless. Just like that, you have gone from Mr. Lu to young Lu. You cannot help mocking him inwardly. He really is a businessman. Anyone who brings him profit becomes family. You flatter me, Chairman Li. I am glad you are satisfied. You say, I am extremely satisfied. Young Lu, now that we have the song, as long as Weian selects it, we will sign Shen Youchu's contract immediately. For now, let us sign a cooperation agreement first. That should put your mind at ease, should it not? Li Qian nods with a smile. You finally breathe a sigh of relief. You know in your heart that this is practically a done deal. The group signs the cooperation agreement on the spot. Once the song is selected, the partnership you discussed with Star Entertainment will begin immediately. After the signing, you bid Li Qian farewell. Chairman Li, now that everything is settled, I will be on my way. All right, I hope we work well together. You nod slightly, holding the agreement. You turn and walk toward the office door. I will see you out. Just as you are about to leave, Licia suddenly says. You notice she has barely dared to look at you. She seems embarrassed by acting like a starstruck fan earlier. It clearly makes her feel ashamed. For someone as cool and composed as her, it was mortifying. But now, you are leaving. From her expression, you catch a trace of inexplicable reluctance. I thought you still had work to finish. Little Lu is not a child. Why does he need you escorting him everywhere? You have just turned around and have not yet spoken. Li Qian, seated across from you, suddenly speaks first. You smile gratefully at Licia. Thank you for the kind offer, Director Li. I can take a cab back myself. With that, you turn and leave the office, gently closing the door behind you. You stride away. Inside the office, Licia is like an angry little kitten. Dad, what was that about? He just delivered the song, and you immediately sent him away. How could you do that? Watching this unfold, Zhang Hao gets chills all over. He swallows and hurriedly says, I still have work to take care of. I will be going now. Before Li Qiang can respond, Zhang Hao bolts from the room. He firmly shuts the door behind him. Only after getting outside does he wipe the sweat from his brow. Seeing his daughter's reaction, Li Qiang does not get angry. He merely speaks earnestly. Xiaoya, you are not getting any younger. It is time you found someone. That Lu boy is quite good. But do not forget, he is married, and as far as I know, he has a daughter too. Li Xia falls silent for a moment, then says coldly, of course I know. I only offered to see him out because you invited him here. That is all. The poised woman returns to her icy demeanor. Even her father, Li Qian, feels intimidated by her aura. All right. As long as you know. I just remembered. I have work to do too. With that, Li Qiang quickly heads out, but just after stepping outside, he suddenly pokes his head back in. I mean it. Sweetheart, you are already 26. You really should find someone. Get out. You got it. I will stop nagging. Fine. I am getting the hell out of here right now. Having just returned to the hotel, you have not even chosen a flight yet. When Li Xia calls, Mr. Lu, I am sorry. My father's tone was inappropriate. I apologize on his behalf. Li Xia apologizes over the phone. Her tone is rather cold, as though she is still angry at someone. You are somewhat surprised. You had not taken it to heart. Besides, Li Qian had put it quite tactfully. As a powerful investor, he had already shown you considerable respect. As for whether he meant to discard you once you had served your purpose, you had seen all kinds of people in the business world. So, you understood perfectly well. It is fine. I do not think he did anything wrong. Please do not dwell on it. Hearing that, Li Xia's tone softened slightly. As long as you do not mind. By the way, are you on your way back to the hotel? I am already at the hotel. I was going to pack up, book a flight, and head back to Jiangsheng. There is a brief silence on the other end. Then Li Xia speaks again. Here is the thing. Mr. Lu, you should wait another 2 days. If your song is selected, Wayne will likely need your help. After all, you wrote both the lyrics and music. No one understands this song better than you. Hearing Li Xia's words, your plan to return home falls through. A hollow feeling fills your chest. All right. I understand. I will stay a few more days. Let me know when the time comes. After ending the call with Li Xia, you lower your phone regretfully. You turn to watch the scenery rush past outside. You find yourself missing the little one at home. Thinking of Wanwan, you do not even notice the smile that rises to your face, as if she could sense his thoughts. Shen Youchu calls at that very moment. You answer the call. Wanwan's voice immediately comes through. Hello, is that Daddy? It is the little one. Even without seeing Wanwan, a doting smile still spreads across your face. You reply, it is Daddy. Does Wanwan miss Daddy? I miss Daddy. Mommy wants to know when you are coming back. Back at home. Wanwan holds the phone in both hands, nestled in Shen Youchu's arms. She speaks sweetly. A blush immediately creeps across Shen Youchu's lovely face. She helplessly rolls her eyes at the little girl. Wanwan was the one begging to call Daddy. Why was she dragging her into it now? She had never asked that. Then tell Mommy, Daddy will not be home for a few more days. You hide a smile, guessing inwardly that the little one wants you to come home, but is using Shen Youchu as an excuse. Hearing this, Wanwan is clearly unhappy. She whines into the phone. Your lips curl into a slight smile. You shift into a comfortable position, lie face down on the bed, and ask, Wanwan, did you eat properly today? At that, Wanwan immediately looks up at her mother. Then, like she is up to no good, she lowers her head and whispers, yes, but Wanwan likes Daddy's cooking better. The little girl's tone is utterly serious. So serious that even Shen Youchu, eavesdropping nearby, laughs in exasperation. So young, and she already knows how to complain about me. She is indirectly saying my cooking is bad. Then Shen Youchu hears your hearty laughter from the other end. Shen Youchu's face turns even redder. She snatches the phone away. All right, that is enough talking to Daddy for today. Hey, I did not ask her that. I know. Is everything all right at home? Hearing her explanation, you reply with a smile. Shen Youchu only grows more annoyed. Are you holding back laughter? Fine. You have only been gone for 1 day. What could possibly happen? All right. I am done talking. I am hanging up. I need to make lunch. Hey, you cannot do that. I have not talked to the little one enough yet. Bye. Shen Youchu gives you no chance. She hangs up immediately. Her face is burning hot. If they keep talking, she fears she might want to hit someone. Seeing Wanwan still staring regretfully at the phone, Shen Youchu decides that for lunch today, she will make Wanwan's least favorite leafy greens. That is right. Children cannot be picky eaters. You hear the dial tone. Though disappointed, you are still smiling. This is the first time you have seen Shen Youchu show such a little temper. Before, she always seemed so repressed. How should you put it? You would have called her someone who lacked a sense of self. But now, that is slowly changing. She is becoming herself again. And that is a good thing. The wait feels endless. August is only a few days away. You have already spent 2 days in Modu. During that time, You speak with Licia several times by phone. The relationship between you is no longer so distant. At least now. Licia no longer calls you Mr. Lu every other sentence, which had always sounded awkward to you. You still rise early for your morning runs. Everything seems calm and uneventful. There is still no news from Huiyan. All you can do is wait. On the evening of the third day, you receive a call that feels both strange and familiar. Hey, is that you, Lu? It is Shen. Hearing that, you quickly sort through the original owner's memories. He was the original owner's best friend from college. Madman. Long time no see. Recalling Shen's character in those memories, you greet him with a smile. Having a true friend does not seem so bad. Lu, what happened to you after you got married? You do not answer your phone, and you do not reply to messages. Do you look down on your buddy now? From the other end of the line, Shen's reproachful voice comes through, yet beneath it lies a trace of concern, and it warms your heart. The original owner was to blame. After marrying, he kept trying to ingratiate himself with Chen Shuai and Yi Qian, even neglecting his best friend. I was wrong before. Be the bigger man and forgive me. Let me off this once. Next time we meet, I will treat you to dinner. To make it up to you. Deal? At that, you curse the original owner again. What an idiot. He could not even tell a true friend from a false one. He is a disgrace to the name Lu Fan. Haha. You said it. We will talk when we meet next time. Bye. With that, Shen hangs up. The moment you end the call, Licia calls. Huiyan has selected your song. According to Licia, their people took one look and picked this song from countless submissions. Licia sounds thrilled. When she calls you, she is already downstairs from your hotel. She says Huiyan is preparing to shoot a music video, and they need you, the songwriter, there to guide them. You head downstairs. When Licia sees you, she brushes aside the loose strands over her forehead. Her eyes shine brightly. You rub your nose, pretending not to notice her gaze. Let us go. It is getting late. If we finish early, we can still make it in time for lunch. Without a word, you climb into the back seat. Apparently, you would not fit in the huge front passenger seat. The director handling Huiyan's music video called and could not stop praising you. So, do you have any ideas for the music video or lead singer? Do not let us down when we get there. Licia is clearly worried. You are young and have never faced anything like this. Relax. I know what I am doing. There is not the slightest sign of nerves on your face. Licia glances at you in the rearview mirror. Seeing that you truly are not nervous, she drops the subject. 2 hours later, the car pulls into the parking lot before an office tower. The two of you walk into the building side by side. Licia must have arranged it beforehand. The moment you enter the building, a group of people immediately comes to greet you. Grandpa Lin, why did you come down yourself? If my father finds out, he will scold me to death. Licia hurries forward, takes the leading elder's hand, and speaks coquettishly. The gesture startles you. A glamorous woman acting coy. Even the gods could not resist that. A smile blooms across the elder's face. His expression is full of fond indulgence. Girl, do not try that on me. Your father would dare scold you? He should count his blessings if I do not give him a beating. The usually poised woman actually blushes. She says coyly, All right, let us talk business. This must be young Lu. As they say, heroes often emerge in youth. What an impressive young man. Hello, Grandpa Lin. You are too kind. I am Lu Fan. You politely nod to the elder. Good. Talented and polite. No wonder you wrote this song. I am the director for this music video. My name is Lin Seeley. If you do not mind, you can call me Grandpa Lin, just like Licia does. Grandpa Lin. Then I will gladly accept. A faint smile remains on your face. Good lad, let us go upstairs. Lin Seeley is delighted. Even the way he addresses you changes. He takes your hand and leads you toward the elevator. He does not even think to introduce the others behind him. You can only follow along. Still, you nod politely to the middle-aged men. The elevator goes straight to the 20th floor. The moment you step out, Lin Seeley pulls you into the recording studio. Little Lu, Licia says you are an excellent singer. Could you sing something for us first? We have not heard this song since receiving it. We have not chosen a lead singer either. You nod in agreement. Little Lu, would you prefer to sing a cappella or use the piano? This song only needs piano accompaniment. Once business begins, Lin Seeley becomes much more serious. He leaves you alone in the recording studio and takes everyone else outside. As a staff member switches on the microphone, the middle-aged men wait in eager anticipation. You enter the recording booth, sit down, and gather emotions. Once you slip into work mode, your whole demeanor turns serious. From outside, they can see that inside the recording booth, your expression visibly transforms. Lin Seeley nods at the sight. Now that is a true musician. Inside, you begin to play the piano. The opening notes of Just Be Ordinary ring out. Everyone outside immediately holds their breath, listening to the piano. They stare inside without blinking. Here or on the far shore, along winding roads of partings and reunions, through sorrow and joy, people meet and part. When the song ends, you take a deep breath and settle your emotions. Before standing, you walk out of the recording studio. The people outside are still staring at you in a daze. The next moment, everyone breaks into spontaneous applause. Lin Seeley excitedly steps forward and grips your hand. His eyes blaze with excitement. Little Lou, that is exactly the feeling. I do not think we need another lead singer. You should do it. I have a feeling this song will spark a wave of attention online. A storm celebrating ordinary heroes. That is exactly the impact we want. Those heroes who serve quietly deserve to be heard. Praised so highly by the old man. Even someone as seasoned as you cannot help but blush, but you still shake your head. With utter sincerity, you tell Lin Seeley, Grandpa Lin, I should not be the lead singer. I have a better idea. Would you hear me out? Lin Seeley frowns. Could anyone be a better lead singer than the song's own writer? Seeing Lin Seeley is clearly reluctant, you stop keeping him in suspense and quickly explain your idea. It is like this. Grandpa Lin, I think this song is better suited to children singing it. For one thing, children's voices are clearer and more ethereal. For another, having the nation's children sing about its unsung heroes will touch people more deeply. Hearing your explanation, Lin Seeley's eyes widen. My goodness. Is this young man a genius? How had he not thought of it? Children are naturally endearing. If they sing it, alongside the footage he has filmed, it will surely touch countless hearts. Brilliant. No wonder he had taken a liking to this young man. Lin Seeley's gaze grows even more fervent. Even the middle-aged men behind him seem to have had a sudden revelation. They all stare at you in disbelief. They selected this footage from thousands of clips to match the song's length, but they simply could not settle on a lead singer. They never expected you to solve it with a single sentence. Little Lou, you truly are a genius. Would you be interested in working for Wanwan? Rest assured, Wanwan would never let your talent go to waste. It is obvious that Lin Seeley has taken a real liking to your talent. He wants to bring you to his side because he thinks wasting talent like yours elsewhere would be a crime. No, no, no. Grandpa Lin, I am just a couch potato. I am already more than satisfied to have helped you this time. You wave your hands repeatedly, refusing. Lin Seeley is speechless. Are all couch potatoes like this nowadays? Still, he does not pressure you. After all, you are right here, and you are not going anywhere. If an opportunity like this comes up again, he can simply ask you then. By the time you leave Wanwan Tower, it is already 1 in the afternoon. Your head feels completely stuffed. The moment those people start discussing work, they become impossibly energetic, practically turning into workaholics. In the end, it takes Li Xia's playful insistence that it is time for lunch, for the two of you to finally escape. Lu Fan, shouldn't you treat me to a meal? With this collaboration with Wanwan, you are going to make a fortune. Li Xia shows a rare bit of playfulness. She sticks out her tongue and teases you. This cool, commanding woman is acting less and less intimidating. You raise an eyebrow. You are wealthy and well established. Are you really going to fleece an ordinary man like me? Does that not embarrass you? So stingy. Li Xia rolls her eyes at you. She huffs and climbs into the car first. You smile and hurry after her. The better you get to know this glamorous woman, the more you realize how kind she truly is. She has none of the intimidating presence she had when you first met. She is cold on the outside, but warm at heart. In the end, you still fail to escape buying the meal. Li Xia happily enjoys a lavish dinner at your expense. After the meal, Li Xia drives you to Fengxin Entertainment. This time, you are here to collect the contract, which was your original goal. Shen Youchu's signing contract. The two of you step into the elevator. For some reason, you suddenly feel that Li Xia does not seem to be in very high spirits. She looks completely listless. She had just mooched a lavish meal off you, too. You truly cannot understand women. They are impossible to figure out. After leaving the elevator, you go straight to Li Qian's office. He has been waiting there for quite some time. The contract is ready and waiting on the desk. His unchanging smile is on his face as he looks at you entering through the door and says, Young friend Lu, it is a pleasure doing business with you. Here is the contract. Take a look and see whether anything needs to be added. You nod. You sit down at the desk and review the contract in front of him. The contract is perfectly legitimate. There are 3 identical copies. It takes effect as soon as Shen Youchu signs it. Its terms are exactly as previously discussed. Fengxin Entertainment will provide Shen Youchu with the best resources and the greatest possible freedom. To put it simply, Shen Youchu can do whatever she wants. No one can force her to do anything. That is exactly what you wanted. The contract lasts 2 years. After that, renewing it will be entirely up to Shen Youchu. After reading the entire contract, you put it away. You stand, extend your hand, and shake Li Qian's. Thank you, Chairman Li. It is a pleasure doing business with you. The fact that he offers such a contract greatly improves your opinion of Li Qian. At least he is not like other unscrupulous tycoons, whose contracts are filled with traps. No need to thank me. I value your talent. You value our company's resources. It is simply mutually beneficial. Besides, you once promised to write songs for our company, so I will not draw up a separate contract for that. I trust your character. young friend Lu. Li Qian also stands and says while shaking your hand, of course I will honor my word, but you make your own position clear. Do not worry, but let me make one thing clear first. I only write lead singles, and I choose whom to write for. I do not want every Tom, Dick, and Harry coming to me for a song. You have a temper and enough talent to back it up. Li Qian's opinion of you continues to improve, but when he looks at his daughter beside you, he secretly sighs again. What a shame. You are so young. So, why did you marry so early? With your talent, young friend Lu, if our top singer did not need a song, I would not have approached you. After all, you know that once your reputation grows, everything you write will be a masterpiece. Ordinary people will not be worthy of your work. The two sides reach a pleasant agreement. At this point, Li Qian suddenly changes the subject. Now that you have the contract, when are you planning to leave? Young friend Lu, you do not know what he means by the question, but you answer immediately. I plan to return to the hotel and pack now. I will book a flight and leave shortly. After all, there is nothing else here that requires me. Chairman Li, is there anything else you need to discuss? No, nothing else. Then I wish you a safe journey home. Li Qian quickly says with a smile. But to your eyes, that smile seems strange. Why does he seem so happy to hear that you are leaving? Without giving it much thought, you stand and take your leave. Li Xia escorts you all the way to the hotel entrance, but does not follow you inside. Ever since entering Fengxing Entertainment, she has seemed low-spirited the whole time. Lu Fan, I will not drive you to the airport. You can go by yourself. I have something to take care of, so I will leave first. You turn and wave. All right, be careful on the way. Then you turn and walk into the hotel. Li Xia watches your back and feels inexplicably annoyed. She floors the accelerator and drives away. I can finally go home. I miss my little sweetheart so much. You quickly pack your luggage. You book a flight, check out, and hail a taxi in one smooth motion. At 6 in the evening, your hands are full of gifts. As you walk into the familiar, rundown neighborhood, your steps grow noticeably lighter. When you finally push open the long-missed front door, the living room is completely silent. Shen Youchu and Wanwan seem not to be home. Not seeing the people you wanted to see right away leaves you quietly disappointed. Yet the next moment, the door to the master bedroom suddenly opens. Shen Youchu steps out prettily, rubbing her bewildered eyes. The instant she sees you, she wakes with a start. Her eyes widen involuntarily as she stares at you. She is wearing a strappy nightgown. One strap is slipped down to her arm. Her hair is tousled from sleep, and her small mouth hangs slightly open. She looks like a sleeping beauty brought to life before your eyes. The two of you freeze at the same time. In the fading evening light, you simply gaze at each other in silence. Then a radiant smile slowly spreads across your face, and you say, I am home. A rosy blush slowly rises across Shen Youchu's face. She stands there, unsure what to do. Her heart flutters with nervousness, yet a faint sweetness wells up inside her. She lowers her head and answers softly. Without even thinking, she takes the strap that slipped to her arm and quietly pulls it back onto her shoulder. Oh, right? This is for you. You suddenly produce a bouquet of lavender from behind your back. I happened to see someone selling it by the roadside. It smelled lovely, so I bought you a bouquet. Shen Youchu presses her lips together. She steps forward and gently takes the lavender from your hand. Her face is already glowing crimson. This is the first bouquet of lavender you have ever given her. Its meaning is redemption and hope. She loves it. Thank you. Shen Youchu gathers her courage, looks up, and meets your eyes. Her lashes flutter softly. Have you eaten? You smile at once. Not yet. You two have not eaten either, have you? I will make dinner. Go wake Wanwan. Shen Youchu had intended to cook herself. You have just returned from your trip. You must be exhausted after a long day, but seeing the resolve in your eyes, and remembering that your cooking is far better than hers, she finally nods. I will wake Wanwan. She will be so happy to know you are back. She has been asking about you for the past 2 days. With that, Shen Youchu turns and returns to the master bedroom. This time, she does not close the door. She leaves it wide open. You glance inside. Wanwan lies sprawled on her back across the bed, fast asleep. Shen Youchu carefully lifts her up, but she does not react at all. Not until Shen Youchu carries the little girl before you, kisses her little cheek, and whispers in her ear, Wanwan, wake up, Daddy is home. Wanwan suddenly stirred. She slowly opens her adorable almond-shaped eyes. She looks around in confusion. Then her little eyes suddenly light up. She reaches her tiny arms toward you, waving eagerly. It is Daddy. Daddy, hold me. Wanwan misses you so much. Like a little koala. Once you hold her, she wraps her arms around your neck and refuses to let go. She just clings to you. Even when you head to the kitchen to cook, she will not get down. In the end, Shen Youchu has to put on a stern face and tempt her with the new toys you bought. Only then does she finally pry the little girl off you and set her on the sofa. As Wanwan plays with her toys, her big eyes keep darting toward the kitchen, as if afraid you might disappear again. After working away for a while, Dinner is served. The little family sits happily around the dining table. Shen Youchu looks down to see Wanwan already holding her little chopsticks, slurping down big mouthfuls. A single noodle vanishes into her belly in an instant. Her eyes have curved into happy crescents. She eats as though Shen Youchu has starved her for days. It leaves Shen Youchu both annoyed and helpless. She cannot compete. What else can she do but admit defeat? That makes Shen Youchu eat faster too. Why do she and Wanwan never seem to have this appetite when they are home alone? But the moment he comes home, they both inexplicably relax. Shen Youchu eats while her thoughts run wild. The thought is frightening. They used to want nothing more than to stay away from this man. Yet in such a short time, you had subtly changed them, without their even realizing it. Soon, only slurping can be heard at the table. When Shen Youchu finishes eating, she realizes that you and Wanwan finished long ago. The two of you stare at her in unison. Shen Yuchu's pretty face flushes again. She hurriedly wipes her mouth and stands to hide her embarrassment. Then she gathers the bowls and chopsticks from the table. I will do the dishes. You should spend more time with Wanwan. She stacks your bowl with the others, then carries them into the kitchen. Watching Shen Youchu breeze into the kitchen, you shake your head. You really were not trying to compete with her this time. Why was she in such a panic? Daddy, come quickly. Build blocks with Wanwan. Wanwan jumps down from her chair and pulls you by the hand toward the sofa. With your help, Wanwan builds blocks into the shape of a little house. Giggling in her sweet, babyish voice, you deliberately ask about how things have been at home. The little girl tells you everything, especially when it comes to Shen Youchu. She completely gives her mother away. Mommy misses Daddy too. I often see Mommy watching videos of Daddy singing and smiling secretly. You cover your mouth, quietly laughing. You really did not mean to ask about that. The problem is, Wanwan says it so loudly, she does not notice at all that Shen Youchu has stormed out of the kitchen. Shen Yuchu's pretty face is red as a ripe apple, but her eyes are full of icy warning. She stares down at this little traitor who sold out her mother to please her father. Wanwan notices that Daddy has suddenly gone silent. She looks up in confusion and sees Mommy's bright red face. With a little squeak, she hides in your arms. She keeps murmuring, Mommy cannot see me. Shen Youchu cannot help laughing. She reaches out and pats the little bottom sticking out from under your arm. But she fixes her eyes on your secretly amused face and explains, do not listen to Wanwan's nonsense. I do not do that. You do too. Mommy is lying. Lying is naughty. With her little face buried deep in your arms, Wanwan calls out in a muffled voice. Shen Youchu looks ready to explode. You immediately raise both hands in surrender and fully expose the little girl. No, I believe you. A wise man knows when to surrender. But poor Wanwan is in trouble. Shen Youchu immediately scoops her up and playfully roughs her up. The little girl's big eyes sparkle like stars as she reaches toward you, sitting stiffly in the distance. She never imagined you would turn around and hand her over to Mommy. For this family's peace and prosperity, my little sweetheart will just have to suffer a little. The family plays together for a while. In the end, Wanwan sits there looking aggrieved, bearing it all alone, building blocks by herself. You ruffle her little head, then stand up. You take a paper document envelope from your suitcase and place it before Shen Youchu. Mission accomplished. Take a look. This is the contract from Fangxing Entertainment. Shen Youchu looks at your serious expression. Her lashes tremble slightly, betraying the turmoil in her heart. You had been away for only a few days, yet you had truly brought back a contract for her. Shen Youchu lowers her head, picks up the envelope, and opens it. She flips through the contract inside. When she reads all the way to the end, her hands begin to tremble. This is a contract she would not even dare dream of. Top-tier terms. Complete freedom. Even if she had never left the music industry and had kept singing, she still would not have a contract like this today. Shen Youchu does not know how you managed it in only a few days. What had you gone through? How much had you given? What did it take to secure a signing contract beyond anyone's wildest dreams? Shen Youchu looks up and gazes at you blankly. Her eyes glisten with tears, her small lips pressed together. As she holds your gaze, a gentle smile remains on your face, as though none of it were any big deal. After a long moment, Shen Youchu finally speaks softly. Lu Fan, I would be fine if I did not sing. Her voice is quiet, but there is not a trace of hesitation. She is utterly resolute. You frown slightly, not understanding. She clearly loves singing. She wants to sing. So, what does this mean now? You do not understand. What on earth is going through this woman's mind? Why? Have you not always wanted to sing? Now you have the opportunity. Why are you backing down? Your tone sharpens slightly since coming here. This is the first time you have spoken to her this way. As a lifelong bachelor, you naturally cannot understand. Shen Yuchu's heart is a mess. Suddenly, she feels that living like this would be nice. If she truly goes back to singing, she fears things will change. She fears life will never be like this again. Shen Youchu presses her lips together again. She looks straight at you, as tears roll down her cheeks one by one. After a moment, she finally says in a faint, distant voice. I am scared. I am scared something bad will change in the future. This is the first time Shen Youchu has directly told you what she is afraid of. You pause for a moment, then your furrowed brow smooths, and you break into a radiant smile. It is a very warm smile. You take a tissue and gently wipe the tear tracks from Shen Yuchu's face. Shen Youchu, what kind of man do you take me for? I am telling you seriously. Go for it without fear. No matter what happens, none of this will change. After all, I am ready to be a full-time dad. Shen Youchu never expected you to say that, or to wipe away her tears yourself. It has been so long since Shen Youchu experienced such intimacy that she immediately lowers her head shyly. Her slightly flushed face turns scarlet in an instant. She has no time to think about her tangled feelings anymore. At first, you think she is still afraid of all this uncertainty, but now you understand. Shen Youchu is probably afraid of change. After all, someone who has stayed home too long will naturally feel that way. So, you speak again. I mean it. Leave Wanwan to me. I will take good care of her. Besides, you have seen your contract. It gives you plenty of freedom. You can come home whenever you want. Do not worry about home. Just take care of yourself out there. As you go on, Shen Youchu does not hear a single word. In her mind, she can only see the moment you gently touch her face. Wanwan on the sofa has already begun, secretly watching mommy and daddy interact. She can clearly see that on mommy's lowered face, the corners of her lips have lifted slightly, while daddy is still talking on and on. She is too little to know what happened. She only knows mommy must be happy now, and daddy is still worried about her. So she pounces onto your lap, tilting up her face and blinking her big eyes. Then, on a sudden whim, she says, Daddy, Wanwan wants to sleep with mommy and daddy tonight. The moment she says that, you freeze solid. Shen Youchu looks up, staring at the little girl in shock. Her heart pounds as if it might leap from her chest. Please, daddy. When you do not answer, Wanwan starts acting adorable, rolling around on your lap. You swallow hard. You turn to Shen Youchu, whose neck is crimson. Her eyes dart away. You need to ask your mommy if she agrees. How is she supposed to answer that? Shen Youchu is nearly overwhelmed with embarrassment. She hurriedly stands up and heads for the bathroom. I am tired. I will wash up and get ready for bed. Shen Youchu flees in panic. Only you and Wanwan remain in the living room, staring wide-eyed at each other. You have no idea what to do. Wanwan springs up from your lap, wrapping her arms around your neck. Mommy said, Daddy only needs to be ready. Did Shen Youchu really say that? You look at the tightly shut bathroom door. You can faintly hear washing sounds inside. Then I guess it is fine. You breathe in the little girl's milky scent, trying to bolster your courage. You tell yourself, this is entirely for Wanwan, not for any other reason. After quite a while, Shen Youchu finally comes out of the bathroom. She quietly returns to the bedroom. As she passes the living room, she does not even glance toward the sofa. Only then do you stand, holding Wanwan. You take her into the bathroom, help her wash up, then quickly wash up yourself. Then you carry the little girl back out. Only now does your heart begin racing. From the living room to the master bedroom, the short distance feels endless. By the time you step into the bedroom, your mind is completely blank. You have never experienced this in either life. Right now, you desperately want advice. What should you do? Shen Youchu is already under the covers, as though she is asleep. She lies on her side, facing inward. You cannot see her expression, but her glossy, rosy earlobes reveal how she feels. You gently close the door. The click of the door makes Shen Youchu shudder, a tremor running through her lower belly. But she still does not move. You have completely stopped fighting it. Things have come this far. Being nervous will not help. Just lie down and face it. Thinking that, you do feel much more relaxed. You place Wanwan between you, then sit on the other side of the bed. You draw Wanwan close and begin a bedtime story. Tonight, Daddy will tell Wanwan the story of Snow White. Your gentle voice echoes through the room. Shen Yuchu's lashes flutter slightly. As the story unfolds, her pounding heart slowly calms down. Before long, she falls asleep without realizing it. Just like her, Wanwan slowly falls asleep to your story too. The night grows late. When their breathing evens out, you finally turn off the light. You slip under the covers and lie down. The pillow carries that familiar, delicate fragrance. For the first time, you realize a woman's pillow can smell this wonderful. You hold Wanwan close beside you, surrounded by that scent. You soon fall fast asleep too. The night passes quietly. The next day, your body clock remains punctual. At 6 in the morning, you wake up. Instinctively, you hold the soft, delicate body in your arms. Then you suddenly freeze. Since when did Wanwan get so big? You swallow hard. You look beneath the covers. Wanwan is nowhere in your arms. It is not the little girl. It is Shen Youchu. You are completely dumbfounded. How did she end up in your arms? A delicate fragrance lingers beneath your nose. The body in your arms is soft and warm. Your resolve shatters instantly. Without realizing it, you lean down until you are close to Shen Yuchu's lovely face. There, you stop. A fierce battle rages in your mind. Then you see her long lashes flutter. Startled, you quickly sit upright. You quietly pull free the arm beneath her neck. Hunched over, You carefully climb out of bed and dart from the bedroom. You head to the bathroom to wash up. Your face is full of frustration. This is torture so early in the morning. What you do not know is, just after you leave the bedroom, Shen Youchu opens her beautiful almond-shaped eyes. She lets out a small breath of relief. Covering her burning face, she burrows beneath the covers, too embarrassed to face anyone. The moment you sit up, Shen Youchu is already awake. She does not know when she ended up in your arms. She had even used your arm as a pillow. It is so embarrassing. Only when she feels your breath against her face does panic rise in her heart. What is he going to do? Is he going to secretly kiss her? What should she do? Shen Youchu is terrified, yet she does not dare wake up, so she can only keep pretending to sleep. Luckily, you stop yourself in time. Otherwise, she truly would not know how to face you. But when you really pull away, she feels a faint sense of loss. Shen Youchu does not know whether she is ready. She only knows her heart is in turmoil. After a long while, Shen Youchu, curled beneath the covers, finally lets out a deep breath. Just let things happen naturally. She stays curled up until 8 o'clock. When Shen Youchu hears the front door open again, she finally gets out of bed. After tidying herself up, she leaves the room. You are already in the kitchen, preparing breakfast. When you see Shen Youchu come out, you greet her with a slightly awkward expression. Morning. Shen Youchu looks a little awkward too. She does not even look up at you. She only gives a soft reply, then goes into the bathroom to wash up. You do not think much of it. You turn back and continue making breakfast. To your surprise, Shen Youchu finishes washing up quickly and heads straight to the kitchen. Let me help you. Shen Youchu looks perfectly natural. She deftly takes the bowl from you and rinses the rice. You pause in mild surprise, but quickly recover. Gladly, you accept her kindness and turn to wash the vegetables. The two of you work in perfect sync, like a married couple who have lived together for years. 20 minutes later, golden millet porridge and small side dishes are ready. You take off your apron, wash your hands, and naturally head into the master bedroom. You wake Wanwan, who is rolled into the corner of the bed, and scoop her up. After the family enjoys breakfast together, you look at Shen Youchu and ask, "By the way, are you reporting to Fengxing Entertainment in early August?" Hearing that, Shen Youchu sits on the sofa too. Her beautiful eyes blink softly. "Before that, I need to pick up Chuku first, then go see Sister Yun. If they find out I can make a comeback, they will be so happy." As Shen Youchu speaks, a heartfelt smile blooms across her face. When she abruptly left the industry, these two were the ones she wronged most. Now, even if not for her own dream, for those two, she has to give it her all. You nod. As you ruffle Wanwan's hair, you ponder to yourself what song you should write for Shen Youchu. This is her first battle after returning. It has to be a spectacular victory. Shen Youchu has a wonderful vocal tone. Whether it is a sweet song or a sad one, she can pull it off. That leaves too many choices, and you cannot decide right away. After thinking it over, you think of something else. Right, let's buy a car in a few days. Actually, let's buy two. In another month, Wanwan will be starting kindergarten. It will make dropping her off and picking her up easier. Besides, although Fengxing Entertainment will provide you with a company van, during your free time, when you go out, you will still need a car. Shen Youchu considers it. She agrees that they could buy a car. She used to stay home all the time, so having a car did not matter. But now she will be going out often. Without a car, it really will be inconvenient. Still, she worries you do not have enough money. After all, the earnings from your first videos went toward buying lots of furniture. Then you went out again, so she has no idea how much is left. Wanwan is about to start kindergarten too. That will be another expense. After some thought, Shen Youchu looks up, a trace of worry between her brows. Let's just buy one first. It will make it easier for you to take Wanwan places and pick her up. For now, I have a company car when I am out. I probably will not need one. Once you have made more money, we can consider buying another car. Shen Youchu thinks that once she releases songs and an album and starts earning, they can deal with those things then. But this thought makes Shen Youchu anxious again. She is not even sure when she will have songs to sing. Although Fengxing Entertainment's contract offers top-tier resources, it also grants her freedom over her songs. She does not know how you negotiated with the company. They are giving her the best resources. So, why would they not secure songs for her? She is puzzled. After all, she barely knows any songwriters. At the thought of songwriters, Shen Youchu suddenly freezes. Then she looks at your calm expression. He seemed to know how to write songs. She does not know when he learned to do that. But of the two songs on Xiaodu, you taught one to Wanwan right on the spot. Naturally, you understand why Shen Youchu is reluctant to buy a car. You calmly wave a hand. Do not worry. You do not need to worry that we are short on money. Just let things play out for a while. We will have money in a few days. On Sunday, the music video for Just Be Ordinary goes live at 8 in the morning. It is jointly released by Huiyan and Bufen's accounts, with several other departments reposting it at once. The promotional lineup is unprecedented. Of course, no matter how impressive the lineup is. Viewers still care about quality. Only if the quality delivers will people embrace it and care about the story behind the music video. But there is a saying spreading online, produced by Bufon, guaranteed to be exceptional. Now, when people see that Bufon wrote both the lyrics and music for this video, their interest is instantly piqued. This mysterious guy may stay quiet, but whenever he acts, he makes a splash. Viewers eagerly click on the music video, wanting to see what all the fuss is about, until the music fades and the final image disappears. Bufon never appears on screen. You remain as mysterious as ever, but everyone is satisfied. The images and every figure in this video are etched deep into everyone's hearts, even long after the full video was released. Not a single person had liked it. Not one person had commented. It was as if everyone had vanished at once. In Huiyan's conference room, Lin Seely watched the live online data. He could not understand it. Over 100 million people were watching at once, yet not one had hit like. Did people not approve of the video? Lin Seely felt dejected. He wiped at his reddened eyes, struggling to accept it. But the next moment, the video's numbers suddenly took off. Likes and comments erupted like a flood, completely unstoppable. For the first time ever, in such a short time, the figures skyrocketed. In mere moments, likes surged from 100,000 to 5 million. Then 10 million, then 20 million. The platform suffered its first ever freeze. Even so, nothing seemed able to stop the flood of likes and comments from netizens. At first, they were curious about Huiyan's music video. Seeing that Bufon wrote it made them eager. But after watching it through, they were deeply moved. Empathy was the clearest feeling in every heart. As it ended, the video shot onto the trending charts, firmly claiming the #1 spot. In Huiyan's conference room, cheers suddenly erupted. Lin Seely clenched his fist excitedly, silently watching the figures surge. It was not that people felt nothing. They simply had not processed their emotions yet. Another half hour passed. The buzz did not stop there. It even spread to Weibo. Every Weibo trend was about this music video. Netizens discussed it nonstop. No one knew which netizen first noticed Huiyan had uploaded an audio-only version of Just Be Ordinary and made it free. At once, everyone who had watched the music video rushed to Huiyan's platform to rate it, download it, and save it, giving it the full 3-click show of support. That day, Weibo's entire entertainment industry was shaken. Every entertainment company and celebrity quietly reposted it after watching. They were immensely envious of such overwhelming attention, but knew they could never replicate it. All they could do was quietly ride its coattails. Meanwhile, Shen Youchu nestled in your arms, sobbing softly. She gripped the corner of your shirt, wiping her tears and snot all over it. Her pitiful, aggrieved expression made your heart ache. It was only a video. Fine, you cried. But why did you look so wronged? Shen Youchu finally understood what you had been busy with these past few days. You wrote a song like this and partnered with Huiyan, helping her secure that seemingly impossible contract. What exactly had you gone through? She knew none of it. What hurt her was that you had done so much out there, yet told her nothing when you came home. Did anyone take advantage of you over this? Did anyone give you a hard time? How much energy did you spend creating such a song? Meanwhile, at Tiamei Entertainment's downtown branch, Liu Li's face was dark enough to drip water. Her manager, Sister Kin, looked just as grim. The room was heavy with tension. Only Zhao Chuku quietly laughed nearby, clearly enjoying their misfortune. Liu Li glanced at her manager. She found this aging, faded woman more and more useless. Sister Kin, was my song not meant to go live on Huiyan at the end of July? What is going on now? They pulled my song and pushed it back to early August. The company had already run the promotions. I just paid for a trending spot. And what did they do? Without a word, they delayed my song, then hogged every trending topic. Sister Kin, you have been responsible for this all along. You owe me an explanation. Sister Kin's face darkened further. She was already in a foul mood over this mess. Now, Liu Li was yelling at her too, making her even angrier. You want an explanation from me? Then go take it up with Huiyan. Why are you taking anger out on me? Who knew Bufon would come out of nowhere? One song forced Huiyan to release its music video early. If she did not still need Liu Li to make a living, Sister Kin would not spare her a glance. So, what do we do now? Liu Li's tone remained harsh. Sister Kin frowned. They were in the same boat now, so they could not fall out yet. She gave a sinister little smile. Here is what we will do. Hearing that, Liu Li knew there was no other way. She silently cursed Bufon in her heart. He had stolen all the attention that should have been hers. When Liu Li turned around and saw Zhao Chuku covering her mouth as she snickered nearby, her anger immediately flared. Zhao Chuku, can you not see what a mess this place is? Get over here and clean it up. Her voice was shrill and grating, making Zhao Chuku pick at her ears. Oh dear, sorry about that, but my contract ends today. I have already submitted my resignation. I am done serving you. Zhao Chuku burst out laughing. She lounged in her chair, crossed her legs, and leisurely sipped tea. Liu Li shot to her feet, pointing at Zhao Chuku. Her face turned green, then purple, then white. For a long while, She could not say a word. After lunch, the three of you happily took a taxi out. That afternoon, you arrived at the dealership on time. Welcome, sir. Ma'am, is there a model you have your eye on? The saleswoman's eyes lit up. She had several years of sales experience. Families of 3 shopping for cars had an 80% chance of buying. You nodded. You and Shen Youchu had looked into it at home and chose a model before coming. Do you have the H9, the top trim? Yes, we do. The moment she heard you had a specific model in mind, the saleswoman's eyes shone even brighter. Even the cheapest H9 top trim cost over 300,000 yuan on the road. Sir, we happen to have H9 top trims in stock. In fact, we have two. One is Quicks and Gold, and one is Gentian Purple. Which would you like to see first? As she spoke, she led the three of you farther into the dealership. The Gentian Purple one. It looks more mysterious. This was what you had already agreed on at home. Gentian Purple looked more luxurious. You will make a fine impression wherever you go. You have excellent taste, sir. Gentian Purple truly suits your wife's elegance. As she said this, the saleswoman led you to the car and introduced it. This is the H9 in Gentian Purple, top trim. Sir, please get in and try it out. You chuckled. Give Wanwan to me. When Shen Youchu saw the car, her eyes visibly lit up. Clearly, she really liked it. Shen Youchu felt a little shy. A faint blush colored both cheeks. Still, she gathered her courage and handed Wanwan to you. Then she got inside. She had once dreamed of owning a car of her own, and today, that dream had come true. The car was wonderful, with elegant lines and a commanding presence. Seeing how reluctant Shen Youchu was to let it go made you even happier. You boldly pulled out your bank card and driver's license and handed them to the saleswoman. This one, I will pay in full by card. The saleswoman was practically grinning from ear to ear. Certainly, sir. I will make sure you get our best deal. Let me prepare the paperwork. You did not have to wait long. The saleswoman returned with the purchase contract and all the necessary documents. The group sat down at a table in the lounge. Sir, if you pay in full, we can offer you a price of 385,000 yuan. Insurance and registration are included. We will also include a full set of seat covers and a car cover. You can pick it up tomorrow. You nodded. Without another word, you entered your PIN and paid by card. Once all the paperwork was complete, you arranged to pick up the car the next morning. Then you happily left the dealership. It was already 5 in the afternoon when you got home. No sooner had you arrived than Li Xia called. Hello. Genius. Congratulations. The internet is flooded with news about that music video and you. You are officially famous now. Congratulations to you too. I never wanted to be that famous, but your company must have gained quite a lot from this, right? You said with a smile. That is all thanks to our brilliant genius. Now, down to business. When will Shen Youchu come in to report for work? On the other end of the line, Li Xia teased you, then asked with a smile. You glanced at the sofa, where Shen Youchu sat with her ears perked, secretly listening to your call with a smile. In a couple of days, no later than the 3rd, there are still a few things to handle at home. She will come once they are taken care of. All right, then I will be awaiting her arrival. Li Xia was deeply curious. What kind of woman could make you go to such lengths for her? What was she really like? The dealership worked efficiently. At 10 the next morning, the saleswoman called to inform you that the car had been registered, the insurance was processed, and it was ready for pickup anytime. Shen Youchu was tasked with picking up the car. You did not go with her. Instead, you stayed home to look after Wanwan. After arriving at the dealership, Shen Youchu successfully picked up the car. After taking it for a quick drive, she drove toward downtown. She was going to find Chuku and sister Yun and bring them both to Fangxing Entertainment. Shen Youchu had already made up her mind. She would report to Fangxing Entertainment tomorrow. Though you had said she could wait a little longer, she did not want to. She had her own quiet determination. Singing was her dream, but she also did not want to be a pretty ornament who could only depend on you. At that moment, Shen Youchu did not know Zhao Chuku had already resigned. She drove near the Tianmei Entertainment building. Before calling Zhao Chuku, she wanted to surprise her. The call was answered quickly. Shen Youchu was smiling, and even her voice sounded bright. Chuku, guess where I am? Zhao Chuku was in her rented apartment, packing her things. After resigning, she planned to return to her hometown. She had made up her mind. Just then, she received Shen Yuchu's call. Sister Shen, if you are not at home, where else could you be? Silly girl, I am downstairs at your company. Come down quickly. I need to talk to you. Then, Sister Shen, wait a moment, I will be right there. Zhao Chuku immediately grew flustered. Why had Shen come to her company's building? For a moment, she did not know how to tell Shen Youchu that she had resigned and was going home. Fortunately, Zhao Chuchu's apartment was not far from the Tianmei Entertainment building. Before long, she ran downstairs, breathless. She looked around anxiously until she heard someone call, Chuku, I am over here. She turned toward the voice and saw Shen Youchu getting out of a brand new car. Waving at her, Sister Shen, You bought a car. Zhao Chuchu's eyes curved into lovely crescents. She hurried over to Shen Youchu. She stared at the gleaming new car beside Shen Youchu, utterly incredulous. That man had actually bought Shen a car? Had he not treated Shen badly? Shen Youchu smiled and nodded. She took Zhao Chuchu's hand. Yes, we just bought it. I came today because there is something I want to discuss with you. Do you have time? Only then did Zhao Chuchu notice that Shen Youchu this time seemed different from the last time they met. Her skin looked much more radiant. Her cheeks were a little fuller, and her complexion had clearly improved. Most importantly, the confidence she once had seemed to be returning. Seeing her former assistant, Shen Yuchu's eyes shone with hope. She immediately took her hand. Chuchu, come back and be my assistant again. Let us bring Sister Yun with us. I am making a comeback. The moment she said it, Zhao Chuchu froze. She could hardly believe her ears. But the next second, she jumped up in excitement. I knew it. There is always a way forward. Sister Shen, what perfect timing. I just resigned. We can fight side by side again. But Shen Youchu was stunned. Only then did she learn that Chuchu had already resigned. Overwhelming guilt and sorrow surged through her. I am sorry. I was too selfish before. It was all because of me. That Chuchu and Sister Yun were dragged into this. You both need to look ahead. I am making a comeback now. Then she asked, do you know where Sister Yun is? Let us go find her right now. Zhao Chuchu immediately gave her the address. I do. Sister Yun must be at the hospital taking care of her mother. Shen Youchu did not waste a second. She had Chuchu get in the car at once, and the two rushed to the hospital. But in the car, as Zhao Chuchu looked at the brand new interior, she suddenly asked curiously, Sister Shen, does he know you are making a comeback? Shen Youchu nodded. The corners of her lips lifted unconsciously. He knows. He even negotiated my comeback contract for me, and he bought me this car too. That left Zhao Chuchu's little mouth hanging open in shock. He negotiated your contract. How is that possible? Sister Shen, you are not lying to me, are you? But Shen Youchu shook her head, dropping an even bigger bombshell. It is true. He negotiated my contract with Fengxing Entertainment, and it is their top-tier deal. Zhao Chuchu was completely dumbfounded. She simply could not understand how that man could have secured a top-tier contract. Seeing her fall silent, Shen Youchu continued, he really treats me well now. Do not treat him like that anymore. Zhao Chuchu finally came to her senses. Pouting, she teased Shen. Protecting your husband so fiercely, huh? I am jealous, and you cannot sweet-talk me out of it. Shen Yuchu's pretty face flushed, but she did not deny it. Soon, they arrived at the hospital. Standing outside room 302 in the inpatient wing, Shen Youchu felt deeply uneasy. But the instant she knocked and saw Sister Yun, her tears nearly spilled over. Sister Yun's once dark hair was now streaked with gray. Her resilient face was marked by hardship. She looked exactly like Shen Youchu had before. When Sister Yun saw Shen Youchu, she, too, froze. She stared at her blankly. The two could only look at each other in silence. Zhao Chuchu was the first to rush in and break the awkward silence. Sister Yun, Sister Shen, and I came to see you. Only then did Sister Yun snap out of it. Sister Yun nervously wrung her hands. You are here. Why did you not tell me you were coming? Look at the state I am in. Forcing a smile, she said, my mother's doing all right. One more operation, and she will fully recover. Yet her smile concealed a trace of bitterness. She was already at the end of her rope. She still owed over 100,000 yuan. Where would she find the money? For the next operation? Shen Youchu entered the room, head lowered, biting her lip, like a child who had done something wrong. But Sister Yun came over to her, taking her hand. A relieved smile spread across her face. I am happy you came to see me. I really am. And seeing you like this now makes me even happier. It means you are doing well. I only tried to stop you because I wanted what was best for you. Do not take it to heart. At that moment, Shen Youchu could not hold herself together any longer. Sister Yun, I am sorry. She threw herself into Sister Yun's arms. Tears streamed down like rain. Sister Yun gently patted her back, comforting her softly. You do not need to apologize. What mother would blame her own child? I have always truly treated you as my daughter. Hearing that, Shen Youchu cried even harder. Sister Yun simply held her close, patting her until she cried herself out. When she raised her red, swollen eyes, and saw Sister Yun's gentle smile, Shen Youchu pressed her lips together. Sister Yun, I am making a comeback. Will you be my manager again? Hearing this, Sister Yun was suddenly stunned. Her brow immediately furrowed. What about your child? Do not worry. Can that boy really take care of her? In Sister Yun's eyes, Lu Fan was hardly someone who knew how to care for a child. But Shen Youchu nodded firmly. Lu Fan is Wanwan's father. He will take good care of Wanwan. I believe in him. Sister Yun rubbed her temples, suppressing her doubts. Even if he can take good care of the child, making a comeback will not be easy. Do you even have a company to sign with? What resources would they give you? Before she could finish, Shen Youchu immediately pulled a contract from her bag and handed it over. Sister Yun, look. This is a contract from Fengxing Entertainment. The moment she saw the words Fengxing Entertainment, Sister Yun froze. It was one of Huaguo's 3 entertainment giants. Half believing, half doubting, she accepted the contract and examined it carefully. But the more she read, the more shocked she became. By the end, her hands had begun to tremble. What kind of dream contract is this? Did Shen Youchu kidnap Fengxing Entertainment's boss? Top-tier resources, no restrictions on her freedom, and a short 2-year term. These were outrageously favorable terms. Sister Yun jerked her head up. Even her voice trembled. This is real. Of course it is. It even has Fengxing Entertainment's official seal. Shen Youchu quickly explained, afraid Sister Yun would not believe her. But Sister Yun was completely stunned. She stared at Shen Youchu in a daze. The terms in this contract were unlike anything she had seen in all her years as a manager. This was absurd. Had Fengxing Entertainment gone mad? Sister Yun, I report for work tomorrow. Seeing that Sister Yun still did not believe her, Shen Youchu could only stress it again. This time, Sister Yun finally believed her, yet the shock on her face did not fade at all. Youchu, tell me honestly, how did you get this contract? Only then did Shen Youchu breathe a sigh of relief. Her cheeks turned faintly red. Lu Fan went to Modu and got it from me. He wrote a song for Fengxing Entertainment. That single sentence left Sister Yun questioning reality. Lu Fan wrote a song and secured such an incredible contract for you. It sounded like a fairy tale. It was beyond ridiculous. Youchu, do not blame me for doubting him. He can write songs. Even if he can, what kind of song could possibly be worth a contract like this? Do not let him deceive you. He really did write a song. Seeing Sister Yun did not believe her, Shen Youchu immediately took out her phone. She opened the account on the platform called Bufan. Sister Yun took the phone, still doubtful. Zhao Chuku leaned in beside her. The next second, oh my god, over 100 million likes. Zhao Chuku cried out dramatically, then quickly covered her mouth. They were in a hospital room. Sister Yun was dumbfounded too. What video could have over 100 million likes? Then she saw the account name, Bufan. Huiyan appeared after it as well, co-created by Bufan and Huiyan. Sister Yun was instantly bewildered. An absurd thought rose in her mind. Bufan is Lu Fan? Zhao Chuku gasped in a hushed voice too. Bufan, that is the hottest, most mysterious guy on the whole internet right now. Seeing the two of them in shock, Shen Youchu blushed even harder. Yes, at last, Sister Yun fully recovered from her shock. With a complicated look, she returned the phone to Shen Youchu. Shen Youchu had a bright future ahead of her. Of course, Sister Yun was happy for her. But the next moment, she sighed. Youchu, with your potential, you can definitely find a better manager. As for me, I should sit this one out. Why? Sister Yun, do you not want me anymore? Shen Youchu cried out in alarm. Sister Yun looked into the hospital room, her face full of helplessness. You have seen it too. My mother needs care. I really cannot leave her. You could hire a caregiver. But Sister Yun looked troubled. How could she afford a caregiver? She would only hold Shen Youchu back. Youchu, do not try to persuade me anymore. This is such a great opportunity. You must cherish it. Do not be so willful again. With that, Sister Yun heartlessly turned away, refusing to look at her again. Shen Youchu bit her lip. She could not understand why Sister Yun would not go with her. She came full of hope, but left disappointed. Shen Youchu was silent the entire way. After dropping Zhao Chuku off, she drove home alone. But when the door opened, when you saw her, you froze. She was crying. Did it go well? You asked directly. But the moment you spoke, Shen Yuchu's lips instantly puckered into a pout. She plopped down on the sofa. The moment she saw you, it was as if she had found her only support. Tears welled in her eyes again. Sister Yun does not want to come with me. You frowned. Why? Wasn't that stern woman the one who had always doted on Shen Youchu most? At least in your memories. Then Shen Youchu told you everything from the hospital, her voice full of grievance. You listened quietly. When she finished, you nodded thoughtfully. I understand. You suddenly stood. You are such an idiot. Stay home with Wanwan. I am going out. Where are you going? Shen Youchu looked unhappy. Perhaps because you called her an idiot, or because she did not want you to leave. You looked back with a slight smile. I am bringing back someone important to you. With that, you left. You first found a home care agency, then drove straight to the hospital. But you did not go to Sister Yun first. You found her mother's doctor instead. After learning her mother's full condition, you went to the inpatient ward, outside room 302. You composed yourself. Your face turned cold. You gently knocked. The door opened the next second. Sister Yun appeared, her eyes slightly red. She froze when she saw you. You spoke calmly, but forcefully. Sister Yun, will you not let me in first? Sister Yun frowned, but stepped aside to let you in. As you entered the room, an elderly woman with gray hair, thin as a rake, looked over. Xiao Yun, is this your friend? Before Sister Yun could reply, you hurried to the bedside and took the elderly woman's hand. My wife is Sister Yun's friend. She came earlier, but you were sleeping, so she did not disturb you. At that, the elderly woman smiled warmly. So you are Xiao Yun's friends. That is so thoughtful of you. You quickly replied, Ma'am, we are lucky to have Sister Yun as a friend. My wife praises Sister Yun every day at home. She praises Sister Yun so much. I have heard it 1,000 times. Then you changed the subject and began chattering away. The trouble is, My wife wants to work with Sister Yun this time, but she worries about your health. So Sister Yun refuses to go. You do not know. My wife went home and cried her heart out. Sister Yun's expression changed behind you. To her, you were Shen Youchu's hired persuader. What job? Xiao Yun, what is going on? Sister Yun's mother did not know what her daughter did. Hearing this, her gray brows furrowed. Mom, do not listen to his nonsense. There is no job. Sister Yun glared at you and hurriedly explained. But the elderly woman was no fool. She gripped your hand in return. Young man, tell me, what job is it? You pretended to hesitate. You glanced at Sister Yun before slowly speaking. Ma'am, this job requires travel. We wanted to hire a caregiver for you, but Sister Yun cannot stop worrying and insist on caring for you herself. Xiao Yun, you silly girl. Hearing that, the elderly woman turned to her daughter. If work requires travel, then go. Mom, Sister Yun grew anxious. She hated you even more. You knew she wanted to stay because she could not afford to leave. How could she afford a caregiver? She did not even have the neck surgery fee. Just then, you spoke calmly. Sister Yun, let us talk outside. You smiled at the elderly woman, then walked out. Sister Yun gritted her teeth and followed. In the hallway, Sister Yun looked up and glared at you. What exactly are you trying to do? You spoke down to her, as if merely stating a fact. You can think I am the bad guy. I just do not want Shen Youchu to be hurt. If you do not go with her, she will keep worrying about you. Then even if she has 10 parts passion, she will only have 5 left to give. You paused, then dropped a bombshell. Oh, and I paid for your mother's neck surgery. I have arranged a caregiver too. Here is the number. Pick one yourself. You are giving me charity. Sister Yun let out an angry laugh. You shrugged like a shameless thug. You are overthinking it. You will pay it back. It will be deducted from the salary Shen Youchu pays you. You looked her straight in the eye, speaking word by word. Shen Youchu personally brought you and Chuckle onto her team. It has nothing to do with the company. I do not care how much she pays you. It is my money, and you have to repay me. You spread your hands, wearing a look of complete shameless defiance. I have paid for the surgery and the caregiver anyway. They will not issue a refund. What you do next is not my concern. Without giving Sister Yun time to react, you turned and left. Lu Fan, do not tell Shen Youchu about this. As you neared the exit, Sister Yun called out behind you. You did not look back. You only waved your hand and quickly walked away. In the hallway, Sister Yun stared in the direction you disappeared. Her eyes were conflicted. Only after a long while did she return to the room. Xiao Yun, did that young man leave? Seeing her return alone, her mother patted the edge of the bed and asked her to sit. Do not blame him. He is a good man. I've met plenty of people in my life. I can tell what kind of person he is from his eyes. The elderly woman took her daughter's hand, speaking earnestly. I know you are devoted to me, but life offers many paths. Choose the wrong one, and you will regret it. My health is fine, isn't it? One more surgery, and I will be cured. The doctor said the risk is low. Go. If you regret it someday because of me, that would truly break my heart. Sister Yun lowered her head. She stayed silent for a long time. Finally, she gave a small nod. Meanwhile, on your end, you had just arrived home. When Shen Youchu hurried over, her little face was full of curiosity, but you deliberately ignored her and happily picked up Wanwan. Wanwan, what do you want for dinner? Shen Youchu froze. She stared at you in disbelief as you walked right past her. I love anything Daddy makes. The little girl was eager to please. She never noticed her mother's fallen expression. Okay, then Daddy will cook now. You kissed the little girl and headed for the kitchen. Lu Fan, I am mad at you. Shen Youchu pouted, her face full of grievance. Her expression seemed to accuse you. How could this man pretend she was not there? Did he not know how anxiously she had waited at home? You turned around, looking completely innocent. What is it? At that question, Shen Youchu became even angrier. You had gently called her an idiot when you left, but when you came home, you played dumb. Fuming, she plopped onto the sofa, crossed her arms, and turned away from you. You smiled, deciding to stop teasing her. Remember to take your 2 loyal bodyguards tomorrow. With that temperament of yours, if you do not take them along, people will walk all over you. Shen Youchu's eyes immediately lit up. Even you were amazed by how fast her mood changed. Sister Yun agreed. What do you think? All right, I am going to cook. Do not bother me. Shen Youchu never found out how you did it, because you played dumb whenever she asked. But that did not stop the light in her eyes from growing brighter whenever she looked at you. She probably felt that. Ever since you changed, there was nothing you could not do. Early the next morning, Shen Youchu got up. For once, you did not go for a run. The two of you made breakfast together in easy harmony. Wanwan was still asleep. Shen Youchu feared that seeing her wake up would make her unable to leave. Once breakfast was ready, she ate quietly. You sat beside her, giving her one reminder after another. Remember to call often after you get there, or Wanwan will miss you. If anything happens out there, tell me. Do not keep it bottled up like an idiot. Shen Youchu drank her porridge spoonful by spoonful, listening to you. A sudden wistful ache filled her heart. She did not want to leave anymore. She ate that meal very slowly, until her bowl was empty. Just then, her phone rang. You reminded her, and only then did she snap out of it. She answered the call. Hello, Sister Shen. I am ready. Sister Yun is with me. When are you coming? I will be there soon. Wait a little longer. Okay. Alright. See you downstairs at my place. The call ended. Shen Youchu looked up at you. The complicated emotions in her almond eyes made your heart tremble. You had to admit, Shen Youchu was truly beautiful. You quickly turned to look at the luggage in the living room. It is time to go. Do not keep them waiting. I will take one look at Wanwan, then leave. Shen Youchu looked away. Her voice soft. You nodded and went into the bedroom with her. The little girl was sprawled out, fast asleep. She had no idea her mother was about to leave on a long trip. Shen Youchu bent down and kissed her little face again and again. Then she buried her face in Wanwan's neck and nuzzled her. Only then did she reluctantly stand. She left the bedroom, looking back every few steps. You silently followed her. You carried her luggage to the car. After watching her get into the driver's seat, you closed the door and stepped aside. I am leaving. Shen Youchu turned to look at you. Remember to come home often, or the little one will raise the roof. I know. The car started. Suddenly, Shen Youchu turned back again. Her expression was utterly serious. Lu Fan, I like you. The words had barely left her lips. Before you could respond, the car sped away. She drove all the way downtown. Zhao Chuku had been anxiously waiting. Sister Yun beside her shook her head. This girl is still so impatient. Sister Shen, she is here. Seeing Shen Yuchu's car, Zhao Chuku hurriedly waved. Chuku, have you been waiting long? Shen Youchu took Zhao Chuchu's hand, then looked apologetically at Sister Yun. Not too long. This girl was just too impatient. Sister Yun smiled. She had never imagined the three of them would reunite one day. And all of it was actually because of that pretty boy-looking man. Sister Yun, thank you for coming. Without you and Chuku, I would not know what to do. Alright, you are already a mother, yet you still act like a child. Sister Yum patted her hand, her manner brisk and capable. You should be thanking your man. Enough talk. Let us get the luggage. Shen Youchu instantly blushed scarlet at that. Even now, she did not know how you had convinced Sister Yun. The three women did not have much luggage, so it easily fit in the car. Once in the car, Zhao Chuku threw up a hand and shouted excitedly, let us go. A bright future awaits us. Here we come. The car raced all the way toward Modu. Meanwhile, at Fangxing Entertainment Tower in Modu, Li Xia arrived at her office early, but she was distracted all day. When noon finally came, she checked the time and immediately went downstairs. She waited at the entrance, wanting to see what the wife that man cherished so much was really like. Not long after, a car with Jiangsheng plates pulled into the parking lot. Li Xia narrowed her eyes slightly. Three people got out of the car. One was chatty, bright with youthful energy. Another was older, her face full of affection. Seeing those two friends, Li Xia knew Shen Youchu could not have a bad personality. Then she looked to the woman in the middle. She had an oval face and almond-shaped eyes, with a gentle smile on her lips. She looked so tender that it made one's heart ache. No wonder Lu Fen cherished her so much. Li Xia collected herself and strode over. Hello, you must be Shen Youchu. I am Li Xia, Deputy Director of Human Resources at Fangxing Entertainment. Welcome aboard. Hello, I am Shen Youchu. Shen Youchu's voice was soft and sweet. She was studying this poised, glamorous woman too. She had such poise, a lovely voice, and surprisingly sincere and pure. But Li Xia was thinking, how had such a wonderful woman, had that bastard Lu Fan managed to steal away such a wonderful woman? Unusually, she was the first to look away. She looked at Zhao Chuku and Sister Yun. And you two are? Zhao Chuku, my assistant. Sister Yun, my manager. Shen Youchu answered earnestly. Still, she felt this elegant woman was being unusually polite, yet her reactions were strange. Shen Youchu tilted her head in confusion. Then she seemed to think of something, and her gaze dimmed slightly. You brought your own team. That makes things easier. Li Xia nodded to the two of them, then turned back. Let me show you around first. After all, you will be working here for the next 2 years. Afterward, I will take you to the apartment. They followed Li Xia into the building. Zhao Chuku was completely stunned along the way. This place was far more luxurious than Qianmei Entertainment in Jiangsheng. You could spot celebrities trending online everywhere. It was nothing like the Qianmei branch. Back in Jiangsheng, even Liu Li, a second-tier singer, acted like she owned the place. Li Xia took them straight to the 11th floor. She warmly explained that the entire floor was filled with recording studios, equipped with top-of-the-line gear. Next, we will go to the 12th floor. That is the singer's private lounge, where they write music and accept work engagements. People constantly greeted Li Xia along the way, wearing oddly ingratiating smiles. Shen Youchu was even more confused. Whenever these people saw her, why was there envy in their eyes? Shen Youchu did not understand. Was Li Xia not merely a deputy director in human resources? Why did everyone look at her so strangely? More baffling still, she saw a balding man wearing a human resources director badge, who stopped on his own to greet Li Xia. He even greeted Shen Youchu. Shen Youchu responded, flattered and surprised. She thought this director, Jiangao, was far too nice. At Tianmei, every executive looked down their nose at people. Just then, Li Xia stopped at the end of the corridor. She pointed to the room before them. This will be your private lounge from now on. Shen Youchu looked up. The door was shut tight, with a keypad lock. Her name was clearly displayed on the sign. As Li Xia entered the code, she explained that the initial code was 6 sixes. You can change it later. Come take a look. The door opened, and they entered. Zhao Chuku immediately gasped. This lounge is huge, and it is so luxurious. Even Shen Youchu was stunned. She had never seen such a lavish lounge. Zhao Chuku was so delighted she nearly fainted. Thinking of the doghouse they had at Tianmei, the difference was almost cruel. If there had not been outsiders present, she would have thrown herself onto the sofa and rolled around. Li Xia smiled at their delighted expressions. Not everyone gets this treatment. With top-tier resources, the lounge naturally has to be top-tier too. Hearing that, Zhao Chuku suddenly felt that Lu Fan was not quite so awful after all. Even after they came out, Zhao Chuku was still basking in her joy. Then the door next to them suddenly opened. A poised, glamorous woman stepped out in high heels. A young assistant followed behind her. When the woman saw them, surprise flashed across her face. Then she greeted Li Xia. Sister Li, you are personally showing someone the rooms. Lena, are you heading out? You have a meet and greet this afternoon. Sister Li, carry on. I will be going. After saying that, Lena merely glanced at Shen Youchu and gracefully walked away in her heels. Let us go to. Li Xia turned back, her smile returning. The upper floors are all meeting rooms, so I will not take you there. Let us head straight to the apartment. We will drop off your luggage, then eat. My treat. Shen Youchu felt she was being a little too enthusiastic. She had a great impression of the company today, but everything about it felt strange. In the elevator, Shen Youchu suddenly asked softly, Director Li, are you close with Lu Fan? Li Xia's smile froze. So it really was like that. Shen Youchu lowered her gaze slightly. An indescribable feeling rose in her heart. More or less, I received him when he arrived. I have handled the partnership all along, so we know each other fairly well. Li Xia quickly regained her composure. Shen Youchu merely gave a soft acknowledgement and said no more. The group went downstairs. Li Xia led the way in her gray Mercedes. Shen Youchu followed slowly in her car. The moment Zhao Chuku got in, she kept praising the place without a care. Only when Sister Young gave her a look did she finally fall silent. Sister Shen, what is wrong? Zhao Chuku asked curiously, leaning over the front seat. I am fine, Chuku. Go on. And you call that fine? Zhao Chuku was utterly confused. She turned to Sister Yun for help, but Sister Yun only smiled at Shen Youchu. Without saying a word, she could tell at a glance that someone was jealous. Meanwhile, you were at your wits' end at home. Your wife had only been gone half a day, and your daughter Wanwan was already crying for mommy. You tried every way to comfort her, but she only cried harder. She even wailed that daddy was a bad man who had hidden mommy away. You sang Little Tiger with exaggerated faces, but Wanwan's pearly tears kept falling. Her little feet kicked wildly, as if she would not stop until she saw her mother. You scratched your head. What could you do? You could not exactly call Shen Youchu back now. She would laugh herself sick at you. Just then, the phone on the table suddenly rang. You glanced at it, and your eyes lit up the next second. Your savior had arrived. It was a WeChat message from Shen Youchu. Just 2 words. Are you there? You quickly replied. Of course I am. To your surprise, she replied. I had lunch with Director Li today. What the hell? You had no time to think. You quickly started a video call. Shen Youchu's cool, pretty face appeared on screen. You immediately aimed the phone at Wanwan with a fawning grin. Mommy, Wanwan misses you. But Shen Youchu's face instantly turned cold. Lu Fan, this is what you call taking care of Wanwan. You pretended not to hear her. When Wanwan saw her mother, she wiped away her tears pitifully. Mommy, did daddy hide you away? Do you not want Wanwan anymore? Shen Youchu immediately soothed her gently. Be good, Wanwan. Mommy just went out to work. I will be home soon. The little girl actually stopped crying little by little. You felt as if a 10,000-ton weight had crushed you. You had made silly faces and sung songs. Yet one word from her worked better than all of it. Once your daughter was soothed, you turned the phone toward yourself, your eyes darting about. But Shen Youchu immediately demanded, can you really take care of our child? You instantly got worked up. Who are you looking down on? Today was just an accident. If I went out, you would not be able to soothe Wanwan either. Yet Shen Youchu only gave you a deep look, lowering her eyes slightly. Then, feigning indifference, she asked, you are pretty close with Director Li. More or less. You answered casually, oblivious you were recklessly flirting with the brink of death. More or less. Shen Youchu repeated it darkly. A sudden chill ran through you for no reason. You pulled your clothes tighter. But the next second, she rolled her eyes at you and hung up the video call. Only then did you realize she was angry. How ridiculous. You had been blamed for nothing. For the next 2 days, Shen Youchu called home once a day, but she only spoke with her daughter, never giving you a pleasant look. It was as if you owed her 8 million, but you had no idea that Shen Youchu's career was at a dead end. The company had given her no work at all. Her manager, Sister Yun, had contacted every songwriter she knew. But the moment they heard Shen Youchu was making a comeback, they all politely declined. A washed-up singer absent from the industry for 2 years. Who would write songs for her? They had been abandoned by the entire industry. Meanwhile, Shen Youchu was still struggling with composing. She had been trying for 2 days, but inspiration never came. She could not help thinking of you. If you were here, you could surely write a better song. At that thought, she could not help feeling discouraged. It felt as though she was inferior to you in every way. Just then, her assistant Zhao Chaku suddenly sat up. Sister Shen, why not ask Lu Fan? Shen Youchu hesitated. She had set out on her own because she did not want to depend on you anymore. After thinking for a long time, she finally said, let us wait another 2 days. If it still does not work, I will call him then. But what she did not know was that in Fengxing Entertainment's conference room, a meeting that would decide her fate was underway. A letter of invitation lay before Chairman Li Qian. Star Song Showcase. Huaguo's most famous star-making program. We have 2 spots. Let us discuss it. Who should we send? A refined man in gold-rimmed glasses. Operations Director Yinping spoke first. I think Shen Jin would be suitable. She is sweet-looking and fairly popular. Most people nodded in agreement. Li Qian made the call immediately. Shen Jin gets 1 spot. What about the other? As soon as he finished speaking, Human Resources Director Zhang Hao sprang up. Chairman, I think Shen Youchu would be suitable too. Shen Youchu. Only then did Li Qian remember. Wasn't she the woman you had recommended? But before he could speak, Yinping jumped in to object again. Director Zhang, Shen Youchu will not do. Even an amateur would be better than her. She has no popularity and no noteworthy work. She left the industry because she got married. The public has a terrible impression of her. But Zhang Hao argued his case firmly. Precisely because of that, we should choose her. I have heard her old songs. She is an excellent singer, and she is beautiful too. Why can we not choose her? Yinping frowned, his face full of disdain. Director Zhang, you handle human resources. I handle operations. I know better than you do. What singers need most is popularity. We are not a charity. So, why should we give her a stage? Unexpectedly, Zhang Hao smiled smugly. Then he dropped a bombshell. Director Yin, you want to talk about popularity? Then do you know who recommended Shen Youchu? Tell me, Director Yin, how popular is Lu Fan? What if he writes Shen Youchu's song? Lu Fan. At that name, Yinping was instantly speechless. How could he claim Lu Fan lacked popularity? His music video had over 100 million likes, and he had 50 million followers. He was a top star. Yinping glared darkly at Zhang Hao. He asked unwillingly, are you sure Lu Fan will write a song for Shen Youchu? Just then, Chairman Li Qian finally spoke. His decision settled the matter. Enough. Stop arguing. It will be Chen Jin and Shen Youchu. Notify them. The meeting ended. Zhang Hao left with a broad grin. He had finally beaten his arch-rival for the first time. He could not have been happier. Meanwhile, the entire entertainment industry was thrown into turmoil by the launch of Star Song Showcase. At the same time, Liu Li of Tianmei Entertainment received the news. Her manager, Sister Qin, rushed in and shouted excitedly, Liu Li, I have great news. The company is sending you to Star Song Showcase. They even hired a famous songwriter to write your song. Liu Li froze. She smudged the nail polish she was applying. She spun around. Her eyes were filled with disbelief. Is this the Star Song Showcase that can make me a top-tier star? After receiving confirmation, she leaped straight out of her chair. I am going to be famous. When she heard who would write her song, she became even more delighted. The godfather of music, Wumian. Then it is guaranteed. With Wumian and me joining forces. Haha. Sister Qin watched her arrogant display and could only sigh helplessly, just as Liu Li was celebrating wildly. Your wife, Shen Youchu, also received a call from the company. The message was identical. She would appear on Star Song Showcase in 3 days. After hanging up, she stood there in a daze. Her assistant, Zhao Chaku, was even crazier with excitement. She grabbed Shen Youchu by the shoulders and shook her hard. Sister Shen, is this real? It is Star Song Showcase. But once the excitement faded, a huge problem appeared before them. They had no song. Manager's sister Yun wore a grave expression. Making a comeback through Star Song Showcase was a good opportunity. But we must have a great song. They immediately divided the work. Sister Yun frantically contacted every songwriter she knew. Shen Youchu could only bury herself in writing. They hoped to create a miracle. You knew nothing about any of this. You were still at home teaching your daughter Wanwan children's songs, wearing a big bad wolf headpiece. You made her giggle non-stop. After putting Wanwan to bed at 7 that evening, you finally had some peace and quiet. You kept wondering what song you should prepare for Shen Youchu, but there were too many hit songs in your head, leaving you unable to choose. Irritated, you picked up your phone. Every video you scrolled past featured one of your songs. Fans had even taken Wanwan's expressions and turned them into memes. Looking at your phone, you could not help but smile bitterly. My wife? My dear wife, how are things going over there? When will you ever reach out to me first? As you continued scrolling, you discovered that besides your songs, Star Song Showcase was the hottest topic online. Apparently, the competition was held once a year. Anyone who appeared on it became famous. The rules were brutally simple. Contestants faced off in pairs. Lose, and you were out. You had no interest in it. You were even a little annoyed by the algorithm. After a few more swipes, you shut off your phone and went to sleep. But early the next morning, a phone call jolted you awake. It was Shen Youchu's assistant, Zhao Chuku. Her voice was extremely low on the other end. Like a thief, you have to do something. Sister Shen, she has completely lost it. You frowned and instantly woke up. What happened? Sister Shen is going on Star Song Showcase, but we have no song. She has been trying to write one and has not slept all night. You immediately felt a headache coming on. Only then did you remember that the contract clearly stated you were to write her songs. You have been mulling it over for ages, while things over there are an emergency. Got it. I will call her. After hanging up, you immediately called Shen Youchu. She answered. Her voice sounded exhausted. Hello. Does Wanwan miss me? Your heart tightened. You deliberately said, Wanwan does not miss you. Could you not call me for once? I am your husband. You know. It was the first time you had called yourself her husband in front of her. A deathly silence filled the other end of the call. You sighed, breaking the silence. Why did you not tell me you were going on Star Song Showcase? It was something I could solve easily. Why exhaust yourself over it? To you, this was something you could settle with a single word. But the moment you finished speaking, suppressed sobs suddenly came from the other end. She was crying. You were completely stunned. What did I say? Relationships were unbelievably difficult. Just as you were at a loss, from the other end of the call came a sudden, tearful roar. Lu Fan. Her voice was full of hurt. It made your heart ache. You froze. It was the first time you had heard her call you by your full name like that. Do you think I am completely useless? That all I can do is depend on you? You immediately understood. So that was what she had been thinking. You had overlooked her feelings. You hurriedly cut her off with an apologetic laugh. I am sorry. I was not blaming you. I was only worried about your health. But the moment you said that, Shen Youchu actually laughed on the other end. Her laughter was wounded, yet touched with stubbornness. Then, your voice became utterly firm. Shen Youchu, you and Wanwan are the greatest gifts heaven has given me. You are my wife. You are one of a kind. No one could ever replace you. Those words struck like a bomb. They exploded in her heart. Shen Youchu's entire face instantly flushed crimson. She gave a soft hum. Her mood clearly improved. Zhao Chuku, secretly watching nearby, nearly popped her eyes out of her head. You pressed your advantage. Do not overthink things from now on. I will send you the song tonight. Hearing your swaggering confidence, Shen Youchu burst out laughing. Fine, then I will see what kind of song you can actually write, Mr. Lu. She completely gave up struggling. She stopped agonizing over it. As soon as the tension left her, sleepiness immediately overwhelmed her. After hanging up, you finally breathed a sigh of relief. Calming your wife was harder than calming your child. Then you took out paper and a pen, only to face another dilemma. There were too many hit songs in your head. Which one should you choose? When you opened the window in frustration, a young couple downstairs was saying goodbye. The boy dragged a suitcase. The girl's eyes were misty with tears. Love rose with the wind. When the wind falls, longing remains. A flash of inspiration struck you. You instantly had your answer. You hurried to the desk. You picked up your pen and wrote 3 words. The wind rises. Notes flowed from your pen. You became completely absorbed until your daughter Wanwan called out, Daddy, I am hungry, bringing you back to reality. You instantly smiled. My little sweetheart is hungry? Daddy will make food right away. Your daughter's word was law. You did not dare waste a second. You turned and headed straight into the kitchen. 2 hours later, the full and satisfied father and daughter collapsed onto the couch. Just then, Shen Youchu started a video call. She had dark circles under her eyes, her face full of exhaustion. Seeing the two of you lounging about, she immediately put on a pitiful expression. Her watery, almond-shaped eyes silently accused you, as if saying, I am out here working, while you two are relaxing at home. How could you possibly resist that? You immediately raised your hands in surrender. I have not been slacking. The song is already written. Wanwan copied you. Raising her little hand, she said in her sweet little voice, Wanwan has not been slacking either. I watched a fewer cartoons and learned 5 more numbers. Shen Youchu instantly cracked up. She had to admit she could not compete with this little rascal. All right, our Wanwan has worked the hardest. Come, let mommy give you a kiss. The little one immediately gave mommy a kiss. Seeing your chance, you shamelessly leaned in. Ha ha, do I not get a reward too? The little one egged you on from the side. Shen Youchu's face instantly turned scarlet. Unable to resist your enthusiasm, she gave you a token kiss. You were instantly overjoyed. You rushed into the bedroom and grabbed the sheet music. See, I was not lying. The song really is finished. Shen Youchu gave you a captivating eye roll, but inside, A storm was raging. It had only been a few hours, and he had already written a song. This man was an absolute freak of nature. The family of 3 chatted a while longer. Then you photographed the full score and sent it to her. You put down your phone, ready to take Wanwan out. When Shen Youchu video called again, the moment you answered, she stared at you with burning eyes. What is it? Your voice even stuttered. Mimicking your tone, she asked, can I not video call you without a reason? Well, not only was she beautiful, she could hold a grudge too. You laughed awkwardly, but then she suddenly asked, what exactly have you been hiding from me? You scratched your head, wearing an innocent expression. Shen Yuchu's pretty face reddened. Her voice grew louder. I mean these songs of yours. Now, you could only rub your nose and try to bluff your way through. What if I said I suddenly found my talent? Would you believe me? Shen Youchu looked deeply into your eyes. She did not press further. She lowered her eyes to the lyrics for a long moment, then softly said, thank you. Then she looked up and smiled. Her gaze was incredibly resolute. I will not let this song go unheard. The video call ended. Shen Youchu knocked on Zhao Chuchu's door. Zhao Chuchu looked delighted. Sister Shen, we have a song. Did Lu Fang give it to us? Well, that gave it away. The girl had let it slip right away. So, she was the one who had spilled the beans about their predicament. Then Sister Yun was called back by phone. The moment she heard they had a song, she was ecstatic. They had hit wall after wall these past few days. Now they finally did not have to bow and scrape. The 3 rushed to Fengxian Entertainment. They headed straight for the recording studio on the 11th floor. Shen Youchu decided she would practically weld herself to the studio. Time flew by. Zhao Chuchu handled the backing track and copyright. Only then did Shen Youchu emerge from the studio. But just as they were about to eat, the door opposite opened as well. A young woman stepped out. She paused when she saw Shen Youchu, then gave her a friendly nod. Shen Youchu returned her smile, but the man behind her looked down his nose at everyone. He wore gold-rimmed glasses, his face full of arrogance. Shen Youchu did not know him, so she turned to leave, but the man snorted coldly. What a clueless woman. You do not even greet management when you see them. The girl named Shen Jing quickly explained. Uncle, she just got here. How could she know who you are? The man was Yinping, one of the company's executives, and Shen Jin was the singer competing alongside Shen Youchu on Star Song Showcase. Even more unexpectedly, Shen Jin was thinking, I got a song from Mufan. It should be good, right? She was actually your fan too. Over the next few days, Shen Youchu left early and returned late, practicing desperately every day. Sister Yum posted Shen Yuchu's comeback announcement online, but most of her few thousand followers were inactive accounts. After the announcement went out, it sank without a trace. There was not even a ripple, only a few longtime fans and opportunistic gossip accounts noticed. The moment they saw the words Star Song Showcase, they knew the clicks would come. Soon, news of Shen Yuchu's comeback spread across the internet, but most people did not care about this fated starlet until August 7th, when Star Song Showcase officially opened at Modu Stadium. Yet Ren Xiao, the show's director, was deeply worried. One of Bu Fan's songs had dominated the trending charts. As a result, Star Song Showcase's traffic was nowhere near what it used to be. But the annual Star Song Showcase could not be postponed because of one person. He could only grit his teeth and begin this year's show. Sadly, they could not reach Bu Fan. If they could get him to serve as a mentor on the show, the viewership would explode. But he never imagined that the big name he could not even invite was currently acting like a thief, quietly sitting in the audience with his child in his arms. That is right. You kept it from your wife, Shen Youchu, and secretly brought your daughter Wanwan to Modu, just to cheer for her in person. The adorable little rascal in your arms was thrilled, because she would soon see mommy. You looked at the glow sticks waving throughout the venue, but not one was raised for your wife. You quietly opened the live stream. Comments flooded the screen, yet not one person backed Shen Youchu to win the title. There were four favorites, and one of them was Liu Li, the woman who had dared target your daughter. Meanwhile, tension simmered backstage. Liu Li's face was livid. She glared fiercely at Shen Youchu. Why are you here? Her best friend Zhao Chuchu rolled her eyes. She fired back on the spot, leaving Liu Li humiliated. Looking at Shen Youchu, radiant today, Liu Li recalled the fear of being overshadowed by her fears. It felt as if a queen had returned. Before the battle even began, she was afraid. Just then, one remark from her manager snapped her out of it. She is only Shen Youchu. She has nothing now. Liu Li instantly regained her composure. That is right. What could Shen Youchu possibly use to compete with me now? Besides, I have a song from the godfather of music. With that thought, she shot Shen Youchu a disdainful glance. Then the stage lights outside blazed to life. The host took the stage. For veteran music mentors took their seats. The competition officially began. The rules were simple and brutal. 16 contestants were paired according to where the audience randomly called stop. Now no one could rig the matchups. As the giant screen raced through the names, 8 matchups were instantly generated. You smiled at the match list. The host voice rang through the venue the next second. Please welcome the contestants for our first match. Shen Youchu versus Liu Li. As the words fell, the spotlights shone down. Your wife, Shen Youchu, and her sworn rival, Liu Li slowly walked onto the stage. A fated showdown was about to begin, but you saw Shen Youchu's hands trembling slightly. Sure enough, Shen Youchu was nervous too. Liu Li's face was even darker. She had not expected the first match to pit her against Shen Youchu. The audience erupted. They all wondered who this stunning, unfamiliar beauty was. You saw Shen Youchu's nerves at a glance. So, you suddenly raised Wanwan high into the air. At that moment, Wanwan became her very own cheering sign. Her little face curved into a crescent smile. She shouted with all her might, "Go, mommy." Shen Youchu suddenly spotted that familiar figure from the stage. She instantly covered her mouth. It was him and their daughter. All the tension in her heart vanished. Her eyes shone brighter than ever. Her eyes curved into crescents too, matching her daughter's moon-shaped smile. That tenderness instantly melted every heart in the venue. Then the host announced that Shen Youchu would sing first. The stage went dark. Only one beam of light remained on her. The intro began. The venue fell silent. Just then, the song title appeared on the giant screen. The Wind Rises. The lyrics and music credit clearly read, Buffan. The entire venue gasped. This unknown singer had actually gotten the mysterious Buffan to write her a song. Backstage, Liu Li stood frozen in shock. Her hands shook uncontrollably. The next second, Shen Youchu's ethereal voice rose. Once, I could not break free from the vastness of this world, and intoxicated by love, I drowned in its whispered dreams, never knowing truth from lies, never struggling, never fearing ridicule. The hall was quiet enough to hear a pin drop. Everyone was completely absorbed. It was as if they saw their lost youth. Shen Youchu gave herself fully to the song. Her gaze crossed the sea of people, searching the audience. There were the two people most precious to her. At last, I gave my youth back to her, along with the radiant summer played at my fingertips. What stirred my heart has gone with the wind. In love's name, would you still be willing? It was an absolute masterpiece. Everyone, in the venue and on the livestream, was profoundly moved. Countless familiar, yet distant faces flashed through their minds. Finally, they stopped on the one person they could never forget from their youth. So this was The Wind Rises. It stirred the wind called youth, buried deep in their hearts. Just then, a heavy thud sounded from behind the stage. Liu Li collapsed onto the floor. Her face was ashen. Her lips trembled. She no longer had the courage to go on stage and sing. With flawless vocal skill and an unbeatable song, Shen Youchu had utterly shattered Liu Li's pride. Sister Qin, her manager, gave a bitter smile. Outclassed is outclassed. Even the mentors on the judging panel looked envious. The music ended. The entire hall was dead silent. Shen Youchu looked at the audience, momentarily at a loss. You slowly opened your eyes, seeing how nervous she was. You smiled. Just then, Wanwan stretched out her little hands and clapped hard for mommy. The next second, applause crashed through the hall like a tidal wave. Thunderous applause echoed throughout the venue. The audience had tears in their eyes. They gave Shen Youchu their most passionate support. Meanwhile, the Star Song Showcase livestream comments exploded. Just as expected, anything made by Buffan is guaranteed to be exceptional. I am crying. This is no gentle breeze. It is a full-blown tornado. At that moment, no one remembered looking down on Shen Youchu. They had thought she was just there to make up the numbers. But she had opened with an unbeatable hand. Shen Youchu then gave a deep bow. She looked reluctantly at you and your daughter before returning backstage. But the contest continued. Liu Li was next. At some point, she had pulled herself up. Watching Shen Youchu pass by her, she felt only deep helplessness. She did not know how she made it onto the stage. Only when the music began did she suddenly snap out of it. Sadly, she was already half a beat late. Boos immediately rose from the audience. That made her panic even more. She sang completely off-key. When her song ended, the scattered applause made her want to cover her face and flee. But backstage, director Ren Xiao did not care at all. Record-breaking ratings were all that mattered. The final vote was no surprise. A crushing 5-0 victory. Just then, a message from Shen Youchu arrived. She asked to meet you at the backstage exit. The moment you saw it, you immediately left early with Wanwan in your arms. The moment Shen Youchu appeared backstage, Zhao Chuku pulled her into a huge hug. All right, do not cry. Things will only get better from here. Shen Youchu took her hand, her eyes filled with resolve. Let us go. Lu Fan is waiting at the exit. Right now, all she wanted was to see you. She wanted to hold Wanwan in her arms too. Nine had already fallen outside the exit. The moment Shen Youchu stepped outside, she saw you in the distance, holding Wanwan. You stood straight beneath the street lamp. At that moment, a feeling called happiness surged into her heart. It was simple, yet deeply warm. Mommy. Wanwan wriggled free from your arms, her little feet pattering as she ran toward Shen Youchu. Shen Youchu immediately crouched down and pulled her daughter into a tight embrace. You stepped forward, smiling at her. So, Was that surprise alright? Shen Youchu's cheeks flushed pink, but she looked straight at you. Her lovely eyes curved into crescents. It was a wonderful surprise, but neither of you knew that this tender scene had fallen entirely into Liu Li's eyes. She held her phone, watching your retreating figures. A vicious gleam flickered in her eyes. A perfect plan to ruin Shen Youchu instantly took shape in her mind. What she could not have, Shen Youchu would not have either. Meanwhile, the internet had already exploded. Everyone was wondering where Bufan had found such a hidden gem singer as Shen Youchu. But when they opened Shen Youchu's Weibo page, they found only a comeback announcement. It turned out she had been a popular young star 2 years ago, before leaving show business after her relationship was exposed. The moment this became news, unscrupulous media smelled blood. They began wildly stirring it up. The internet was instantly split in two. Some felt that since she had left show business, she should not return. Others believed that as long as the song was good, her private life was nobody else's business. The two sides argued fiercely until one devastating question appeared. Just ask yourself, is the song good or not? Every critic fell silent at once. All they could mutter was, if someone else sang it, it would sound just as good. Just then, Thanksgiving Entertainment finally stepped in. Their announcement set the internet ablaze. It not only congratulated Shen Youchu on advancing, but also dropped a bombshell. Shen Youchu would perform another song by Bufan in the next round. After her appearance on Star Song Showcase, she would release a full album written by Bufan. What? More than one song? The entire internet erupted. Shen Youchu and Bufan instantly shot to #1 in the trending searches. However, an even more vicious post was quietly climbing the rankings. Early the next morning, it clearly appeared at #10 on the trending list. Its headline was shocking. Shen Youchu cheats on her husband with mysterious singer Bufan. The post insisted that, to make her comeback, she had used her beauty to seduce Bufan. Countless gossip accounts frantically reposted it. The comments were overwhelmingly one-sided, so she slept her way to the top. Bufan is no better. They are in it together. Though some fans firmly trusted Bufan's character, their voices were quickly drowned out. In just 1 hour, the post and Shen Youchu's Weibo page were pushed to first and second on the trending list. Meanwhile, you had just finished your morning run, completely unaware of it all. Elsewhere, Shen Youchu emerged with dark circles under her eyes, listlessly walking out of her room. She had not slept a wink last night. Her mind had been filled with the memory of you holding her hand at the hotel. When Sister Yun and Zhao Chuku saw her state, they assumed the trending scandal had kept her awake all night. Zhao Chuku rushed to her, her eyes full of worry. Sister Shen, what did Lu Fan say? Isn't he going to come out and clear this up? Lu Fan should personally address something like this. If Shen Youchu issues a statement, it will only backfire. But Shen Youchu's mind was a mess. She stared at Zhao Chuku in confusion. Clear up what? What happened to Lu Fan now? Zhao Chuku was speechless. Only then did she realize Shen Youchu knew nothing. She stomped her foot in frustration. Sister Shen, you are still thinking about him? He is fine. You are the one in trouble. Hurry and check your Weibo. Shen Youchu finally realized something was wrong. She took out her phone and opened Weibo. A flood of messages and comments instantly filled her screen. When she opened the malicious messages, her hand began to tremble. She took a deep breath and kept scrolling. 9 out of every 10 messages were insults. After leaving her messages, she finally saw the post and the countless gossip accounts amplifying it. A moment later, Shen Youchu put down her phone and continued eating breakfast. Her expression was terrifyingly calm, as if nothing had happened. But seeing her like this only made Zhao Chuku more worried. Sister Shen, are you really not going to do anything? Shen Youchu patted her hand instead, comforting her in return. Chuku, the truth will speak for itself, but public opinion never cares whether you live or die. Shen Youchu's lashes trembled slightly. Inside, she was in turmoil, but she knew that since you released songs anonymously, you did not want your identity exposed. So, she could not reveal who you were. The whole internet was waiting for an explanation. After waiting for ages, Shen Youchu finally updated her Weibo. Everyone eagerly opened it, then froze. There was no lengthy public relations statement. There were only four simple characters. The truth will speak for itself. That only made online reactions even more vicious. Meanwhile, inside the Qianmei Entertainment building, Liu Li was grinning with delight. Though the company had scolded her, seeing Shen Youchu successfully dragged into the mud gave her immense satisfaction. The uniform comments online were all from paid trolls and gossip accounts she had hired. But as long as she could destroy Shen Youchu, she thought it was worth it. But Sister Qin beside her wore a grim expression. She thought Liu Li had gone insane. Liu Li, this is slander. If Lu Fan decides to pursue this, you will be completely finished. Liu Li merely scoffed. How am I slandering them? If there is nothing between them, why would Bufan write a song for Shen Youchu? Look, they have not even explained themselves. And she says the truth will speak for itself. What fake righteousness? Sister Qin watched the crazed Liu Li. Watching Liu Li lose her mind, Sister Qin was already planning to cut her loose. Meanwhile, you were leisurely taking a shower at the hotel. Outside, Your phone rang non-stop like a death knell. You could only hurry through it, then came out wrapped in a towel. When you saw the caller ID, you were surprised. Hello, Director Lee. How do you suddenly have time to call an idle man like me today? Licia's irritated voice came through the phone. Idle? You have the nerve to call yourself idle? You practically own the trending list. You scratch your head. That did seem true. Get to the point. What is this about? Licia gritted her teeth, her tone turning even harsher. It is about your wife, of course. Shen Youchu is being smeared this badly, and you can still sit there. Shen Youchu is being smeared. You immediately turned serious. Your voice had never sounded more grave. What happened to Shen Youchu? At that moment, Licia felt a sour pang in her heart. Whenever Shen Youchu was involved, this man became intensely serious. She gave a cold snort. The trending list. Go look for yourself. Then she hung up. You frowned, not understanding what was wrong with that woman now? But you had no time to think about that. You quickly opened Weibo. The first things you saw were the top trending post. The instant you saw the headline, your face darkened. After reading every post, then the comments under Shen Youchu's page, your face was black with rage. You laughed in fury. Do they really think they can bully my woman? And that foolish woman? How could she hide something this serious from me? Why carry it alone? You wanted to confront that fool in person and ask whether she even considered you her husband. But before that, you had something to do. Since someone wanted to play, then you would play to your heart's content. Liu Li never imagined the backlash would come so quickly or hit so hard. She had barely had time to celebrate before panic consumed her. She never could have imagined that the mysterious Bufan was the pretty boy she had looked down on. At 10 that morning, the internet was still gleefully discussing Shen Youchu's scandal. Then Bufan's short video suddenly went viral. As the other person at the heart of the scandal, the mysterious mogul with tens of millions of followers, needed only to post a video. He did not need the platform to boost it. His fans push it to the top on their own. Bufan had actually shown his face to clear the air. No one expected him to step forward without hesitation at such a critical moment. But when everyone opened the video, they were instantly dumbfounded. This was no video clearing his name. It was a public display of affection and a declaration of war. In the video, you looked grave. Hello, everyone. I am Bufan. I just woke up and saw some vile comments online. A lot of people are questioning why I wrote songs for Shen Youchu. Some are even spreading rumors that she had an affair. Facing the camera, your voice suddenly rose. I only want to ask one thing loudly. I fucking write songs for my wife. What's wrong with that? My wife may not want to dignify you with a response, but I won't go easy on you. The truth will speak for itself. Not a chance. You gave a cold laugh. Your gaze razor sharp. I wanted to interact with you as an ordinary person, but all I got in return was distance. Sorry, I am done hiding it. Let me be clear. My name is Lu Fan. Shen Youchu and I both left the industry when we started dating. We got married afterward, and we are still married. As for why I am called Bufan, now you know. Happy now. And to the person who made that post, as well as those gossip accounts, sorry, I have already gathered the evidence. Not one of you is getting away. Oh, and those paid trolls too. Every last one of you. Expect a letter from my lawyers. The moment the video was released, the entire internet was stunned beyond belief. After all that fighting, they were fucking married all along. No one expected the mysterious Bufan to be Lu Fan. That was utterly absurd. The video spread like wildfire. Your fans went wild, reposting it across Weibo. Ha ha ha. I'm standing right here to see who still dares spread rumors. They have always been a match made in heaven. Where are those haters from this morning? Open your damn eyes and look. While everyone was still discussing the video, Fangxing Entertainment's Weibo account immediately posted a notice from its legal department. Acting on Mr. Lu's instructions, we will pursue the false claims and defamation online. We have already sent legal letters to the original poster and the companies behind the gossip accounts. All related accounts will be banned. The instant that notice was released, Weibo exploded. Netizens suddenly discovered that every previous post on the trending list had been removed. The original poster had even deleted their account. Not long after, Weibo's official account stepped in. Following an investigation, 1,500 accounts have now been banned for posting false claims. The internet is not beyond the law. Following Weibo's official announcement, your video shot straight to #1 on the trending list. Shen Youchu's Weibo page immediately took second place. In no time, Wife Guy and the truth will speak for itself became back-to-back trending phrases. Countless onlookers spammed your iconic words. I won't go easy on you. I won't go easy on you. But at the apartment in Modu, Shen Youchu knew nothing of any of this. She was leisurely watching cartoons while holding her daughter, Wanwan. Just then, Zhao Chuku rushed in like a whirlwind. Her face was lit with an excited smile. She thrust her phone right in front of Shen Youchu's face. Shen, Look, he posted a video. Shen Youchu looked up in confusion. Zhao Chuku stomped her foot in exasperation. Shen, you are far too gentle. What will you do in the future? You should really learn from Lu Fan. Just look at him. He took them on head-on. That was so satisfying. Shen Youchu took the phone and opened the video. That familiar, commanding voice instantly came through the speaker. After she watched the entire video, her lips parted slightly, her face full of astonishment. Zhao Chuku kept chattering beside her. Shen, do you know what netizens are calling him now? A total wife guy. Haha, it is so funny. Hearing those words, Shen Yuchu's cheeks quietly reddened. A touch of sweetness rose in her heart. Who would not want to be cherished? With that thought, she left her daughter behind and hurried back to her room. In the living room, Zhao Chuku and Wanwan could only stare blankly at each other. Yet once Shen Youchu returned to her room, she hesitated before the call screen. What should she say if she called? Tell him his words had been too embarrassing? Would that not be admitting she was embarrassed? Or should she praise him for standing up to them? Would he think she was petty? Frustrated, she flung herself onto the bed, burying her face in the covers and kicking her legs like a little girl. In the end, she gathered her courage and called you. The next second, he answered immediately. Your pleasant voice came through. Hello? Shen Youchu kept her face buried in the covers, her cheeks flushed red. She asked in a muffled voice, what are you doing now? But instead of an answer, she heard you laugh. Heh, what are you doing? Trying to suffocate yourself under the covers? Shen Youchu cried out, jerking up her flushed face, her expression full of panic. How does he know what I am doing? Then she saw her phone screen and suddenly realized she had accidentally started a video call. Utter humiliation was written all over her face. Shen Yuchu's lips remained slightly parted. She froze on the spot. She stared blankly at you on the other end of the call. You rubbed your nose, thinking that she was unexpectedly adorable like this. The next second, Shen Youchu let out a soft whimper and buried her face in the covers again like an ostrich. She refused to come back out. This is so humiliating. Her muffled voice came from beneath the covers. You are not allowed to laugh. Finally taking the hint, you stop laughing. All right, I will not laugh. I was just about to leave for the apartment. Will you come pick me up? Then wait there for me. Only then did Shen Youchu lift her head, her watery almond-shaped eyes fixed on the screen. Her lovely face was still flushed. She did not ask why you had posted that video. Some things seemed to need no explanation. But though she did not ask, you spoke up first. Your tone instantly turned serious. Still, there are things I need to say. Shen Youchu, they have smeared you so badly. Why did you not tell me? What do you even take me for? Shen Youchu fell silent. You asked what she considered you to be, and she found herself somewhat lost too. But the next moment, she found the answer. It was love. She liked the new you. She liked the way you carefully cared for her and Wanwan. But her past experiences made her afraid to open her heart. Yet all you received was a long silence. Then your disappointed voice sounded again. It is all right if you do not want to say. I am downstairs. Come pick me up. The video call abruptly ended. Only then did Shen Youchu come to her senses. Remembering your tone just now, her heart suddenly felt as though it had been pierced by needles. Had she disappointed him? She sprang up from the bed, wanting only to see you as soon as possible. She rushed toward the door. You got into the car, but your emotions remained calm. You simply stared quietly out the window. However, Shen Youchu did not start the car. Instead, she turned around and stared intently at your profile. After several deep breaths, she finally spoke. Lu Fan, I am sorry. Only then did you turn your head and look at her reddened eyes. You gave a bitter laugh inside. You never truly had her. How could you speak of losing her? So, you spoke softly. You do not need to apologize. Actually, I am not the Lu Fan you have in mind. You do not need to feel guilty. But Shen Youchu kept her eyes fixed firmly on you. Then, are you that Lu Fan? You froze. You remembered when you were at the amusement park. She had asked you the same question then. You scratched your head and could only answer, I am Lu Fan. Then you are the Lu Fan I thought you were. Her firm answer left you completely stunned. You fought to clench your trembling fist and finally voiced the fear in your heart. But I am afraid. I am afraid that one day, you will not need me anymore. Lu Fan, Shen Youchu suddenly interrupted you. Her eyes were filled with heartache. She firmly clasped your trembling hand and gently leaned against you. Then she declared, word by word, you are Wanwan's dad and my husband. No matter what happens, we will never leave you. What matters most is that you are by our side. Her delicate body nestled into your arms. Her gentle words soothed you. You instantly received the answer you had longed for. Holding her, you suddenly smiled. From then on, nothing could shake your resolve. A moment later, Shen Youchu shyly slipped out of your arms. You only wore a foolish grin. She gave you a flirtatious glance and burst out laughing. This fool is actually wonderful. Contented, you drove away slowly. Both of your moods had completely changed. Meanwhile, inside Tianmei Entertainment's apartment, impossible. How could Bu Fan be Lu Fan? That pretty boy? Liu Li went berserk. With one sweep, She knocked every cosmetic off the table. Amid the shrill sound of breaking glass, she still was not satisfied. She stepped forward and crushed them viciously underfoot. Destroyed along with the cosmetics was a lawyer's letter from Fangxing Entertainment. She had been exposed. When the original poster realized things had gone wrong, he immediately named her as the mastermind. The company had now ordered her to take leave. She knew she was finished. Nearby, Sister Qin watched with malicious delight. Sure enough, Lu Fan really was Bu Fan. He had hidden it incredibly well. She could not help sighing inwardly. Who would have thought that the pretty boy everyone looked down on 2 years ago would bare his fangs today? Shen Youchu truly has excellent taste. I refuse to accept this. Sister Qin, give me your phone. Liu Li panted heavily, her eyes bloodshot, but Sister Qin only gave her a cold glance and snapped impatiently. What exactly do you refuse to accept? Can you even sing better than her? You are not as attractive. Even at choosing a man, you cannot match her. What do you have to be unhappy about? Sister Qin's words stabbed into Liu Li's heart like knives. Liu Li suddenly whipped her head around and glared at her, but Sister Qin was utterly unfazed. Was I wrong? Once you are locked up, your contract will naturally be over. The company abandoned you long ago. Why? Liu Li gritted her teeth. The company needs a cash cow. You have no value left. Sister Qin looked at her and even spoke from the heart. When you get out, marry an honest man. Stop making trouble for yourself. Heh, then should I thank you for your kindness? Liu smiled. At last, they dropped all pretense. Then Liu Li suddenly revealed a sinister smile. Sister Qin, let me borrow your phone. Might as well see this through to the end. Sister Qin frowned. What else are you trying to do? If I go down, I am taking everyone with me. Liu Li's smile became chilling. Why does Shen Youchu get to outshine me at every turn? What gives an orphan like her the right? Now that I know Bu Fan is Lu Fan, I still have one trump card. If I cannot touch Shen Youchu, I will ruin Lu Fan's name. No one gets to come out of this unscathed. Sister Qin watched Liu Li, who looked utterly deranged. She knew Liu Li had gone mad. She wanted to say Shen Youchu had never competed with her, and her character was worlds better than yours. But she could not say it. Any provocation now would make Liu Li completely lose control. So Sister Qin handed over her phone. Fine, here is the phone, but none of this has anything to do with me. I know you are scared. Liu Li took the phone, under Sister Qin's watchful gaze, and dialed a number. Chen Shui. This is Liu Li. Meanwhile, the atmosphere in the apartment dining room was rather unusual. Wanwan was eating with great delight. Sister Yun wore a knowing, indulgent smile the entire time. Meanwhile, Zhao Chuka kept her head down, shoveling rice into her mouth. Every so often, she secretly glanced at you and Shen Youchu. Shen Yuchu's lovely face and even her neck were bright red. She wanted nothing more than to bury her head in her bowl. Meanwhile, you grinned foolishly as you peeled a crayfish for her. Then you held it to her lips with your chopsticks. Shen Youchu felt as though she was about to be cooked alive. Ever since getting out of the car, this man had been acting strange, but it seemed perfectly natural to you. She had acknowledged you as her husband. What was wrong with feeding her? Can you stop doing that? I can feed myself. Shen Youchu finally could not take it anymore and looked up. She glared at you shyly. The coy reproach in her eyes left you stunned. So this was what it felt like to have a woman look at you like that. It felt incredible. Love really was wonderful. Only then did you stop feeding your wife and turn to feed Wanwan instead. After dinner, you finally returned to normal and sat on the sofa, considering what song to perform in the next round. Advancing from 16 to 8 had been easy, but advancing from 8 to 4 was another matter. The remaining contestants could sing just as well as Shen Youchu. The competition would come down to original songs and live performance. Producing a good song in 3 days would not be easy for anyone. Even you began to worry, wondering what song could guarantee victory. Shen Youchu was not idle either. She sat beside you, polishing the song she had been working on. But the song was always missing one crucial melody. Shen Youchu furrowed her brows. That melody was like a cat she could never catch. In her frustration, she scratched her hair into a bird's nest. Even deep into the night, she still could not grasp that spark of inspiration. Yet early the next morning, just after Shen Youchu woke up, major news about you once again exploded across the trending searches. At first, she did not think much of it. After all, news about you had been trending non-stop for days. But when she read the post headline, her eyes suddenly narrowed. Her heart instantly fell into complete panic. Meanwhile, countless spectators online also saw the trending topic. They were already used to seeing Lu Fan's name every day, so they clicked on it without a second thought. But this time, when they saw the post contents, everyone froze. Some even rubbed their eyes, unable to believe what they were seeing. Lu Fan, domestic abuser. The headline was outrageous enough to make anyone question reality. The internet users were stunned at first, then they doubled over laughing. What a joke. Yesterday he was a devoted wife guy. Today he was a wife beater. They eagerly opened the video attached to the post, wanting to see who was spouting such nonsense. But as soon as the video appeared, 2 men appeared with solemn expressions. They were Chen Shui and Yi Qian, former members of your boy band. Chen Shui spoke. Hello, everyone. I am Chen Shui. I used to be Lu Fan's friend. Why do I say formerly? Because I am ashamed to associate with someone like him. I know you do not believe me, but he really is a domestic abuser. I have a phone recording as proof. He once begged me to help him make a comeback. Luckily, I recorded our conversation. I never expected it to become evidence exposing his hypocrisy. Chen Shui, have the courage to show my face. I am not afraid to confront him. After hearing this, the internet fell silent. He sounded utterly certain. He had even made a public accusation under his real name. For a moment, it made them waver. Then, Yi Tian raised his phone and waved it. I can testify to that. Everything Chen Shui said is true. Now, let everyone hear the recording. With that, he pressed play. The viewers immediately pricked up their ears. Your voice came through the phone. Brother Chen, do you think I can still return to the company? Chen Shui's indifferent voice replied, you have already married a famous young star. Why are you still worrying about all this? The next moment, your voice came through again, carrying a hint of frivolity. Women are like clothes. My career is more important. So if you want to make a comeback, can Shen Youchu make that happen for you? You chuckled in the recording and said something that sent the entire internet into an uproar. To be honest with you, I have the final say in this family. If she dares refuse, just beat her. You cannot spoil women. The recording ended there, but the internet's fury erupted. Disgusting. Is he even a man? All he can do is bully his own woman. The female users unleashed furious attacks. Even the men were outraged. Then Chen Shui twisted the knife further, his face filled with anger. You all heard that, right? This is the man you all called obsessed with his wife. Chen Shui will never stand with a domestic abuser like him. The video ended abruptly, but the comment section had already descended into chaos. I must have been blind to ever like someone like this. I threw up when I heard that recording. How vile was Lu Fan behind closed doors? My heart was crushed in an instant. Countless people demanded that you come out and answer them. At that moment, you sat silently, staring at your phone and listening to the recording. That familiar nausea rose up again. You rushed into the bathroom, then began vomiting. As if in an instant, you had returned to the tormented, repressed Lu Fan you once were. Those things were all true. They had really happened. You could not deny them. Shen Youchu had suffered even more in the past. Your phone began ringing frantically, but you did not even look at it. For the first time, you chose to run away. You buried yourself tightly beneath the covers, as if that could make you feel a little better. It was not the insults that hurt. It was the memories flooding back. The suffering Shen Youchu and Wanwan had endured appeared vividly before your eyes. Only then did you realize you had never forgiven yourself. Even though you had been trying to make amends every moment, you could not change what had happened. Meanwhile, back at the apartment, Shen Youchu anxiously called your number again and again. After seeing the post, she was deeply worried. No one understood the current you better than she did. She had watched you change and watched you atone little by little. She understood it all. She no longer cared about the past, but she knew that the person you were now could never forgive himself. Sister Yun and Zhao Chuka looked heartbroken. They were furious, yet helpless. Your phone still would not connect. It was as though you had vanished from the face of the earth. Shen Yuchu's heart was instantly torn. Wanwan looked up from her arms. Mom, are you calling Dad? Mom, why don't you go find Dad? Wanwan's question suddenly gave Shen Youchu clarity. She could not sit still any longer. She rose in a panic and stumbled out. She was coming to find you. Soon, Shen Youchu arrived breathlessly outside your door. Biting her lip, she gently knocked on the door. There was no response. She did not hesitate. She knocked again and again. She was determined to get you out today. You, buried beneath the covers, were finally stirred by the persistent knocking. You dragged your heavy body to the door and opened it. Shen Yuchu's red-rimmed eyes met your gaze. It had been only one day, but seeing her again, you did not even dare look her in the eye. You stood frozen in the doorway, at a loss. She must have seen that post too. Had it made her remember everything from the past? You silently closed the door, like a prisoner being led to the gallows. What was she thinking? Your voice was hoarse, and your heart was filled with terror. Now that everyone knew the truth, what would she do? Would she divorce you? But just then, Shen Youchu saw the look in your eyes and instantly lost her temper. She suddenly dragged you onto the bed and bit down hard on your arm. A searing pain shot through you. You snapped awake. You instinctively tried to pull your arm back, but forced yourself to hold still. Let her vent. Maybe she would feel better. Only when Shen Youchu finally let go and looked up to see your gentle gaze did her tears finally spill over. Are you stupid? She screamed. Then she pulled up your sleeve. A row of deep bite marks, streaked with blood, marred your arm. They were shocking to behold. There, now we're even. Choking back sobs, Shen Youchu threw herself into your arms. Now I've abused you too. Now we're even. You are not allowed to be sad anymore. You were completely stunned. The fiery warmth of her body in your arms felt utterly unreal. In disbelief, you gently touched her head. It was real. Your mood soared from hell to heaven in an instant. You broke into a wide grin. Shen Youchu had said you were even. Ever since you crossed into this world, you had always been careful. You had always felt indebted. Now, at last, Someone had told you. We're even. It felt wonderful. Your tears fell uncontrollably. You were not only redeeming them, you were redeeming yourself. The two of you sobbed in each other's arms like a pair of fools. After a long while, Shen Youchu murmured against your chest. Don't ever do this again. Wanwan and I will worry about you. You nodded firmly. Your voice was hoarse. I won't. That's all you ever say. Shen Youchu raised her head. Her face was flushed, and her eyes were still slightly red. She gazed at you with glistening eyes. Suddenly, she seemed to think of something. Unconcealed excitement burst into her eyes. That's right. I think I remember that melody. What melody? You could not resist ruffling her little head. You rubbed her head as if she were a puppy. The song I've been working on. I suddenly have inspiration. The moment she finished speaking, she slipped out of your arms. She wanted to strike while the inspiration was hot. You scratched your head, a little disappointed, then took some music paper from your backpack and handed it to her. I was planning to write the song tonight. Go ahead. Shen Youchu nodded. Her face flushed. She sat cross-legged on the bed and quickly began composing. She hummed a little tune as her pen flew across the page. In no time at all, a complete piece of music came to life on the page. She looked up happily and stared straight at you. I finally finished it. Would you like to see it? You gently shook your head. I'd rather hear you sing it. Shen Yuchu's face turned even redder. She whispered, it doesn't have lyrics yet. Humming is fine. You urged her with a smile. At last, she shyly nodded. There was no accompaniment. Only her soft humming filled the room. Yet the moment the melody reached your ears, you froze where you stood. Your eyes were filled with shock. You had heard this melody in your original world. You could hardly believe it. You continued listening intently until the humming ended. Wait, you suddenly interrupted her. You hurriedly grabbed paper and a pen and began writing something rapidly. Shen Youchu looked utterly bewildered, but when she leaned over to see what you were writing, her eyes suddenly lit up with dazzling brilliance. Large words stood out boldly on the page. Courage. They were lyrics. You only heard her hum it once, yet you had written the lyrics. Shen Youchu leaned closer for a look and was instantly delighted. These were exactly the lyrics she dreamed of. They were even better than she had imagined. Her face flushed as her gaze shifted from the lyrics to your focused profile. At that moment, as if driven by impulse, she could not resist giving your cheek a quick kiss. Your hand suddenly jerked. The ink immediately smeared. You felt as if you had been struck by lightning. The soft, lingering touch against your right cheek was seared into your memory like a brand. You lowered your head and stared at the lyrics on the page. Your heart was already bursting with joy. This was the courage Shen Youchu had wanted. But the moment Shen Youchu kissed him, she panicked. She lowered her head and wished she could disappear into a crack in the floor. Fortunately, you showed no reaction. Otherwise, she would have fled in embarrassment. Of course, you knew she was shy. So, suppressing your pounding heart, you continued writing until the lyrics were complete. Only then did you pretend nothing had happened and hand her the lyrics. Now, you can sing the whole thing for me. When she finished singing, you nodded with a smile. That was beautiful. We've got the next competition in the bag. Your lyrics are the good part. Without my wife's melody, I could never have come up with a song like this. The mutual compliments began, but the moment you called her my wife, Shen Youchu completely lost her composure. Like an ostrich, she buried her face in your chest. She felt both shy and sweet inside. But before you could enjoy the sight for long, the harsh ring of a phone suddenly shattered the intimate atmosphere. You picked up your phone. The screen showed the contact name, Director Lee. You raised an eyebrow. It seemed Li Xia had seen the post too. As soon as the call connected, you spoke in your usual gentle tone. Hello, what is it? Li Xia clearly froze on the other end. She cautiously asked, there are some nasty rumors online. Aren't you going to clarify things? You instinctively glanced at Shen Youchu. She was pretending to study the music sheets intently, but her wandering eyes gave her away. You gave her a playful wink. Her face instantly turned crimson. She hurriedly looked away. Then, you calmly dropped a bombshell. There is no need to clarify. It is all true. The other end of the line fell completely silent. After a long silence, Li Xia's disbelieving voice finally came through. Why? I don't believe you. The you I remember. But you cut her off. Director Lee, how well do you really know me? What they said online is true. If you do wrong, you should be punished. As for those comments, let them talk. Your eyes never left Shen Youchu, filled with infinite tenderness. As long as those I care about understand me, that's enough. Silence fell over the call again. Li Xia's voice was clearly disappointed. All right, I understand. I'll hang up now. You had just put down the phone when Shen Yuchu's soft voice drifted over. You were too cold to her. That's not good. You were completely confused. Was I cold? Then Shen Youchu added, her eyes dimming slightly. That glamorous woman probably likes you. What? Li Xia likes me. You scratched your head, suddenly feeling a headache coming on. I only see her as an ordinary friend. But how do you know? Shen Youchu abruptly looked up and fixed you with a stare. Her tone was utterly certain. A feeling, I trust my feelings. You scratch your head, your face completely sincere. Your feeling is wrong. I have a wife and daughter. Having feelings for anyone else would be disrespectful. Love should be serious and faithful. Seeing the sincerity in your eyes, Shen Youchu nodded softly, yet a sense of urgency rose in her heart. You may not like someone else, but that doesn't mean someone else won't like you. That elegant woman was so much better than her. You looked at her in confusion, thinking back over their conversation. You suddenly understood. Amusement filled your eyes. You nudged her arm. You're jealous. Shen Youchu instantly panicked. Her face went scarlet. No, her voice was loud, but her reaction was even louder. Case closed. She was jealous. The smile at your lips deepened. You quietly watched her keep up the act, but the more Shen Youchu tried to hide it, the more flustered she became. She was embarrassed and annoyed. At last, she could no longer bear your gaze. She gave up and tossed the sheet music onto the bed. Yes, I am jealous, because such a beautiful woman likes you. Your smile grew wider. The next second, you suddenly bent down close to her. Your voice was irresistibly seductive. Then how about I put my mark on you? Would that keep you from being jealous? Your face was inches from hers. Your breath brushed against her face. Shen Yuchu's heart instantly pounded like a drum, beating faster and faster, as if it might leap from her throat. Then, beneath your gaze, she slowly closed her eyes. Her lips parted in a slight pout. Joy surged through you. Closing your eyes, you slowly leaned in. Afterward, Shen Youchu was about to compete in Star Song Festival's round of 8. Wherefore would advance. She was practicing at Fangsing Entertainment. You returned to the apartment. Only Sister Yun, the nanny, was home with your daughter, Wanwan. Sister Yun had mixed feelings toward you. She appreciated your recent changes and help, but remembered how you had hurt Shen Youchu before. Still, seeing how much you now cared for your wife and daughter, she felt relieved. She told you Shen Youchu was at the company, so you decided to take Wanwan to visit her. You would surprise your wife. Online, the criticism against you continued. Netizens even formed groups to denounce you, hoping Shen Youchu would seize this chance to divorce you. However, Shen Youchu suddenly updated her Pin Weibo post. To meet my beloved in this life. What a blessing it is. When a gentleman corrects his faults, all will admire him. Those words sent the internet into an uproar. People wondered whether Shen Youchu was being controlled. You brought Wanwan to Fangsing Entertainment and ran into fellow contestant Chen Jin. Chen Jin was Shen Yuchu's fan. After meeting you in person, she found you kind and approachable. She even asked you for an autograph. Then you went to the recording studio. Through the glass, you watched Shen Youchu sing with total focus. Your eyes were full of tenderness. When the song ended, Shen Youchu was thrilled to see father and daughter together. Blushing sweetly, she called you my husband. The third episode of Star Song Festival arrived as scheduled. Its popularity was unprecedented. Wearing masks, you and Wanwan arrived quietly. Shen Yuchu's opponent was Xiao Faibai from Shangxi Entertainment. Before the contest began, audience members loudly questioned Shen Youchu. Did she write that Weibo post herself? Was she being coerced? Shen Yuchu's eyes were resolute. Looking at you below the stage, she declared loudly, I like him. I like Lu Fan. He's a wonderful man. Some love is destined. Then the title appeared on the big screen. Courage. Lyrics by Lu Fan. Music by Shen Youchu. The introduction began. Shen Youchu sang with deep emotion. The lyrics struck straight at the heart. This blatant declaration of love left the audience and online viewers completely stunned. This was not a public takedown after all. It was a full-blown display of affection. When the live performance ended, public opinion took a sharp turn. Everyone began blessing this couple, whose love was mutual. Shen Youchu ultimately advanced to the top 4 with a landslide vote. After the competition, Fangsing Entertainment clarified that you had not committed domestic violence. Their love was mutual. That night, you walked the streets hand in hand with Shen Youchu. Like a newly in love couple, you explored food stalls and watched a movie. Inside the theater, you could not resist stealing a kiss from Shen Youchu. It left her terribly shy. Though small misunderstandings and tensions remained between you, your feelings for each other were quickly deepening. After your brief reunion, you took Wanwan back to Jiangshang. Shen Youchu stayed in Modu to prepare for the contest. Back in Jiangshang, you busied yourself finding Wanwan a kindergarten, although registration had already closed. Thanks to her popularity as Lu Fan's little princess, you still enrolled her at Jianghua Kindergarten. Meanwhile, a conspiracy was brewing in Modu. Yinping, a former Fangsing Entertainment executive, wanted revenge. He joined forces with Star Song Festival mentors Wang Bing and Ran Xiaoxiao, planning to rig the next contest and make Shen Youchu lose to Chen Jin. He also brought in the so-called godfather of music, Wu Mayan, to write Chen Jin a song. In Star Song Festival's third episode, the top 4 competed for the spots. Shen Youchu faced Chen Jin. Host Chen Zhu deliberately stirred up trouble. She asked whether Shen Yuchu's new song was written by you again. Shen Youchu handled it calmly. For the contest, Shen Youchu performed Sea of Flowers. Its beautiful introduction instantly drew the audience into its world. Shen Youchu sang with heartfelt tenderness, as if she were holding her own concert. Thunderous applause filled the venue. By comparison, Chen Qian's sweet pop song was not bad either, but it paled beside Sea of Flowers. But something unexpected happened during the vote. Gao Yu voted for Shen Youchu, while Ziyu gave Chen Jin a courtesy vote out of friendship. Yet Wang Bing and Ran Xiaoxiao both voted for Chen Jin. That put Chen Jin in the lead. The entire venue erupted. Cries of a rigged vote rose everywhere. But at the crucial moment, Ziyu stepped forward. "Excuse me, host. May I interrupt? There is a problem with these votes. I want to apologize to Shen Youchu and the audience. I am sorry. Earlier, Yin Ping, Fangxing Entertainment's operations director, contacted me. He told me Chen Jin and Shen Youchu were both with Fangxing Entertainment. If the gap between them was too wide, he asked me to give Chen Jin a courtesy vote, so she would not lose too badly. But now, it has instead put Chen Jin through. I believe I am responsible. Shen Youchu was eliminated today because of me. I resign as a Star Song Festival mentor." Chen Jin immediately announced her withdrawal. She said Shen Yuchu's Sea of Flowers was far superior to her own song. The truth came out. Rin Xiao, the show's director, rushed to contain the crisis. He announced a revote and removed the mentors involved. In the end, Shen Youchu advanced. Afterward, Fangxing Entertainment fired Yin Ping. The mentors involved were ruined as well. Wu Mayan, meanwhile, saw his song lose to yours and grew bitter. He openly provoked you on Weibo, throwing down the gauntlet for the finals to settle who was better once and for all. Wu Mayan's challenge set the internet ablaze. The media hyped it as a showdown between old and new. You refused to back down. Your reply was simple: if you want to fight, then fight. Shangxi Entertainment seized the chance to invite Wu Mayan to write a song for finalist Malinian. The first final round's themes were tragedy and horror. For Wu Mayan, who excelled at this style, it was a golden opportunity. For you, it was an entirely new challenge. Shen Youchu was deeply worried, but you seemed completely confident to find inspiration. Shen Youchu even watched a horror movie with you. She ended up thoroughly terrified, and unexpectedly led to an intimate moment between you. The next day, you unveiled a new song. On the night of the finals, all eyes were on the stage. Mao Enian performed first. She sang Cancer Mutation, written by Wu Mayan. The first half portrayed a cancer patient's suffering. The second half was an oppressive instrumental passage, though somewhat obscure. It was highly artistic. Wu Mayan was brimming with confidence. Then Shen Youchu took the stage. She wore a brilliant red bridal gown, with a phoenix crown on her head. Yet her makeup was tragically beautiful and sorrowful, and her eyes were hollow. The title, Double Happiness, slowly appeared. The music began. The air hu and pipa intertwined in a mournful melody. Shen Youchu began to sing. Her Chinese opera-style vocals stunned the entire venue. The lyrics told the story of a ghost marriage. Not one word spoke of sorrow, yet every line sent a chill through the air. As the song built, the swona suddenly rang out, driving the atmosphere to its peak. That bone-deep sorrow and terror made every audience member's skin crawl. Shen Yuchu's unblinking performance throughout earned her the title of the most beautiful ghost bride online. Double Happiness crushed Cancer Mutation by an overwhelming margin. Shen Youchu won with a 4-0 mentor vote and 88% of the audience vote. Wu Mayan was utterly defeated. He kept his promise, gave up his Godfather of Music title, and apologized. After the competition, you waited outside for Shen Youchu. Shen Youchu told you Zhao Cheku had already left, and she had not brought her apartment keys. With an unspoken understanding, you went to a hotel. The hotel room felt both intimate and tense. After showering, you found Shen Youchu crying. She opened her heart to you. She felt she was not good enough for you. The closer she came to you, the more she feared losing you. You gently cupped her face. You told her you used to feel inferior too. She was the one who made your heart race. This is the best arrangement heaven could have made. Nothing is greater than heaven's plan. Your words made Shen Youchu laugh through her tears. You held each other tightly. At last, in that moment, you fully understood each other's hearts. Your hearts pressed close, with nothing held back. On the road ahead, you would walk hand in hand. Whether through hardship or glory, you would face it together.